WMMS. Making America Cleveland again.
We're ready.
The buzzard.
Yeah, here we go for the 100th time. Hand grenade pins in every line. Throw them up and let something shine. Going out of my f***ing mind. Filthy mouth, no excuse. Find a new place to hang this noose. String me up from atop these roofs. Knot it tight so I won't get loose. Truth is you can stop and stare. Run myself out and no one cares. Dug the trench out, lay down there with a shovel up out of reach somewhere. Yeah, someone pour it in. Make it a dirt dance floor again. Say your prayers and stop it out when they bring that chorus in. I bleed it out, digging deeper just to throw it away. I bleed it out, digging deeper just to throw it away. I bleed it out, digging deeper just to throw it away. Just to throw it away, just to throw it away. I bleed it out. Go, stop the show, choppy words in a sloppy flow. Shotgun opera, lock and load. Cock it back and then watch it go. Mama help me, I've been cursed. Death is rolling in every verse. Candy paint on his brand new hearse. Can't contain him, he knows he works. This hurts, I won't lie. Doesn't matter how hard I try. Half the words don't mean a thing, and I know that I won't be satisfied. So why try ignoring him? Make it a dirt dance floor again. Say your prayers and stop it out when they bring that chorus in. I bleed it out, digging deeper just to throw it away. I bleed it out, digging deeper just to throw it away. I bleed it out, digging deeper just to throw it away. Just to throw it away, just to throw it away. I bleed it out. I've opened up these skies. I'll make you face us. I pulled myself so far. I'll make you face us. No! I bleed it out, digging deeper just to throw it away. I bleed it out, digging deeper just to throw it away. I bleed it out, digging deeper just to throw it away. Just to throw it away, just to throw it away. I bleed it out, digging deeper just to throw it away. I bleed it out, digging deeper just to throw it away. I bleed it out, digging deeper just to throw it away. Just to throw it away. Just to throw it away. I bleed it out. I bleed it out. I bleed it out.
The time's now 3 p.m.
Are you ready for showtime? Showtime. Oh, come on, you can do better. Are you ready for showtime? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Breakdown, baby.
Who the hell is this?
Alan, you have been described by your enemies as evil, insane, manipulative. Who are you?
To examine it would be to demystify it.
Yo, get a ticket with a tasty groove, okay?
Wow.
It definitely makes me cringe.
Very, very, very painful.
1, 2, 3, pick it. Pick it, come on. God damn it, could you one time pick it? What the
You're disgusting.
It's showtime!
It's the Alan Cox Show on 100.7
You ignorant prick bastard.
WMMS.
Cleveland.
Yeah, don't zoom in on me that much. Freak me out there. I'm like,
It's a little
Christ,
touchy. It's a little
please,
touchy.
Pull out, yeah. Pull out, Bill. How many times have I asked you to pull out?
More than I can count.
Just in
More
the
than
nick
I
of
can
time,
count, yeah.
please.
My pull-up game is strong.
Yeah, I was going over some new headshots this morning, so I'm already in a bad mood. Already in an aggravated mood.
I saw some of those. They looked all right.
Oh, God. I don't know when I'm going to get it through my head. That I just
That's what
don't
you look like.
I know. I don't know.
You just need to find that photographer that took those ones for, what was it, Cleveland Scene?
Magazine.
Or Cleveland Magazine?
Yeah.
Gotta find that guy again.
I don't even know if he's still around. Yeah, I don't know. No, but it's not the artist.
Yeah, it's your
It's
face.
my
It's the subject, yes.
It's the subject. I don't know.
You need to just like loosen up, you know?
Listen, I don't like having my photos taken. I get it. But it's not about loosening up. I mean,
Wait, because you're in there trying to pose, like
No,
you're
I'm not
self-conscious.
posing. No, I'm not. I'm just like, I'm gonna stand here, get me on my good side, which is my left side. And
You need like some music on.
I lost some. Nah, but I'm not trying to get. It's not a casting couch situation.
I'm telling you, that's how you get the best photos, is when you're being natural, you're enjoying yourself.
That's me being natural, not smiling. And I don't smile in photos, so, I might smirk or something, but, we need, if I could get by with no photos, I would do that. Yeah. But I can't. So,
I gotta get new ones. Mine are 100 years old.
I lost some weight. I'm like, oh, these will look good.
Yeah.
They just keep getting worse and worse. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a lighting. I don't know. And then they try to, in digital, they'll go through before we're going to use them, because I call and I go, hey, what happened to those headshots? I got to have approval over these. So they send them to me. I'm like, oh, God, why?
Guarantee they've already been sending them out.
Well, no, that's what I don't want. I'm like,
Yeah.
I have to approve them before you can do anything with them. And, they'll Photoshop them a little bit, but then I look like a glossed over alien. And I'm like, oh, God, there's just no... So I don't know what I have to do. I don't know what I have to do. I know part of it's because I have short hair now.
Well, I just made a suggestion.
And that sucks.
You refused it.
What? To relax? Play music?
You gotta have music on. You gotta get like some candids.
I'm not trying to.
Ones aren't working.
I'm not trying to convince a girl to do a porno with me. I mean, I'm trying. I'm not posing. I'm standing there, and I'm like,
well, that's a
pose.
pose.
That's a pose.
Yeah.
It's very stiff. You know what I'm saying? Like you need some movement. You need some.
It's a still photo. I'm not gonna.
304, by the way.
What am I? Right. I mean, I'm not gonna. What am I gonna jump around while they're trying to take a photo of me?
I'm telling you,
Like
getting a candid
relaxed,
one.
Getting comfortable, that makes for better pictures.
Best
for sure.
photos are when I don't know they're being taken.
Yes, exactly.
Right, but
that's
I know
what
they're
you
being.
Need to do.
But in a shoot, they're being taken.
What you do is you get like your daughter there, you get your wife, you kind of hang out.
No. Well, like the CLE dog spread.
Those are some good pictures.
But
not of me.
You were partially posing for some of those.
They were good pictures of my daughter and wife because they're inherently beautiful. I am not. So I need somebody. God, what was the name of that guy who shot me for Cleveland Magazine?
I don't remember.
Danny Vega.
Yeah. Let's see. Is he still in Cleveland?
I don't know.
We should give him a call.
We gotta find
Danny, whatever magic you worked.
Jasmine in promotions took this last round of photos. I think she knows what she's doing. It's not her fault. It's my face's fault. Why doesn't my face look like I think it does, Bill?
I don't know.
I know I'm not 30 anymore, but I'm like, Jesus, I'm not an ogre. I can't get photos that look good. I mean, I think I have the raw materials where you could have a good photo.
Yeah.
But
I think you're also hypercritical too. I think your pictures, from what I saw, I just saw you looking at them and grimacing, and I'm like, they look all right.
Fine, but I don't. AKA Becky said I have beady eyes. And I got a baloney lip, and so now all I see are my beady eyes and my baloney lip. These are things that even if I've had them my whole life, if people hadn't brought them to my attention, I wouldn't be so hypercritical.
One of my favorite things to do is when I'm editing the videos that I post on the YouTube page and then on AlanCockShow.com. I like finding that screenshot. Well, I try to find.
There's one with me.
One that's like
my
action.
nose.
Is there a picking your nose one?
I'm squeezing my nostrils or something. Podcast got messed up, so watch the live stream, and it's me going like this.
Well,
like
the live stream ones are not the ones that I picked the card. Like it's the ones like the thumbnail. Yeah, the thumbnail clip. That's like I grabbed that one when it's got like a label over it.
Yeah, again, it's not even a matter of somebody like finding. It's not even your fault. It's my face's fault. I got to figure it out. Maybe I need to lose more weight. Maybe I need to grow my hair out again. I don't know.
I just told you what it is. You need
dance around the room. That's not a suggestion.
I didn't say dance around the room.
Get comfortable.
Yeah, you got to get comfortable. So you have to be I would even suggest you hire somebody that you know very well and are cool with.
I don't know anybody very well and I'm cool with.
Maybe have Gwen take your headshots.
You know what? I mean,
maybe have Gwen take the photos.
Yeah, she has offered to do that because she has a great eye. But I'm like, I don't.
And she knows her way around a camera.
And she knows her way around me, too.
It's not that the people that are taking your photos aren't professionals and can't do a great job.
I know.
It's just that when you have someone take a photo of you, they know your face, they know your angles, they know what angles you like.
But I know my face and I know my angles. I know the angles.
Why don't you just selfie it then?
Used to work for me. I used to know. And I've been having my picture, unfortunately. I've been having photos taken for a long time. I've been doing this for a long time.
I mean, I consider myself to be photogenic, someone that can
Yes.
take a good photo.
You're very photogenic.
However, there's a period of time in the beginning of the session where I look very awkward and uncomfortable. And I think it's like I gotta get loose. I gotta get into the groove. I'm sure our buddy James Douglas can send you a million photos of me looking horrendous because it takes me a while to like kind of get that like
to find that spot,
chill vibe. Yeah.
Well, and when he did that whole dark portrait series, mine looked okay because I didn't have much light on me. When I'm poorly lit, I look great.
Yeah, well, yeah.
When you kind of can't see me, that's really my best side.
You're hidden behind a wall
That's
somewhere.
right.
You're just, your eyes
Maybe
are
you
peeking
could do
out.
that. You could do like a senior portrait where you're like peeking out behind a tree.
Yeah. There you go. Or
that work?
hold up something over your face.
Oh, God.
A plant.
It's you know.
Maybe a giant marijuana leaf or something.
Or like the laughing and crying drama mask. You get like one of those and put it over like a Phantom of the Opera thing. The Phantom of the Radio.
You know, back in the day when you'd have, radio DJs taking crazy photos, back in the 80s, it was the straight jacket because they're letting them out for another show,
Yeah.
And then it was guys that would like cover their mouths, you never know what he's going to say. So you'd only see like their nose and eyes. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Just take a picture and use it.
Can I tell you a classic shot that works for everybody?
What?
An angle that works for everyone?
What?
It's the look down, away, and laugh. It's the...
I know. But I don't do that.
It works for every single person.
That's a pose.
But you don't go, ah! You go, ha, ha, ha.
No, but again, it's also different if you're kind of having... it's also different if you're using like a headshot for like a show purpose. Like I want to have, now that you're back, I want to have new photos taken for our show photo.
Yeah.
What they're taking are like promotion, you know what I mean? Like to use for advertisers.
They want like your full face.
That's
I get that, but nobody looks great straight on. So you can
I'm
find
not straight on
what
in
you
these.
do is though, like you do the ha 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 thing, and the photographer, a professional, I'm assuming, will shoot that side, but then they'll also shoot the other side, so you're being candid, but you get both angles of it.
And it's more annoying because Gwen is genetically unable to take a bad
Very
picture.
photogenic. She is like the ultimate.
Oh my God. And she tries to coach me. This poor woman, she goes, you've probably seen her do it. She goes, head down a little bit, chin out. It's like you have an invisible ball under your chin. And so I'm doing, I'm like a velociraptor in there. I go, it doesn't work for me.
I try to coach Ian because he can't smile on cue.
It's never.
Because he goes, I'm like, what is that?
Being in this business and having to be visible to some degree is the most necessary evil there is. It's awful. If I could just stay in this room, do my show, and go home, I don't. No
work out for all of us.
Oh, I got a circular in the mail the other day. A big, like the penny saver, not the penny saver, but like the circular that's got the ads, glossy ads. Big window nation ad on the back.
And you're on it?
My photo at the bottom. Alan Cox from WMMS. I'm like, oh my God. First of all, I never said to anybody to use the photo.
Popping up out of the window a little bit? Like you're looking into someone's house?
Peeping Alan. Yeah. These are my favorite windows to spy on people through.
Well, if we do another group photo shoot or whatever, then you should.
I want our next group photo to be like that old Beatles album where there's just the four people in all black and white, where like you can kind of see them, right?
So you basically want to disguise us because you're concerned you're going to look bad.
Yes.
That's what if all of us just hide you?
That's
in the
right.
photo?
No, yes. I'm art directing for my own show.
No, I think you should let me art direct you personally. I think you should let me style you.
You just did. You said play some music and get comfy.
Yeah.
Like I'm Costanza on the couch.
I'm telling you, it sounds
that
so
is the pose
lame.
you should absolutely do.
It sounds ridiculously lame, but it works.
All right.
Every time I go shoot with our friend or whatever, he puts music on. Like he makes me laugh. He gets me like in the zone. And as soon as that happens, we get awesome pictures. But before that, I'm like, I've forgotten how to smile.
No, I know.
I know. Just got to be like the right mood. Mm-hmm. Or get drunk.
Oh, God.
Yeah, just a nice, with one eye open more than the other. Just, hey!
Watch, he gets the best photos when he's like super hammered. He just looks like statuesque.
Have you tried the glass of brandy smoking jacket wingback chair by the fireplace photo? No.
There you go.
Like the back of private parts?
Or maybe the, what's it like the hand in the chest thing, Napoleon style.
Yeah. Put my face on Napoleon. Mm-hmm. Right.
You'll get there.
Uh-huh.
I have confidence. You've taken a good photo at least once that we know of.
Ellen, we put your head on Hitler's body. How do you feel about that? Tagline will say, annexing afternoons. Anyway, all right.
Good Lord.
Hey, our friend Mary Santora is going to come back later. Maybe she'll cheer me up. She's going to be in to talk about big comedy album they're recording at the Winchester?
The Winchester.
Tonight for Accidental Comedy. She and Erica can yenter it up when she gets in here. And I'll have
we'll be fine.
This week's iHeart deal is a couple of passes to the Great Lakes Medieval Fair. So gather around, nerds. I'll have a couple tickets for you to check that out in a little bit. 35192 if you want to text or hit us up at AlanCockShow.com.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio app.
Bruce Springsteen won a Tony last night because the Tony Awards were last night. Only reason that people know it was the Tony Awards last night is because Robert De Niro got out there. And first of all, why is Robert De Niro at the Tonys? Was he in something that I didn't know? Is he a friend of Bruce Springsteen's? Because he introduced Bruce Springsteen.
That or like he's a friend of the arts. You know, I don't know.
He's a patron of the arts?
Yeah.
I just love, because it's an award show, I love how it starts off with the music and the announcement. And then, they're like, da-da-da-da, and then he gets out. And,
Ladies and gentlemen, Robert De Niro.
The butterfly.
I'm going to say one thing. Trump.
Right off the bat.
Right off the bat. Ladies and gentlemen, Robert De Niro. Yeah, F Trump.
Standing ovation.
Standing ovation at the boy, what a brave guy at the Tonys. Yeah.
He knows his crowd.
It's not even his crowd, it's just that crowd.
It would have been crazy if he was like F Obama.
What?
Hillary.
Yeah.
Lock her up.
Lock her up.
Oh, I want somebody to do that. Please have someone do that.
It's no longer down with Trump. It's Trump.
Oh, okay.
He like throws his arms up and Well, he's been an F Trump guy the whole time, but he's been very vocal about it. But what a weird place to. I mean, I guess it's a huge audience, but what a weird place to throw that out.
Out of nowhere.
He felt safe there, you know?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, she's reading from the book of who's coming. Oh my God, Robert De Niro, he's amazing. I love all his movies.
Usually they have some eloquent speech prepared where they're like, we're living in a time where fascists are rising back up and our president's like a dictator, blah, blah, blah. And they'll say all these things and make it real, like, spectacular.
Yeah.
And he's just like, F Trump.
He got to
F
it.
Trump.
Do you think when they see him like on the street, they're like, "Oh my gosh, Mom, that's Robert De Niro"? Yeah, F Trump. Just keeps walking.
Ladies and gentlemen, Robert De Niro.
I'm going to say one thing. Trump.
Music just stops.
Oh man,
that's great.
That's funny.
Oh God,
That's great timing right there.
Yeah.
and it's not even funny because it's anti-Trump. That would be funny no matter who you were talking
F
about.
anything.
If Hillary were the president, the guy comes out, F Hillary. That'd be funny.
It would be funny.
Ladies and gentlemen, I
gotta say one thing.
Oh God. Standing ovation.
So for what?
I don't know. It's funny.
Hey, we gotta do a new YouTube thing.
No.
Yeah,
no.
just do it.
No.
Just do it. Hey everybody, welcome to Sliding in the DMs. I'm Bill Squire.
I'm Pound Cake.
I'm Erica Lauren.
Yeah, feet up, ready to go.
That's right.
You and Mary have been doing a little thing together, a little side project.
Yeah.
Where you watch The Bachelorette and then do like a Twitter thing.
No, that's while they watch The Bachelor.
Yeah, you tweet along
we
with
live
it.
tweet it. Yeah.
And I think it's a lot of fun. It's funny. I don't even know anything about the show, but I've read some of them, and I enjoy that. What do you think is something that you could have fun with that you didn't even like? Like, I feel like I could go and watch that show with you guys and have fun just because of that. Is there something that you, like, hate? Because, I mean, obviously, I've talked a lot of crap about The Bachelor and Bachelorette. Is there something that you feel like you could, like, enjoy just because you were there to mock it.
I would totally go watch a superhero movie with one of you guys and live tweet that.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Honestly, it's really interesting because the dynamic between Mary and I are friends, but then also she's a comedian, and also I am way more familiar with those Bachelor shows than she is. She's just starting to watch. So I'm filling her in on all the, like, you know, inside scoop or whatever.
Girl, let me school you.
So we have two different perspectives coming from that. So watching, like, maybe a superhero movie with maybe you or James, or a friend of ours, or somebody that is really into those, you know, could be interesting, too.
Right. What about you, Pound Cake? What would be something that you're not a big fan of, but if you're there to, like, mock it and then just kind of, you might really enjoy it?
Insert sporting event here.
Any sporting event?
Any sporting event.
Okay.
Any sporting event, because chances are there's going to be hot guys there, and I'm going to be like, oh, go team. Go, like, oh, look at that field goal when they're playing baseball. Oh, what inning is it when they're playing basketball?
Right.
So
you know enough to know, like, you're getting things wrong on purpose.
What was the thing when I took you to the blackout game? What was the thing that you didn't know? It was like an obvious basketball, like, term.
Like a free throw? I think that's what
He was like, how many points is a free throw? Or it was something worse than that.
Yeah, but I think because I think we talked about it on the show.
We did talk about it.
And I think it was something about a free throw, but he didn't know what to call the free throw.
Yeah. Oh, it was damn it, it's on the tip of my tongue. I don't remember.
Oh my god.
Or
no. Like, I think it was like, go grab that ball, and you guys like, that's called a rebound or something, something like that.
I was dying.
I
was absolutely dying, especially since, like, he is not the sports guy, and I brought him to that event. I was thinking he could at least just play along.
And he's there with his brother who knows a lot, and, like, he could be like, what's that called? Like, he could just ask real quickly, but no.
Just blurted it out.
Loud and proud, even in every facet of your life.
And then celebrated ridiculously when they got 100 points and got free chicken nuggets.
I mean, you make it worth my while. I mean,
that's what would make a sporting event fun for him, is free food.
Right. Well, that's why he went. That's why he was excited.
Oh, the snacks galore. Like, if you don't come, like I said, I am a product of my environment. I may not go for the show. I may not like the show, but the environment, I like the people around me and
like the
my
energy,
friends,
the activity,
and there's great food. So I like a spectacle. I like an event. So I have FOMO when stuff like that happens. So no.
You also like being VIP.
Yeah. So if someone was like, "Hey, I got courtside tickets," I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, that's a sporting event." No, I'm like, I'm sitting courtside. I don't know what team is playing, but I know that I'm courtside is superior to all the other sides.
Yeah. So mine would be.
He barely took a breath just now.
Events for children.
Oh.
So things like that, like any like
kids soccer,
Paw Patrol Live.
Oh yeah.
Something like
Disney
that.
on Ice.
Or I watched this like 20-minute video today, and I was just fascinated about a guy that went to a Jake Paul live performance.
Oh god.
And what a nightmare, and how boring it was.
Just him
and how
taking selfies and
it's him
running around.
Just talking about how he's so rich and that makes him better than other people. And these are like little kids that are these are like 7, 8, 9-year-old kids that are just like.
Was it a stand-up or were they rapping?
No, they're like rapping and singing and doing sketches, like really, really bad sketches. So something like that where it is so painful, I would actually probably enjoy.
Like
just the
ridiculous. Making fun of it.
Yeah. You know how some people call our line as a mistake, like they're trying to get Kiss FM or something like that. There was a guy that called, and he was like, "Hey, I won tickets to Jake Paul, and I just wanted the details on that." I said, "Bro, I got nothing for you. That's the wrong show."
Oh, dude, you should have.
Why did you put him on?
You should have put him on.
Because Alan doesn't like people.
He loves
people.
messing with those people.
No, not local people. I put a Cleveland person on one time.
But for Jake Paul, it's. Yeah, damn it, that would have been really fun.
Like, a missed opportunity.
Yeah. But yeah, he was like, I just needed the details of it. I'm like, you need to go to promotions for that, bro.
Oh man, that would have been funny. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. We'll be right back. Bye.
Did you see the high school valedictorian in Kentucky who trolled the audience there?
Is this the one that stood from outside?
Oh. No.
Oh.
High school valedictorian in Kentucky gave a speech on Sunday, and he gave a quote. Everybody cheered. Well, I'll play it for you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just get involved. Fight for your seat at the table. Better yet, fight for a seat at the head of the table. Donald J. Trump. I'm kidding. That was Barack Obama.
Yeah.
Someone booed.
Within the span of
love
2
it.
seconds, they were clapping. Does that sound like anything Trump would ever say, by the way? If
Yeah.
you were really paying attention, don't fight for your seat. Fight for the head of the table. Fight for your seat at the head of the table, whatever he said. Donald J. Trump, woo! They're like, no, it was Obama actually said that.
Well, that's why they were cheering. They were like, wow, he said something articulate. Yes, cheer.
They don't like that guy because he's articulate. They like him because he's not.
Yeah, but I think saying something like that, fight for the seat at the head of the table, that sounds kind of Trump-like.
Does it?
Yeah.
Does it?
To say the fight for the most important spot, yeah.
Well, no,
That's
because the
guy
rest
he
of it is like fight for what's right or something
Well,
like
yeah,
that.
but that little bit of it sounds
Let's
Trump-like.
be honest, though. No one was analyzing the quote and going, yeah, that's what Trump said. They didn't even pay attention to the quote. They heard Trump's name and started
clapping.
cheering.
Yeah.
And then in half a second later, they're like,
Yeah,
Whoops.
exactly.
That's just how white folks will do you.
Very
right.
funny. Very funny that he did that, though.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's funny.
The old switcheroo.
The old switcheroonie.
No, I read something that like a valedictorian wasn't allowed to like give their speech, so they grabbed a megaphone and went outside and gave the speech outside of the
Yeah,
auditorium.
why wasn't he allowed to? What was the reasoning behind
Oh,
that?
God, I don't remember what it was. It was something stupid. Like something he should have been able to give it. I don't remember what I read.
Because he was a gay valedictorian.
Oh, that's
So
what
they
it
were-
was.
he-
Christian school.
He wanted to give like a speech. Yeah, man, if a kid works hard enough to be at the very top of his class, let him say what he wants to say.
But they get real strict. Graduation time, you get all these articles, the schools not letting people walk,
on.
not
I will give you a pair here. Good luck. Great Lakes Medieval Fair 2 for you if you're caller 12 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
Alan Cox. His parents think he's a proctologist.
He has a real job.
Because the truth is just too disgusting. 100.7 WMMS.
$35192. Want to text the live stream? You can watch if you're so inclined. You can go to AlanCoxShow.com. Bottom of the page, get to our YouTube channel there. Comedian Mary Santoro will return to the friendly confines later on. Telling you about a live show. It's going to be going down tonight in Lakewood that they will record for an album. Her and a handful of comics for Accidental Comedy. Tomorrow on the show, who? Tomorrow's Thursday. Who?
I don't think we have anyone tomorrow. I thought we had Kevin Bozeman
Kevin
Friday.
Bozeman is in on Friday.
Did you have someone calling in?
John Michael Higgins. You know who he is? He's in Best in Show. He was on that show Great News.
Oh, I know that guy is.
Yep. He's on the show Monday. Gavin Rossdale on Tuesday. Bush is coming through to do the Incarceration Festival. So he will be calling me from London.
Are you going to ask about Gwen?
I don't know. My wife or Gwen Stefani?
Gwen Stefani?
That would probably be more appropriate. Yeah. No, I don't know about that. I mean,
Do you know my wife?
Yeah.
That'd be weird.
He's going to be calling. He's going to be calling from London on holiday with his kids. So I don't know if I'll talk. about
gotcha.
Didn't he bang the nanny?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to get into that.
What about the?
I'm not trying to sandbag guests when they call in. Yeah.
What about the transgender that he was talking to for a while?
Again, I feel like that's all old news. I mean, he did find out that he had a love child, right? Didn't he? He had to tell Gwen Stefani he had a grown daughter.
I think so, yeah.
Again, that stuff's all old news. But I'm a Gavin Rossdale fan. I give him a wide berth. I know he's a flawed kind of guy, but he's just so darn good looking.
That's how you want your rock stars. You want them flawed. You don't want some goody two-shoe rock star.
And what are they going to
fun.
write about if their life's perfect?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Dan.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. What's up?
I know why people think they look bad in pictures because they don't look like the way they see themselves. Because when you look in a mirror, your left side is on the left side and your right side is on the right side. But when you look in a picture, your left side is on the right side and your right side is on the left side. So when you look in a mirror, it's a backwards image of yourself.
It's alternative facts.
Yeah, well, again, I'm familiar with how all that works. I've looked at myself for 46 years. I mean, I know how I look in photos, but I don't know. I mean, So I think if I'm understanding Dan correctly, and I think I am, I should have someone behind a two-way mirror taking my photos. So that way I'll look and I'll go, hey, look at that.
Well, and it's not just how you see yourself. Some people just don't take photos well.
Well, and he's also talking about a difference between candid photos and headshots. And
True.
headshots are uncomfortable to take.
They're
like,
hard.
It's like when you have to write your own bio. It's the worst.
Mr. Pound Cake, he murders those bios.
Yeah.
I'm a brand, bitch, in all caps. I'll tell you what got me crazy is I went to renew my driver's license today. So I go to the BMV this morning and I try this trick. First of all, I'm sitting there and they had this screen with random facts while you're waiting. Because when I went, I took my paperwork that says this is not the Massachusetts car thief.
Oh, right, yes.
Because they drilled that into my head 3 years ago when I went through all that nonsense, or I was mistaken identity when I was trying to get my Ohio license. And so at the time when they got it all cleared up over the course of 2 or 3 days, they said, keep these pieces of paper from the state of Massachusetts because every time you renew, you're going to need these. They didn't ask me for these this morning. I'm not going to tear them up.
Have them than you
I
didn't.
know.
Yes.
They didn't ask because I was renewing an Ohio license already. But I'm sitting there waiting. I got my number like I'm at the deli, and they have this screen with it says random facts, and it's plain as facts. Now the kind of facts where you go, how the F would anyone know that? It said 3% of all Antarctica glaciers are penguin urine.
3%?
How can you calculate that?
So when we talk
seems
about
like an insane amount of frozen urine.
That's what I'm saying. So when you talk about climate change and rising sea levels from glaciers melting, we're going to be awash in penguin piss.
Rising P levels.
Yes, that's what it. But I'm sitting there, and there's that half a second where you go, huh, and then it switches to another fact. You go, wait, how would they possibly know that? They don't know that. It's just a guy making them up. I want to get a gig making up random facts. You know. Like working in the White House.
Yeah. Easy.
But something that goes up on a monitor. Anyway, so I'm at the BMV, and so I go through the thing and whatever. And
Where's your new license?
It's in my pocket.
Let's see it.
Okay, so 3 years
Wait,
ago.
let's just see it. Before you give the story, let's see it, and we'll make our judgments on
the
what
last
we think
one, the one that I gave over today because it's getting renewed or whatever. Last time my hair was a little bit longer. I don't know what I was thinking, but I did this thing where like I looked down a little bit, so I looked like it looked like my chin. Whatever. So today I did the thing where I'm standing there. I wore black,
chin forward.
Did my hair. Yep. Did the thing, chin forward.
Let's see. Don't you make a judgment.
Let
us see.
You look. It's better than the last one.
Okay, yes, for sure. Except you look like a serial killer.
I know.
You look like you've just murdered someone, and this is your mugshot.
Hopefully that will get me out of a ticket if they're worried that I will murder them through the driver's side window.
Wow. Okay.
But that's what I get when I try what everybody tells me. Chin out. Look.
You know what it is though? It's like your
Are you
jowls.
Michael Shannon? Are you Michael Shannon? This looks. You have gone from Kirk Douglas to Michael Shannon.
I know. Because I lost weight. I was heavier in my last one. And you're. But I do. I look like.
It looks like you're clenching your
jowls. I
your
look like a serial killer who just got back from vacation. Is what I look like.
Right.
I'm like,
like that's some good killing I did down there in the Keys.
Yeah.
This is my license photo, and I will never take a better photo than this one. Ever.
Yeah.
And all he did was just look forward and smile.
So for people watching the live stream, well, I mean, let me cover
up
my
information. You got to cover up your info.
Cover up the boy. Idiot. So there's the picture over my face.
People are trying to,
trying
to zoom.
But whatever. So that got me.
It's not terrible. I just laughed
Erica's
because
is very good.
I know. That's what got me acting like a maniac this morning.
And I honestly can't tell you that I really spent a lot of time posing. I mean, obviously I did my hair and my makeup, but I pretty much just went like, okay, just like be natural. So I was talking to the lady. I'm like, she's like, we could do this a couple times. I'm like, hopefully not. And then I just kind of gave a quick smile.
Here's the thing. Even though we break your balls, and by you I mean ladies, we break your balls for the goddamn selfies, you get so much practice
for sure
that you know exactly how to lock in. I don't do that because I take I was going to say I take a selfie a year. I don't take any. Maybe a selfie if I'm drunk.
Yeah.
One of the best photos I ever took was the first time we went to Dublin. And I was half in the bag, and I had to go have a piss, and I went in. Remember when we had dinner in that church where the placemats were the albums?
Yeah, the crypt.
Yes. So we had been drinking by that time. I go into the loo, and there was one singular bulb in the corner, and I had just gotten my hair cut. Like I had lost the bet or whatever, or the punishment. And so Carrie had just cut my hair for the first time, like a month before, right? And then we went to Dublin.
Yeah.
And I'm in that bathroom, and I had a cool jacket on, and I'm standing there, I'm like, what? And the light, I think I caught myself.
It was good lighting in there.
Oh, I think I caught myself in the mirror,
Yeah.
and I took this photo, which is still, I have it on my desktop in my office. I'm like, anytime I need this. Except the older I get, the less I'm going to look like that.
Self-assurance. Hey, let me just look at this photo from a few years ago.
Well, I need to know that I can take
that it's possible.
Right.
Well, that's my point, is that we have, collectively, we could all agree that we have seen decent photos of you, which means you can take a good photo.
You just got to be in Ireland with a lot of Jameson in your system. That's the key.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe have a beer, like to loosen you up a little bit, you know? I'm not saying get hammered, but like kind of like, you know, do a shot or something to like kind of chill you out.
Yeah.
It's weird, but some of those little tricks work.
My license is literally nothing. I didn't even smile on this one. Like
I remember seeing yours.
I just look.
Don't they tell you to not smile?
Like
I didn't smile.
I think they do now.
They tell you
when
now.
The last time I had mine expires, I think next year. I'm gonna have to go get a new one. But
you can tell I don't have my contacts in this photo because like my one eye's bigger than the other.
Is it drifting? You have a drifty eye.
It's like a cross eye, and one pupil's bigger than the other. Yeah. I notice it, but other people wouldn't notice it. Just looking.
You know, a couple people recommend this, and this is what my sister does, is rather than taking photos, she just runs the video on her phone and then takes a screen cap.
A screen
cap. Where one's good?
Yeah.
That's a good idea, too.
Well, but then you got to go through it.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Some people take bursts. They'll go, I'll find one out of those 20.
I wish I could replace my passport picture with my
Oh, I don't even care what it looked like in my passport.
I wish I could take
Mine's
my passport photo and use it as my driver's license photo because that's a better picture of me.
I have to renew my passport this year, too,
How often do you
I
show
think.
anybody your driver's license or passport, like that it even matters?
For ID, when
Yeah,
I go
but
to
who
a club
cares?
or I buy a drink.
They're looking at it for a second. And
They're looking at the birth date, not
And
the
they're seeing
picture.
your real face, too.
So
they're going to see your real face and be like, oh, well, that's what he looks like.
Well, I would just like to have a nice photo. Like if I'm gonna carry it around, it's gonna be with me for this one's till I'm 30. I would like it to be nice.
Alan, I got my last ID picture 5 days before I went into labor, and I didn't realize I was getting a new picture, and I look like a manatee. Oh, boy. Alan, I'm a professional model, and any photographer who is a professional always has wine or liquor on hand for a reason.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's I mean.
Right, but if we're getting
smart.
shot
Jay
here
does.
at
So they can
work,
get me too'd.
But you can have a beer. You know what I mean? You can have a beer or two. Like hours before the show.
No,
I wouldn't
know.
even do it before a show. I would do it like
Do a couple of, just a little bit of heroin. You'll be super relaxed.
snort some Midol.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Once a week is my limit, though.
No, I honestly think there's something about having like a little buzz or just like
Well, it's
having
just
a few
putting you
sips
at
of
ease,
beer
because-
just to kind of chill.
You are trying to be relaxed in that situation.
Yeah.
And if you're not relaxed, you're going to get
You're going to look
a
not relaxed.
really awkward picture.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, anyway.
Well, best of luck to you.
Thanks.
I hope that what you say. Yeah, well, I hope that works out for you.
Yeah, I hope that all works out for you.
That might be where Pound Cake can compete with all of us as far as like if he wants to win something,
Maybe he
a
could win best
selfie
photo.
contest or some sort of.
He is a selfie expert. He does know his angles.
Mm-hmm.
I was voted most photogenic in high school.
But
Wow,
you-
that's the
Yeah,
only
but
thing
you
I
also
won.
went to a high school where they were pretty new to cameras.
Why would you say that?
New to cameras?
Oberlin, it just seems like it's on the country.
Oh.
No, Oberlin is not
teasing.
I was gonna say you don't know nothing about Oberlin.
I know.
So you were most photogenic with that mustache on your lip?
Yes.
Okay.
Because everyone had a mustache on their lip back then.
Everybody had, even the girls in Oberlin
all the
had
guys-
mustaches on their lips.
I think in high school you want to prove how manly
Curious
you
a
are,
bitch.
and you want to have a mustache because it's like, oh, I can grow facial hair.
If I could have grown a mustache in high school, I would have.
Yeah, I never did that
Yeah.
because I couldn't even grow a beard until like the end of college, you know, and then I was like, I don't care about that. But I
Yeah.
never had like the caterpillar fuzz.
Yeah, I took my senior photos like that. So, and they saw those photos, they were like, wow, you can take a photo.
God, I remember one of my best friends, Eddie Rodriguez, first grade this kid had a mustache. I was like, dude, that's amazing.
Was it dirt?
Go get me beer. No, this kid, I mean, how old are you in first grade? 6, 7?
I don't know.
God, this kid had a lip caterpillar like you wouldn't believe.
I always dated dudes that were older than me, and my parents would meet them for the first time, and I'm like, "Can you shave? Because you look like you're my father right now. Try to look a little younger, so my parents aren't as freaked out about how much older you are." I mean, they weren't that old, but
So what's this raccoon? I'm on Twitter last night before I go to, and all I see is friends of mine on Twitter going, "Oh my God, what about the raccoon?" And I see the hashtag. I'm like, "What are they talking about?"
A raccoon scaled a skyscraper.
Yeah, I think I watched a little thing this morning, but I still didn't. I didn't realize that raccoons could do that. Could scale.
Well, they've got sharp nails.
But scale a building, a concrete building.
It just seems like a silly thing for them to do because
Yeah.
how are they going to get down? And
there's no
that's
food
why he
up
got
there.
stuck, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's instinctual for them to scale buildings.
Was
I
he
think
scared or was he rabid?
probably scared, I'm guessing, or maybe rabid. I don't know, but
Started scaling the 25-story UBS tower in St. Paul, Minnesota. Wow, all right.
and people who were on scene were providing updates for the internet, and then people became very concerned.
Hashtag MPR raccoon.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think they rescued it.
Yeah, they got it.
to safety.
Yeah, they've
vicious,
already
though.
memed it on the cover of Time Magazine Person of the Year. Get this. But again, I guess I didn't realize that a raccoon could do a vertical climb on a concrete building.
I believe it because we have a ton of raccoons in our neighborhood because of the metro parks not too far away.
But you don't ever find them on your roof.
We find them near our roof.
Do you really?
They'll climb the side of the house. Yes, they will. If there's something up there that they want. But for the most part, they climb up our trash cans and stuff. And they climb over. We have a tall fence on one side. They climb over the tall fence to get to the garbage cans.
We don't ever have raccoons. I don't ever see those.
Oh, man, they're such a bitch.
Raccoons were part of my chores as a kid to make sure I put the garbage in a place where they couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
Because we had so many raccoons, and then my dad would set traps, and then he would shoot them in the morning, and then I'd have to bury them before I went to school.
That's
terrible.
terrible.
There was a lot of them.
Yeah, but just lock your garbage.
They
still get in.
They were getting in no matter what we were doing. We
put the garbage can in the garage. So then when we're ready to put it out, we have a lock on our garbage can too. So when we're ready to put it out, we
had them all the time when we lived in Ohio City, but where we, perhaps Bay Village has an anti-raccoon ordinance. I don't know. Maybe they take care of them themselves.
That's so sad.
I don't ever see them.
I don't like raccoons at all, but I certainly wouldn't want to shoot them all just because they're,
I just thought it was weird that he would shoot them and then just be like, go bury
Go
that.
bury this.
Like, you can't do both.
Why'd you have to bury them, though?
We're not going to have a pile of raccoons in the backyard.
Throw them away.
Throw them in the garbage.
No, you can't throw them in the garbage.
Wanted to get in the garbage so goddamn bad? There you go.
Yeah.
You're dead in the garbage.
Yeah, leave it as like a warning sign to the other raccoons. Just leave one out.
That's right. Like when they put an enemy's head on a pike.
Right.
You put the raccoon's head on the fence post or whatever. It's not unprecedented in the animal kingdom, by the way.
Spider Pig, does whatever a spider pig does. Can he swing from a web? No, he can't. He's a pig.
Can't swing. All right, Lisa Lampanelli tickets when we get back. She's doing next weekend at Playhouse Square. She'll do Saturday the 23rd at the Ohio Theaters. If you want to check her out and her new short blue hair, we'll hook that up. 35192 if you want to text.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS and everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio app.
Boys.
Let me go to Rick, who is in Jacksonville, Florida. Hello, Rick.
Hey, what's up, Alan?
How are you, sir?
Long time no talk since I moved out of Cleveland.
Oh, beautiful. Welcome back.
Welcome back to Erica Lauren.
Oh, thank you very much.
I've been in support of you the whole time. Deuce Dynamite on Twitter, although you won't find me right now because I kind of got suspended, but whatever.
You got suspended on Twitter for what?
I got a little mouthy with somebody. I'm not even sure who it was, but apparently I pissed them off and they reported me. So 7-day ban.
But you got to go. Oh, so I was gonna say you got to go ham on Twitter to get a week-long suspension.
Jail.
Yeah, that's a long one. It's usually only like 24 hours, but whatever.
And you don't even remember who?
It's usually. How many times have you been banned?
Yeah, I feel like you're playing coy with us, Rick.
Well, okay, so there's this actor named Nick Searcy. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him.
Yeah, from Justified.
Yeah, he was in.
You got a problem with Nick Searcy? I just saw him. I just saw him in 3 billboards.
Well, the thing is he was going off on this Roseanne thing and all this racial stuff, and he was posting pictures of his adopted children, which are black kids.
Right.
He was using it as a tool to call other people racist because they were calling him out saying it's messed up that you're using your kids as a pawn in your argument on Twitter. And he just kept saying, I know my biracial family upset you. I went off on him and some of his followers.
But why did you go off on him? He clearly but if he has biracial kids, that means he has an experience that he can share with the rest of us who don't.
Well, the thing with it was it was almost like he just brought this into play because he was basically being torn down for something else. I don't even know how this originally even started.
Because he's a conservative. He's like a well-known conservative actor. Yeah.
Yeah, and he seemed to think that I guess liberal. I don't like that liberal conservative titling, but I'm apparently liberal because I have an open mind. Obviously.
Okay, he thought you were a libtard.
Yeah, but you got to calm down.
Yeah.
What was the tweet that you sent?
Yeah.
One of the guys that was one of his followers, he was talking all the smack, and it's always the people with no picture. So he had a picture of a gun and a knife.
Always a no photo.
Russia.
So his gun and his knife picture, I told him that we kept going back and forth, and then finally I was like, you want to be a Mr. Tough Guy hiding behind a picture of a gun and a knife. I could do something with those for you, and I can't say it on the air.
But why would you? Oh, we can figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't understand people who get
Clean them, right?
Why would somebody get worked up at someone who has a silhouette avatar? A literal stranger.
You know what? You're absolutely right.
It's
It
a lot,
was really ridiculous, and it is what it is. Now everybody knows.
You never want to respond in the moment, Rick.
You're right, because I'm an emotional guy, so...
Now, granted, being in Twitter jail is not going to change your life one single iota. You'll probably be better off for it.
It's probably for the best.
Sure.
Yeah, for a guy like me and my big mouth, it probably is for the best.
Boy, I better make sure I never piss off Rick down in Jacksonville.
I would like to imagine a scenario where a D-list actor gets my hackles up. I respond to him.
Nick Searcy.
And then I'm in Twitter jail for 7 days.
He just played a priest in 3 Billboards. He was in this movie for like 3 minutes. Oh, boy.
That's a good story.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I got into Twitter jail because I tweeted some no-name actor.
Wow. I knew who he was. Don't you call Nick Searcy a no-name.
I mean, relatively.
Right. It wasn't like you were going toe-to-toe with Leslie Jones or Whoopi Goldberg on the subject.
Yeah.
All right, so...
I didn't even know who he was, but I looked him up, and apparently he's been in a ton of stuff, so I'm like, oh.
Good for him. He's working.
Yeah. I threatened this guy's life, then Googled him to see who he was.
He's got to take care of those biracial kids, They got to have a good life, so their dad needs to work.
Oh, man.
Well, they're adopted, so,
He still got to take care of them.
Even better. Yeah, they're not really his. You can leave them by the wayside. Leave them in a basket outside a church.
He spent thousands of dollars to adopt those kids, so...
Right.
And you seem to have a problem with that?
I think it's a good thing, but don't put them into an argument on Twitter because you're wrong. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know.
use your
I'm completely lost as to who's right and who's wrong in this whole
Well,
thing.
he totally did. He pulled the "I have a black friend" move.
Yeah.
That's the classic move. Well, I can say this isn't racist because I have a black friend.
Well, having black kids is different than having a black friend, though. You don't have to spend any time with your black friend. You got to spend time with your kids.
Yeah, but I wouldn't. If I had black stepkids, I would not tell people how much I paid for it. That seems like a bad idea. Hey, we got to do a new YouTube thing.
No.
No.
Just
do it.
No.
Just do it. No. Just say subscribe and share. Do it. Hey everybody, welcome to Siding in the DMs. So Squire, got Pound Cake over here. You ever get stuck in like thought loops? Like unhealthy ones?
I'm the one that daydreams, like.
That is a good point.
Like, what do you mean? I talk to myself. I live out like my dream. I'm just like, if Dream Boy says, hey, would you like to go to Paris? In my head, I think I'm saying, yes, I would love to go to Paris. But outside in my head, I'm saying, why, certainly, I would love to go to Paris. Oh my God. And
you're saying that outside. But I'm talking about more like obsessing on like a certain thing, stalking people. I've been trying to help some people, and even myself, get out of some bad habits because I think a lot of people, like for me, something that I do is I'm an all or nothing guy. So like
you're either all in or you're all out.
Yeah. So like with exercise. I'm either gung-ho, I'm going to do this, I'm going to be exercising, or I don't. And if I don't, I'm just not. I'm like, man, fucking, who cares? If I'm not exercising, why? Same with like my diet. My diet's either all in or all out. There's like not really an in between. And I think also people get into this where they're obsessed over an ex, or they're obsessed over things that they can't control. And do you ever get into that?
Yeah, all the time. But I
mean, especially because you always talk about how you're always thinking about the future instead of being in the present.
I run myself crazy. Like, in all honesty, I mean, things that I cannot control, like that's one of the hardest. But it just comes with time, because it's like there's nothing you can do about it. It's almost freeing in a way, because.
So what do you do to overcome that? Do you think you have overcome that a little bit?
Yes, you literally just have to train yourself to say it is what it is. Like things that, like me working 3 jobs can take a strain on you. I'm like, damn, like if I had a little bit of cushion, a little bit something to lay back on, maybe these bills wouldn't like pile up.
The 23rd at the Ohio Theater at Playhouse Square downtown. Tickets are on sale at playhousesquare.org. If you want more info, caller 11. These tickets are yours. Good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
From the Final Touch Construction Studios, this is the 50th anniversary of WMMS
Buzzard Radio,
an iHeart radio station. Ask Alexa to play WMMS on iHeart Radio.
Now back to the Alan Cox Show.
35192, you want to text me? If you're listening to the show on iHeartRadio, let me know where you are. If you listen out of state, if you listen to us on iTunes, by the way, you can rate the show. Scott is a new bureau chief way up in Alpena, Michigan. He's a new listener to the show. Carl listens in Concord, North Carolina.
Isn't that the name of Erica's other Instagram, Alpena and Honey?
Might be. He's onto something.
Yeah, whatever. Things are going well over there, okay?
There you go.
Hey, pea and honey is going to get people interested. They're very curious about it.
They both look very similar, just a difference in viscosity.
Yeah, you have to. It's a guessing game. Is this pea or honey?
Chris listens in Arcata, California. Jeff is in Chandler, Arizona. Where's a weird one? Chris is at McMurdo Station, Antarctica. Whatever.
Mary's here if you want to go get her. She texted me.
Mary Santora going to be joining us shortly. She is part of a show tonight that will be recorded for a live comedy album at the Winchester, part of Accidental Comedy.
I'm really happy the Winchester came back.
Me too.
Did it go away?
Oh, yeah, it was gone for a while, and I've only heard good things. I haven't been out there since they've been back, but I've only heard good things.
It's great. I'm there pretty regularly, and I like the owners. I like what they're doing.
Yeah, I'm just glad they're bringing the arts back to that place, because it's a good spot for it.
And they have decent food. I mean, not even decent. Like, they have good food. It's a fun place to go. It's a good hang.
You want to see a place like that was, very popular for bands and artists to come in there, get rejuvenated,
For sure.
You don't hear enough about that. You hear about the businesses closing, not the ones that reopen,
Sure. Yeah.
It was also a weird thing when it closes, because the guy that used to own it was he got super religious.
Yes.
And wouldn't book anybody that was what he deemed offensive.
Right.
So kind of was.
Well, then why would you own a bar?
Well, it happened towards the end of his, because it wasn't always that way.
He found Jesus towards the tail end of his ownership of the bar. Indians lose to the White Sox last night. 5-1 was the final score. Third of the 4-game series is tonight here on MMS. That'll be an 8:10 first pitch. So there's something. White Sox got something.
There you go.
A.K.A. Becky, hello.
Oh, hey.
Boy, it has been a week replete with Becky calls this week.
What was that?
I'm calling my raccoon. I told you guys I'm raising an orphan raccoon. How
do you know it's an orphan raccoon?
She killed its
parents. I know the people that shot the parents.
I'm sorry?
I know the people who shot the parents.
How do you know it was their parents?
You mean the raccoons that this was their baby?
Yeah, how do you know that?
Because they skin them.
They all have the same last name.
Been a mailbox with Smith on the. What do you mean who skins what? Explain this to me.
Okay, I've been wanting a baby raccoon for many, many years, and my husband saw that there was a trucker who had a bunch of cages in the back of his truck and hound dogs. He said, "Do you hunt coon?" And he says, "Yes." And then he says, "Do you have any baby raccoons?" He said, "Yes, I have 9 orphans." Well, I wound up with one of them. I've been raising them even before we had the conversation about your face.
You've been raising orphan raccoons.
One. I tried to do 2. It's too much trouble.
Is that legal?
So I'm raising 1. Huh?
Is that
to raise
legal?
one? Well, I need to get licensed to get it neutered, if that's your question.
I was going to say, that's what we need, more well taken care of raccoons. Let's breed those as much as we can.
But is it friendly?
Yeah, very. They're funny. You know, they're actually 3 animals in one. They're in the bear family. So he stands up on 9 legs and puts his arms out like he's so big. He also purrs like a cat, and he barks like a dog.
Do you keep them in the house with you?
No, he has his own little quarters that he has to stay in, and I feed him up.
Couldn't you get rabies from a raccoon?
No, they have to be bit to get rabies.
Well, yes. Couldn't one of them bite you, conceivably?
No, you know, if an animal bites you, doesn't mean they have rabies.
No, could you get rabies from a raccoon that bit you?
If they're rabid.
If it was bit first, yes.
The raccoon has, not every raccoon has rabies.
No, I understand that. I'm just, how do you know that they're not rabid?
Really?
I love people taking wild animals and then these things go nuts and they're somehow surprised. Oh, I woke up and the raccoon ate my dog. What?
I'm sorry, but no.
How many raccoons, Becky?
1. I'm raising 1.
What's his name?
Roscoe.
Roscoe the raccoon.
Yep.
All right, well, good.
It was going to be Rocky, but it came to Roscoe, so.
Understood. Yeah. Okay. And he's an orphan.
Yes, he is an orphan.
Well, not anymore.
Could you move your phone around more as you're talking to us?
Yeah, where are you? You in a wind tunnel? You calling me from a car wash?
No, I'm in my garden. Just a second. I'll take off speaker.
All right.
I always ask you guys.
Is Roscoe Raccoon in a backpack on your shoulders or something?
No, but I do have a kangaroo pouch that I put in my front, and he likes to sleep in it.
Like a baby Bjorn, like a shoulder hammock?
Say again?
Yeah. No, it's okay. What'd you call about?
Oh, well, I called about, okay, the day that I talked to you about your eyes, Erica made the comment, hey, let's get a tape measure and measure people's eyes to see if they are, correctly spaced. And I was going to ask.
Or a ruler. I think you'd really need a tape measure for somebody whose eyes were really far apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a protractor would even suffice.
I think you'd be all right, sure.
Well, there you go. But I was just curious if she followed through with, being curious about people's eyes and how far.
No, I didn't go up to Alan's face and measure his eyes.
That was what we call in the business a joke.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I was really hoping she'd do it because, there is a thing about people's features and what they deem as pretty as opposed to the face is not, their parts aren't where they should be.
But I'm not really curious.
Yeah, no, I'm not worried if I'm pretty. Although I did I tell you that I did one of those apps on the way home? Like after Becky goes, oh, your eyes. I did one of those stupid apps where you take a photo of yourself and then it tells you what percentage.
Yeah.
78%. Symmetry.
Good.
It says I was pretty.
Look, I called back and I said, I recant that. I said,
no, I didn't care.
What's the app?
I was trying to play along with the bit. I don't even know. I don't even remember what it was called. But somebody texted me and said, hey, Jeff Hardig, our IT guy, sent me the link for the app, and I don't remember what it was called. But
gotcha.
Yeah. Well, okay. You attend. What are you growing in the garden?
Yeah, well, I grow Concord grapes, strawberries, tomatoes, and I can them and make jellies.
Yeah. I got some basil and cilantro going in the backyard. I got a batch of cucumbers coming in, Becky.
Yummy.
I'll send you one. All right, thank you. You can feed it to the raccoon since it's an orphan. All right, thank you. Prettyscale.com was the website for people who are interested in that.
I'm downloading an app, and I guess you just take a picture and it tells you.
Okay. You see Kevin Spacey's coming back to movie theaters this summer?
How is that?
I don't even understand
this. It's a 2-year-old movie that they are not going to pay to have him recast because the thing's been sitting on a shelf. This is supposed to be like a more intense version of Wolf of Wall Street. It's called Billionaires Boys Club. And it's been on the shelf for 2 years. It's got that Ansel Elgort in it.
Love him.
From Baby Driver.
Well, yeah, they were together on Baby Driver.
They were. Kevin Spacey's got a beard in the film. but it's going to be in theaters this summer, July 19th. Spacey is real-life con man Ron Levin. It's based on a true story. He's in the trailers. It says Academy Award winner Kevin Spacey. But he's wearing a beard and glasses in the thing. I'm telling you.
But he's not going to do any press or anything for it.
Probably not, but this is going to be the first step on the road to return.
Well, I told you
Once
yesterday.
they dip your toe back in that pool
I told
and people
you guys
get...
this was going to happen.
Well, no, I know. I'm not saying it. I didn't say at the time.
What you guys said.
What do we say?
You guys said, no, there's no coming back from this. I said, give it 5 years. Everyone's going to forget about this. We're a very forgiving society. I said...
Yeah, we're a real forgiving society.
It is. After
when
a long
did we
period of
say
time.
he was never coming back? I don't say always and never. Just in general.
You did.
I think it's unlikely that he'll come back. I think they're just putting this one out there. I don't think people are going to go see it.
Because it's already, they've spent the money.
Yeah, they already have it, and there's other actors in it, so they're just like, yeah, we got to put it out.
But also, was Kevin Spacey ever officially... I feel like because he was at the beginning of that whole wave, that he went away. But, like, Harvey Weinstein has been arrested. Harvey
For sure.
Weinstein will go to jail,
Yeah.
right? Wasn't Kevin Spacey just accusations?
Well, I think it was past the
Statute of limitations?
Yes, statute of limitations. I
Right,
think
but
it was
he
past that.
wasn't accused of, like, raping anyone,
was
he? Groping.
He was accused by the one guy of, like...
Like he roofied him in a pool or something?
using his influence when the kid was underage. To have consensual sex, but the kid was underage.
Did you see the latest allegations today?
Kate Upton?
No, Jamie Foxx.
Really?
Slapped someone with his penis.
I read that he denied that. He said he
did
didn't
deny
slap.
it, but...
The head of... I mentioned Kate Upton
Yes,
because...
with the head.
The head of Guess stepped down because Kate Upton said that he groped him. That George Marciano. I think he's the head of Guess. I thought I got a thing that said that Jamie Foxx denies...
Well, he did.
Slapping you with penis.
You don't admit to that.
Yes, you do. That your penis is so big you could slap somebody with it?
No,
I would
that's
admit
not
to
what
that
happened.
immediately. I go, yes.
Well, no,
I
'cause it's
unwrapped
still
it.
assault.
I unwrapped it from my ankle and then I slapped her with it.
He was hanging upside down in Django and tickling his nose.
Yeah. Jamie Foxx denies slapping woman with penis. Wait. He denies slapping a woman with a penis?
Yes.
Well, she had a penis and he slapped her?
No, his penis.
Oh,
His penis to slap. Yeah.
Right. Denies slapping woman in the face with penis. I'd slap her too if I found out she had a penis. I paid $500 for this. That's under false pretenses.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx being accused of sexual assault 16 years ago in Vegas.
Why do you come forward now? Like, what are you so afraid of to come forward about Jamie Foxx doing that 16 years ago?
He allegedly tried to get her to perform oral sex. She claims when she refused, he struck her in the face with his penis, which means she was already down there.
Yeah. Well, he could have pushed her down there.
Probably stunk. She was like, never mind.
Yeah, what if it was uncut? I'd be like, I'm done.
He emphatically denies that this incident ever occurred,
What
and he
a
will
crazy thing to make up, though.
filing a report with the Las Vegas Police Department. Hey, Katie Holmes could come to his defense, go, if anybody's going to get slapped in the face with Jamie Foxx's wiener, it's going to be me. And he's never done that to me.
She probably likes the extra seasoning.
What does that mean?
All the sauce that he has down there from the uncut.
But you don't know
But
that he's uncut.
His penis was in Django.
Was it?
Yeah.
There's news of him online anyways.
He whipped it out in Django? I don't
He didn't
remember
whip
that.
it out. He was tied naked upside down.
I don't remember that.
No.
Oh, okay.
I guess
I guess you really paid attention to that,
I
didn't
just
you?
remember we were in the...
I recall
We got
Jamie
to-
Foxx's penis.
We got to the theater kind of late, and we were in like the second or third row, so it was really big on the screen. Because I remember seeing it in the theater and then watching it on DVD and being like, oh, that's a very different, like it was like way shadowy.
It wasn't 20 feet tall.
But yeah, when it's on the big screen, you're like,
So it's
that's a
big-
big
it's
old...
big?
Well, it was gigantic on the screen. but-
I remember
yeah.
when in Get Rich or Die Trying, the shower scene where 50 Cent got fully nude. And I thought, I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, an actual like big time rapper is going to willingly get naked on screen and have like a naked shower fight.
I can't believe somebody actually saw that movie.
Get Rich or
I'm
Die
more
Trying?
amazed at that. You actually saw that movie?
Yeah.
Oof.
And I slow
I can imagine to be kind of traumatizing if someone keeps trying to push it in.
Yeah. Accuser claims that she was motivated by the Me Too movement. Cha-ching.
But when?
Recently. She was motivated recently.
Maybe she just came out of a coma from... She
what
was
are you
struck by the
waiting for?
penis, went into a coma, just now woke up, and she's like, I have a story to tell.
Yeah.
I mean, It's quite a story to just make up.
I believe it. Why?
I believe it.
Yeah, I believe it.
I believe it too.
I don't think.
I think it's in different contexts, though.
Yeah.
And I could totally see some douche doing that.
I know some people that have had that happen.
You know people who have been slapped in the face with a penis?
Mm-hmm.
Who?
Friends.
And how did they describe the account to you?
The guy did it as a joke. Like he went down and then.
These are two dudes.
He had like, you know.
It's the old mushroom stamp.
And yeah, the guy was gonna go, you know.
Yeah, I mean.
Perform, and then
I'm not saying I haven't been there, but it wasn't against my will.
It was like thump, 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 and the guy just walked away. And he thought
I've
it was
never
funny.
done that. That wouldn't be funny to me. Like when somebody's down there, it's like I consider
I want them
it,
to be nice to it.
It's such a gross thing for a straight woman or a gay man to have to do. That if you're down there, I appreciate you.
Just let it go.
I really do. I'm not fooling around with it. I'm not trying to do balloon animals. I'm not playing. I'm not smack.
But I tell
These
you,
dudes that get it, like just.
If you know somebody like that, then
let
it's
her do
fine.
it. She's doing you a favor. It's awful.
Yeah, I can
down there.
tell you it's never appreciated. You know, no one's like, oh gosh, I'm so glad you did that. Thank you.
But it was funny.
Oh, I sent cards to everyone who ever did it to me.
No, I mean the slap.
Find the humor in it. If you know somebody like that,
It doesn't sound like your friends thought it was funny.
He did say it. He laughed about it. He was just like, yeah, I was. You know,
I mean, it
blah, blah,
is
blah.
funny. It's hilarious.
And then I get
until it happens
yeah,
to you.
I get close to it. He's getting ready to do his thing, and it was just like clunk, clunk, clunk right on the cheek. I was. He was like, "Did you just smack me with your penis?"
Alan, if this happened in Vegas, how do we know about it? Doesn't that girl know the rule? Right. Oh man, she's breaking protocol. Yeah, well.
I don't know what will come from that.
Jamie.
Yeah, anyway.
But I don't think Kevin Spacey should be back in the movies. I don't think they should air this movie.
Well, again, it's
And
been
if I'm
on.
Ansel Elgort, I don't want to do any press for this movie because everyone that's associated with the film
they get
is going to get
looped in with him.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to say, well, are you cool with the fact that they're releasing this film with Kevin Spacey in it? And they're going to have to answer that the entire press tour.
Yeah.
Screw
and
that.
it just gives you an opportunity to say something wrong.
Yes.
Or to have something taken out of context.
I wouldn't want
and they
any
go,
part of that.
Ansel Elgort defends Kevin Spacey.
Exactly.
Something like that, yeah.
Jim in Kapau, Hawaii. Is it Kapau?
It would be Kapa, Hawaii.
Kapuya. Are you on the Big Island?
I am not. I am on Kauai.
Kauai. Wait, Kapa is on Kauai?
Yes, sir.
Is that with King Kamehameha?
I don't know who
He
that
doesn't know
guy
where
is.
he is.
Kapuya!
Are you lying? Are you down the street here in Independence and just saying you're calling from Hawaii because I can't check?
No, I'm not lying.
What time is it over there then?
Yeah, what time is it? I don't know either. So
It is currently 10:04 in the morning.
What?
How is 4:06 here?
Wait a second. Are we on the same planet? There's that big of a time difference between Hawaii and here? I thought they were still on West Coast time.
No.
Oh, they're
like
not?
6 hours different.
Oh, they're like on Japanese time.
I think
almost.
that checks out. 'Cause
Okay.
4 hours would be noon.
Well, I believe him. What do I care? What's up, Jim?
Nothing, man. I just wanted to get on that list of bureau chiefs.
Ooh!
You called the right show because we're the ones that have it.
Yeah, right. So what?
That's the whole reason I moved. That's the whole reason I moved out here. Is just so I could be a bureau chief.
Honey, I've got to get away from you because I don't want to pay child support and I want to be a bureau chief. How do you spell Kapau? Is it Kapau?
It's Kapaa.
Kapa.
Yes, sir.
AA, Hawaii. And you're on Hawaii?
Yes, sir.
He's laughing. What do you
Not
do?
me.
What do you, Jim, son of a bitch? What do you do out there, Jim?
I do heating and air conditioning.
Oh yeah, I bet there's a lot of heating work on Hawaii.
Oh yeah.
You mean you do
big
air
time.
conditioning? Right.
Yeah, predominantly.
Right. He puts the AC and HVAC. Right. Okay. And there was none of that work around here? Or you were like, screw it, I'm going to Hawaii.
Well, yeah, there was that work around there, and then I got the opportunity, and I'm 23, so I was like, dude, why not?
Yeah, of course. Good for you. Mary Santora was just out there too, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Where was she?
She was,
Honolulu
yeah.
or Maui or something?
I don't know. We can ask her.
We'll ask her. Kapa, Hawaii. Okay, Jim, I'll put you on the map, all right?
All right, man. Thanks.
Thank you,
Much
sir.
love, guys.
Aloha. All right, mahalo. Whatever. Okay, thank you. There's Jim in Kapa, Hawaii. He joins. We have a handful of Bureau Chiefs in Hawaii.
Man, I'd love to go, but that flight's long.
We've got Nick in Lahaina. I've never been there. My wife spent the millennium there with food poisoning.
My mom was
Damn.
just there like a month or so ago.
Your mom was in Hawaii?
Yeah, she went out there with some of her sisters.
Mormon friends or actual sisters?
Like actual sisters.
Yeah.
Like, how do
sisters
they-
and cousins.
How do
stuff.
they let loose and have fun? Because if they can't drink,
I don't know.
You're surrounded by beaches. You don't have to drink.
Yeah, they had a good time. They went to shows, and there's a lot of there's a lot of fun touristy things to do.
It is Hawaii, okay?
They enjoyed
Now,
themselves.
are they judging the women in the coconut bras and grass skirts?
No, they were there just cutting loose and being,
Does your mom have
having
an
a good time.
alter ego like Puka Shelley or something like
No,
that?
I don't think so.
All right.
a sober vacation, no siree, Bob.
You should try it sometime. Try a sober vacation.
People do it all the time.
I gotta afford a vacation first.
Yeah, so why spend the extra money on the booze?
Save money by not drinking booze.
There you go.
Or you
go
to
on vacation.
all-inclusive resort, and then it's included.
Yeah, but those are the resorts where they're like poisoning your drink. They're using alcohol from.
Gonna die in the bottom of the pool.
Yeah, God knows where. TJ listens in Honolulu too, so we've got people on the islands.
Sounds so pleasant.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to go. It's just I don't
passport
know when
required.
I would go.
Yeah, true. No passport either.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I've got a break. Our friend Mary Santora, the aforementioned, will join us shortly. I'll have tickets for you as well for that Resurrection tour with Puddle of Mud, Saliva, and some special guests. They'll play August 16th at the Akron Civic Theater. 35192 if you want to text or get to us at AlanCoxShow.com.
It's the Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Sign in the DMs. Have you ever made a fake account in order to defend yourself? Because apparently that is more common than I thought it was.
Not to defend myself, but to creep on boys.
Okay, so you're not doing it, you're just doing it to kind of stalk people?
I would catfish people. Like
Okay.
I would know, like it would be like this was in middle school, by the way, so
Okay.
back in the MySpace days. But
Okay, all right, well that is definitely
I'm more mature
important,
now.
yeah.
I wouldn't do that, but like I would be friends
But
with
the
theirs.
fact that you did it in middle school shows how messed up the people that do this as adults are.
Yes, no, it's people who are very insecure and they can't defend their argument, so then they're gonna create a troll profile and discredit everything you say and then co-sign with them.
All right, so the reason I bring this up is there is Brian Colangelo, who is the president of basketball, GM, whatever he is, for the Philadelphia 76ers. There's a story out last night about him having a few different accounts like this. And then there's other NBA players that have been caught like this. Kevin Durant had this. And there's people that suspect that this is a pretty common thing amongst coaches and players and GMs where...
For what reason, though?
Because they're defending because they want to look like they're above arguing with people in the replies and stuff, but they're not. They're really bothered by what people say, and so they make these fake accounts so they can get in there and defend their own honor, but make it look like they have fans that are doing it.
I honestly think if I was a person of status, like if I was a celebrity, something like that, I would have someone tweet for me. Like I would want to post. I would want to be engaged with social media. Like when I post a nice outfit and like me going out for something, and I take a picture to Instagram, I would want to see the comments. But then after I get my initial look and just see what the
overall status is.
Yep, I'm gonna give it right back to my
I'm
publicist.
done now. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because. Like, you don't have to fool yourself with it. We have to fool with it because it's a part of our job, and, we want to be cheeky, and, you never know what tweet might go viral, but that's just the same thing. You don't know which tweet could go viral.
Right.
Like, it could be something that you don't want to go viral, and then here you are.
And you're in trouble, and you lose your TV show.
Yeah, but, like, if you're a celebrity, what do you need to do that for? Like, I would use my Twitter for, like, charity stuff, like, hey, I got $1 million for, the first person that picks up trash along the highway there or something like that. I don't know.
I just think it's also so easy to not engage, and the results are better.
No, sometimes. No, because people think they know it all. I mean, we deal with this.
Right,
they think they know everything, and then you're like,
let them think it. Let them think it. And once in a while, I'll clap back at someone. But for the most part...
If I have a good one.
even like, yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna do it with a lame one. I'm not gonna be like, no, gotcha. But I'll clap back at people from time to time. But most of the time, people don't know what they're talking about, or they're just trying to get into an argument that's gonna go nowhere. And that's why most of the time, if I'm arguing with someone, it's about something dumb like sports itself. Like not even like the greatest team of all time. Like I was arguing with someone about Kevin Durant and Jeff Green and just kind of trolling Kevin Durant while propping up Jeff Green because I like Jeff Green's story. He's a player for the Cavs. He had open heart surgery when in 2012, was never supposed to play again, and made it back and is now in the NBA Finals. Great story.
Everyone loves an underdog.
Yeah. So that's something that I don't mind arguing about. But I'm not going to argue about politics. I'm not going to argue about Roseanne or anything like that. It's all out there. You know what I think. I'll put out what I think, but that's it. And people will try and bait you into stuff, and it's too transparent what they're trying to do, and I just don't fall for it.
Yeah, at a certain point, like I don't block people, so I've said that before. I will never give someone the satisfaction of getting to me, so I don't care. I will mute you though. Like it's a punk way out, but like I just don't need the negativity on my feed. So people can see what you're tweeting, and they'll call you a douchebag or whatever. But you're not gonna get any reaction from me because I just won't view it. Like I just don't care. There's nothing so vile you can say to me. I take it.
I think it's so funny when people will hate on us because there's a few different accounts that go after all of us all the time, and I just don't even pay attention. I don't reply to them.
It's flattery though.
It's ridiculous. Like, if you hate the show so much, what are you, like, why are you engaging?
But it's always some dude with, like, 19 followers. I'm like,
right,
okay.
But I don't, even if he had 100,000 followers, I wouldn't care.
To make it worse, I love the ones, like, if you follow me and you hate me, then you're a secret fan. But if you are someone who doesn't follow me and you hate me, then you're a super fan because you still know my handle. You have to like know at Radio Cody B. Like you gotta
type it in. You gotta go searching for it.
You gotta find me to at me, bro. Yeah. Like it's one thing if you talk about me because I'll never see it. So there's that. But I always get the same guy with the same 4 followers that that, and I do a creep because I'm like, oh, you don't even follow me, and so you seek me out. Like, you want me to know.
I don't even creep on him. I don't.
I think it's funny. I'm like,
I just think it's. It is kind of flattering because you go, oh look, this person cares so much.
Took time out of their
day. That they hate us. They don't like anything we do, but we are all that consumes their life.
It's like I'm getting under your skin. Like I'm like, ooh, you let me in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start infecting.
Ugh. Poor choice of words. Hey everybody, welcome to back room edition of Siding in the DMs. This is where Poundcake eats his lunch.
Yeah, because I'm clearly not allowed to eat in the studio, so this is my lunch area, all secluded and sequestered off, and no one bothers me.
And they put the different tents out here to dry out and stuff.
Yeah, this is where computers and chairs go to die.
Yes, it is.
I look really tan. I really do like this window. This lighting is legit.
This is good. This is good. I look very white, so it's telling the truth. You had a hosting gig this weekend?
An MC gig. I had my first wedding, and a couple was very lovely, very beautiful, evenly matched, so that was great. But
what do you mean evenly matched?
They both, equaled each other out.
Like they're the same amount of attractiveness?
They're in each other's league.
Okay.
Because sometimes
you're like,
you guys judge. Yeah. You guys know you judge. If you see like a hot wife or like a hot guy, you're like, Like,
that's my whole life.
Guy has a lot of money. He's packing some heat, or the girl is like, oh, she's settling. You just judge. We judge, but they were evenly matched. They were beautiful.
That's what I get. I get the girls that like people are like, oh, she's settling. She just wants someone that
she just wants someone to be there, and that's not gonna cheat. Yeah. But
and then I show them what's wrong.
You're a dog. You're what mothers warn their daughters about. What dads warn their daughters about. But want to know the best part of the night?
What's that?
You know how like we've been to weddings where they have the dinner, but they have like the after dinner snack before everyone leaves. Guess what their snack was?
Tacos, burritos,
Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
They brought in. It was like by the truckload. They brought in like it was like just dumped like hundreds of sandwiches like on the table. And me being me, I couldn't take my eyes off of it. I'm sitting there trying to MC, and then I'm like y'all are aware that there's Chick-fil-A over there. They're like, oh yeah, there's Chick-fil-A over there. I'm like, white people like Chick-fil-A's over there. Like, there's Chick-fil-A.
It's free. You can go get it. Well, I was at an event in Menor, and the food vendor was Chick-fil-A, and they ran out of sandwiches and had to bring a bunch more in, like halfway through the show.
That's amazing. I saw that. That was a really nice venue. People out there picnicking and doing stuff like that.
The Menor Civic Amphitheater is gorgeous. It's state of the art.
It looks like it.
It was so much fun.
What old lady showed you her boobs?
It wasn't me that I got. She didn't show me her boobs. She showed Jeff Davis, the guy that was hosting, her boobs, and it wasn't even just her boobs. She had like prosthetic boobs that she pulled out of her bra. It was hilarious. It was on Mary's Instagram story. I think it's gone now because those things expire.
24 hours.
But it was such a ridiculous, because like it looked like she was. I was backstage, and then I was like, "What is going on?" And then all of a sudden, she pulls out these prosthetic titties, and just everybody was cheering and going crazy for it.
Yeah, all things considered, with everything we did, I worked 7 days a week last week, so that was like 7 days. I'm like dead. Like,
well, one of your days was foot golf, so that's.
It was still work.
It was relaxing and fun.
We'll get to that on the show.
Yeah, I thought it was very fun. It's my favorite event that we do, honestly.
But with that being said, like, I got to prep for Pride this weekend, so Columbus Pride.
Did anything else happen with just the hosting? Just Chick-fil-A? That's the emceeing?
Oh, that was my highlight. It was great. Yeah. Everything else went swell.
Mm-hmm. You put a good word in with Hazel for me?
You saying names on here? Yeah, we'll talk about that.
All right. Well, that's fine. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Speaking of some unchristian-like behavior, a lot of right-wing snowflakes are whining about Michelle Wolf hosting the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
She was just on fire.
Everyone flipping out. The reason people are pissed, I can only assume, is because all the jokes were true.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, this is an event to celebrate the First Amendment, so nevertheless.
How do they hate people who are vulgar, but they love the President of the United States?
Well, because they don't hate people that are vulgar. They hate people that disagree with them.
Hey,
right.
She's just telling it like it is. I think you guys would love that if you were in a Trump, right?
Yeah.
Elk & Elk has won over $1 billion for their injured clients. Call 1-800-ELK, Ohio. A water main break in Broadview Heights on Broadview Road. It's closed between 82 and Royalwood. Could stay shut down until tomorrow. Stop and go on 40 westbound Warrensville Center over to Lee, and you've got slowdowns on 271 South Richmond to Rockside. I'm Faith in the Traffic Center.
This report is brought to you by Monroe Muffler Brake and Service.
Come on, Shannon, we're going to be late for your soccer game.
No!
It's the oil pressure light.
Don't let car trouble stand in your way. The pros at Monroe Muffler Brake know your car's maintenance requirements. Right now, get an oil change for just $14.99. Visit monro.com.
Alexa, play The Alan Cox Show on iHeartRadio.
Getting the latest episode of The Alan Cox Show. Here it is from iHeartRadio.
Wherever you are, so are we. The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS.
It's time to give. It's time to give stuff away.
All right, a couple of tickets for you to check out the Resurrection Tour. That'll go down Thursday night, August the 16th at the Akron Civic Theater. It's Puddle of Mud and Saliva with special guests Soil, Tantric, and Shallow Side. There you go. Caller 14. These tickets are yours. Good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
Celebrating 25 years of sounding remotely likable.
Not like them.
Kinda. The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS.
35192, you want to text? Boy, I thought our listeners in Hawaii would be more chill. They're all texting me to school that kid who called. They're like, that dude must have just moved there. It's Kapa'a. There's an apostrophe in there. Kapa'a, Hawaii. That's what Darren and some other people who are bureau chiefs in Hawaii.
I think he did say he did just move there.
Kapa'a. So. Yeah, he did. Right. But,
He's got to learn the language.
Like the infighting. Hey, Mary Santora's here.
Hi, guys.
Hi, what's going on?
What's going on?
There's a bit of confusion back among our programming and sales staff this morning because they heard that you were going to be in today. And so I was barraged with emails. Is Mary in for Erica? Is Erica out again? I'm like, just listen to what I say and pay attention. She's just coming in to say hi.
Just coming in for
and
a
talk
minute.
about something that's right.
Yes.
But for a while, Mary was, we had Merry Mondays.
Those were fun.
I still have Merry Mondays.
Oh, yeah, Erica gets
The
Merry Mondays
Bachelorette.
now.
Yeah.
That's what happens. We live tweet The Bachelorette.
Well, technically, anyone can have Merry Mondays if they follow us.
That's true. At CLE Bachelorette on Twitter.
That's right.
Oh, my goodness. Really?
I'm not putting
No
that
ding
in
on
the
that
lower
one?
third.
No.
How long is the season for The Bachelorette?
I don't even know.
I don't know either.
Now,
12 weeks? I don't know.
what will the two of you move on to after that? Because obviously you're not going to want to end this.
I don't know.
these-
Obviously, Bachelor in Paradise.
I mean,
right, that one.
as you become two female titans of Twitter, you're not going to want to stop this.
I wouldn't. I
You get to
wouldn't
create-
speak with such disdain, Alan. We have 217 followers. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, look, that's good.
For creating it a week ago.
That means 217 people said, "Oh, I got to see what these two are doing."
Yeah, and I feel sorry for them.
I got to see what these two are live tweeting about The Bachelorette. But yeah, so the next show will be what? But you'll have to create a Twitter account for each one of these stupid shows you're
we'll
going to
just
watch.
keep it Cleveland Bachelorette,
Yeah. Oh, you
and then just be the Cleveland Bachelorettes tweeting about whatever.
Okay.
Duh.
There's a new one called The Proposal coming out.
Oh, geez, this thing.
Did
It
you?
looks so stupid.
Speaking of proposals,
Ready.
did you, Erica, propose this Monday night convo with you and Mary at Casa Lauren? Or did Mary propose this? Because I have a
I
theory.
don't remember.
I was talking about live tweeting it with my mom. My mom and I watched the first episode, and I was like all hopped up because I'm like, this is such a stupid show. And then of course you watch one, and then you're addicted, and I can't stop watching it. And then I don't remember if you. I don't know.
Yeah,
what
maybe
we
I
should
was like,
do.
hey, maybe we should actually do this.
Or we should watch it together.
Yeah.
And then it was my idea to come up with the Twitter. That was me. I was like, dude, we should create our own Twitter account.
I'm like, oh, she's taking this seriously.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Because I had a theory that Mary felt a little guilty about coming in as often as she did, even though I asked her to do it. I have a feeling that she felt guilty filling in for you as much as she did, and so perhaps she felt compelled to cozy up to you so
No.
that you wouldn't think there
We've
were
been
any hard
friends
feelings.
for a while.
But that's
AZ,
different. That's
since
different, though.
AZAF.
That's different. When somebody's horning in on your professional territory, that's very different.
I didn't feel that way though. I think people wanted that to be the case, that
There
like,
was
we're pitted
some-
against each other, but like we're friends.
There was some perceived animosity. I told people nothing could be further from the truth, but I was
No,
being
God, no.
diplomatic. For what I would have really liked was for there to be actual animosity between the two of you. That would have made for much better radio.
She was
Right?
over at my house taking care of me. You know, she's.
This is what I mean. I think she felt guilty, and she moved into Florence Nightingale territory.
That's
I think she
what
wanted you.
I know.
I think she wanted you to have no indication whatsoever.
The listeners want two things. They want you two to fight. They want Mary and Erica to hate each other, and they want Mary and I to date.
And neither
they
of
want
those
Bill
things
and
are
I
ever
to
going to
kiss.
happen.
Even though,
Yeah,
even though Mary dreams about it, it's not going to happen.
Oh my God, we're gonna bring this up. I should have never told you that. I had a
Hey, Erica
dream.
dreams about Jeffrey LaRoque,
Yeah.
so I think you're
Oh,
all
did
on the
you
same
really?
page.
And she told the story, so
and I regret
man.
it.
I had a dream about Bill, and I texted him. I was like,
no.
"Oh no, I had this dream about you. It was the worst." And it was so gross.
It was so gross.
I can't even hold her
It
water.
was so gross.
It was so
Oh
gross.
my God.
It was.
That's not what you want to hear, Bill.
Well, it's because in her dream, there were certain things that were happening that are not actual factors in a real life situation.
okay.
He had a gross D.
I believe she said I had a whole bunch of moles.
A whole bunch of moles all over it.
Yeah, which is not how it looks.
I texted him the next day. I was like, dude, I'm so disturbed right now. Like, this is. And we hooked up at the station in like a closet.
Right, but
And-
let me be just very clear here, Bill, and you know this. I'm going to tell you this. The details of this dream come secondary to the fact that she was having the dream in the first place.
Okay,
all right?
what
but
I'm
it wasn't
saying.
Her
a
brain
pleasant
was
experience.
her brain was filling in
Well,
details.
finish the story.
Her brain was filling in these details as a way to protect her subconscious from her actual feelings.
That is exactly what Bill said. He's like, do you think that this happens that way? It just kind of puts to rest any feelings that we could date. And I'm like, no. I told him it was really bony. He said, I don't even want to talk about it. It's so gross.
It looked like a bony old man's finger.
No,
but
I
like,
said it looked like the hand of a man who had been working for 40 years.
Oh, yeah. And then she sent
It was
me
a calloused digit.
Chris Elliott's finger, like his weird
bunions.
hand in Scary Movie 2. Remember that?
Yeah.
No. Oh, it was gross.
What, like
Take
the tip
strong,
lit up?
my
or
strong
what?
hand, that guy.
Oh.
It was just so gross, and I was so uncomfortable about
But
it.
tell him what you did.
In the dream,
This
I still...
is how much game I have.
He doesn't have any game. I
In
felt
Mary's
bad.
dream, I had some game because even though I had this weird moly old man finger D, you still did one thing.
Yeah, and then he was like, when we were done, he was like, I'm late for the show, and just left me in a closet.
She gave me some lettuce, and I'm like, well, I gotta go.
And I was naked in a closet, and I couldn't leave because there was like salespeople walking around and stuff, and it was just, it was such a weird dream. And I texted him, I was like, I'm so uncomfortable right now, but it was really gross.
I can relate to having a subconscious that's super screwed up.
Yeah, it's
having a sex dream about Jeffrey. Like, I don't know where that comes from.
Well,
That's what I'm saying. It's a
or-
dark place in my mind.
Or anyone that you work with or know, because the next time you see them, you feel very weird,
Yeah.
even though they don't know what's going on.
Right.
And, you do, if you try to inject some levity into it, you'd be like, hey, I had a dream about you last night. But
Yeah.
you can't do that because they'll go, oh, what was it? And you're not
Yeah.
going to tell them. I mean, obviously, Mary and Bill know each other to do that. But, if you have a random dream about, let's say, Jeffrey LaRoque, or, a
I had a
sales...
sex dream about pound cake too.
A salesperson. So basically, you're having sex dreams about everybody you come in contact with.
I think it's just I think it's
Yeah.
proximity. I don't know.
You've never had one about me or Bill?
That she's
No,
told
you
us
don't,
about.
You don't want one with Bill. They're not great.
I was going to say,
They're not great.
the reviews are in with Mary.
Yeah,
so.
I haven't had one about Alan or Bill.
What did I do in this dream?
I told you. You didn't do anything.
Just like real life.
Did you hear how annoyed she was? You didn't even give me any.
Yeah, I'm like pissed. Come on.
That's great.
We got to know what he's doing.
Yeah, I don't know why those dreams happen, but
don't
they're
know
very
either.
disturbing and they should stop.
Dude, for real. I had texted him like that morning. I was like, oh, dude, this is woof.
And what's your reaction, Bill?
I thought it was
He
hilarious.
was like, I still pulled it off.
He's proud of himself.
I'm glad that Mary's coping with the feelings that she has.
Oh, please.
And understanding that it's not going to happen between us. And so she had to put, her subconscious had to step in and make sure that
Put any of it
it's
to
not,
rest.
we're not going to do it.
It was protecting her.
I mean, I will say I've never had a dream about someone that I did not have feelings for, like sexually, emotionally. Like I've never had a dream about someone just randomly. And
I
doing
have
a-
dreams
doing
about
a
random
sex
people
act.
all the time.
Oh, yeah, people that I haven't talked to or seen in 20
But
years.
your brain like fires something.
Yeah.
You
Were you
know?
once sexually
They're
attracted?
still in there.
Were you once sexually attracted to that person?
In the 3rd grade? No, I was not. No.
Maybe emotionally. Maybe she shared her graham crackers with you, and then,
Maybe.
You want some of my graham crackers, Mary?
I mean,
No, I don't want anything you have to offer.
that would be...
Keep your own lunch. We're not doing any.
Anything you have to
We're not doing
offer.
any tradesies. Nothing.
That's what his shorts looked like in the dream, like it was full of graham crackers.
Oh,
I think it's more likely she'll end up with Polk than anyone.
yeah, right. Polk and I have talked about getting grand kittens together if we ever were to breed our
Grand kittens?
Because he has a cat that he's obsessed with, and I have a cat that I'm obsessed with.
Yeah, you guys both need help.
Wait, I know.
You need lots and lots
I
of
laughed
help.
so hard the one day he was like, when he's like 20 years from now, when we eventually settle for each other, we each have too many cats. It's just gonna be one of those things where you live in opposite houses. And
I
just
got a
hang out.
handful of 90-year-old hookups that I'm waiting on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Those-
just like, just friends that I'm like, hey, when we're both 90 and lonely, that's when we get together.
That's saying that I was like, you're gonna make it to 90?
That's kind of the joke.
Oh, okay. Okay, I get it.
I don't actually have this in my phone like a date set. Like
You should.
This is when we're doing it.
Oh, I
put it
just
in the
read about
will.
these two people that did one of those. Hey, if we're both single and 50, we'll hook up. They got married.
Really? Are they happy?
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, they're married, so draw your own conclusions. But I mean, they went through with it. They were like, hey, we're, single, and we said we'd do it when we were 50.
But were they trying to sabotage themselves?
No, you've never made that kind of a pact with somebody?
And I think if you're good friends with someone, you'll at least get along,
Right, right.
I had one of those pacts for a while.
But I feel like if you have a backup plan, that you're not really going to go full force with your original plan, which is to find someone. You're like, oh, well.
I don't
I'm
think
not-
that's true.
I'm not really pressing because I know if I have a fallback plan, I know good old Jim, good reliable Jim
Good
will be
old
there.
No, I think you're the only person who just, like, plan B is actually plan A. you don't want plan B. That's never best case scenario.
Right.
Kimberly Dean turned 50, and Friday she will marry her partner and childhood friend Ron Palmer, per the promise they made years ago.
I hate when someone calls someone else their partner.
Why?
Me too.
Because it takes the romance out of it. Even when like gay guys call this is my partner. Why don't you say like
your husband,
it's my
boyfriend.
husband, my lover, my boyfriend,
Lover.
I think I like partner better
I like
than
partner.
lover.
Yeah, it's more than romantic. Partner is the full bug.
That's like they go through the garbage with you too.
Right.
They're
They
a
say,
partner.
they say if you say this is my lover, that's not somebody that's like helping you pay the
Ew.
water bill. You know what I mean?
Lovers, I picture like 60-year-olds like this is my lover.
No, I think
like
a pound cake.
Like
he
old-
says he wants to indulge in a lover this
No.
weekend.
I picture like old hippie couples.
Yeah, old hippie couples. That's what I like. Woodstock.
Where they both like they start to look like each other. They just have like long gray hair,
and they have a dog that looks like them too. Somehow.
like an Afghan. Like,
Yeah, that's what a lover is.
Partner just I don't know. Partner seems weird to me. Like a business partner is a partner. I don't know.
Well, that's a business partner.
Right.
That's why it's business.
A
But if it's a
life
life
partner.
partner,
This
right.
is my life partner.
Partner.
We do life together.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what it is.
The thing that makes me laugh is that absolutely sounds like something you would have on a ceramic dish.
For sure.
Doesn't it?
I own
life
the dish.
partners. Or one says life, one says partners.
Or it's like it's partners, and then it's got like a different word, like proud adults, like just a different for each letter. There's a different
An
word
acronym
explaining
for
it.
something
yeah.
gross.
Oh god.
Those poems, those stick poems. I
hate that. I used to come.
Then he artfully covered my back with melted butter and cloves. And until the flies and ants came, methinks it was the finest love-making the world had ever known.
Are you listening, Dave? Yeah, I'm just tired, that's all.
Is that the professors Virginia and Roger Clavin?
Oh, what a surprise! It's our dear friend, Barbara Hernandez.
Yes.
Hernandez.
Barbara, what brings you to the prestigious Wellesley Arms?
The usual. Quiet strolls, family-style dining, archery.
Drew Barrymore.
Archery.
Foxy.
And Will Ferrell cracking up the entire bit.
Hello, lover. Yeah.
Gross.
Mary tweeted a thing about being hangry.
Oh yeah, I'm trying this new intermittent
Science has figured that
fasting.
out, by the way.
What? Why you get angry
Yeah,
when
why
you're hungry?
why you get hangry? Yeah.
It's like is it like a deficiency thing? Like you need vitamin C or something?
Just when your body knows that you should eat, you just start to store up more unpleasant emotions. Certainly
Really?
doesn't sound like something that was required science to find.
Yeah.
We'd probably figure it
Right.
out, but
when your body releases endorphins when you eat something that you find delicious.
that's why I only
Sugar and
eat
stuff.
endorphin-free tuna.
Oh.
Because it's I try to be good for the environment. But you were talking about bored and hungry.
Yeah, well, that's like, because if I'm slow at work, I'm like, I don't know if I'm hungry and I just smell food or if it's like I'm bored or I don't know what it is, but it drives me nuts. Bungry is what you call it. It's just so
Yeah, you got to make
gross.
bungry happen.
That's like, is that not the grossest sounding word ever?
That's
what
how you'll
don't
stay.
you think is gross? You think partners or lovers is gross. You
Lovers who are bungry with Molly D's. Those are things that are gross to me.
Molly D, though, was an underrated rapper in early 80s New York hip hop.
My name's Molly D, and I'm here
To say, I got new sneakers in a Nashua way. Yes.
I also think too, like when you work in a restaurant, the occasional smell will just get you. Like,
It's always hot wings. They make my mouth water every time I smell hot wings.
when I worked at City Tap, it was the corn dogs, the mini corn dogs. It was like that sweet fried smell, like almost like a funnel cake smell. I would eat before I got there, and I'm like, but am I still hungry?
It's
but
the
do
worst.
I need miniature corn dogs?
Oh yeah, we were so slow, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I cannot tell if because I had eaten a couple hours like before, like 2 or 3 hours before, not like, enough time that I could have been hungry again, but I also just had nothing else going on. Like if there were people there, I probably wouldn't have focused on it.
The irony is when you get home and you smell your clothes, and it smells like all the foods and beer, you're like, ugh, nasty.
No way.
Well, and I slept with an ugly guy in the rebound, and I have a recurring dream that he's trying to blackmail into sleeping with him again by threatening to tell everyone that we slept together the first time.
That's real life.
That's like a real Ocean's 11 type
Yeah.
situation going on.
Everyone has some shame slams. Like there's
For sure.
I slept with like Sid from Ice Age. Like I've had some ugly people.
Sid
Who is Sid from
What
Ice
a
Age?
specific reference.
Sid
Doesn't
from
anybody
Ice
love
Age.
me? This is Sid the Sloth. He's got the lisp and everything. Doesn't anybody care about Sid the Sloth?
Sid the Sloth.
Yeah, that's how he talks. He's a sloth.
Alan, I'll take Mary out. How does she feel about sushi and laser tag?
I'm allergic to shellfish and don't like to exercise for fun.
Sounds like a great date for you, then.
There's your
Laser
answer,
tag.
sir or madam.
Also, she isn't 12, so laser
Yeah.
tag probably not the best date.
I've been to laser tag once. I have to go paintballing for like a trainer.
I love
outing for
paintball. I used to
work.
play paintball all the time.
It hurts.
I
It's
love it.
something that does
There's
not.
no way around it.
It's fun.
It's painful.
Yeah.
And I'm not very fast.
You got armor and stuff like.
No,
you
you
can
wear
have
armor.
You can have armor. They have suits now.
No, they have vests and helmets so
But
that your head doesn't
inevitably,
get
if you
hit.
get hit in your arm or
Yeah.
your leg, it's gonna bruise
Yep.
and it hurts.
And they'll hit you. Inevitably, they'll hit you in the one spot you don't have.
Oh, yeah, like your
covered.
neck.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, right.
But if you go to like
It's fun, though.
Armpit.
if you go to swings and things or good times, like don't they like slow
That's
some?
not the same.
But I'm just saying, if you go to a place like that, it's not gonna hurt as bad because they'll.
Listen, paintball hurts. When you get hit with a paintball, it hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But that's
it's
part of the
still
fun.
the same gun.
Part of the fun.
You know what a good first date is? Dave and Buster's, because it kind of like it breaks the ice because you can kind of play your own games. You can play games together,
Yeah.
compete against each other,
yeah.
Drink.
drink alcohol,
Or even high voltage indoor karting, Bill.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, they're out there in Medina.
Yeah.
Oh,
then
boy.
you don't even have to talk to the person.
Right. Just race each other.
Crash into each other while the Dave Matthews Band plays quietly in the background.
Speaking of drinks, 15 days without one over here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Is that good or bad?
that's
That's
killing my
good.
vibe. I'm trying to live vicariously through you.
I know. I showed up last week and Erica's like, "Do you want something to drink?" I'm like, "No, I'm taking some time off." And it's been over 2 weeks, so I feel very proud. Well, thank you for your support, Alan.
Well, I didn't know if you were complaining or bragging.
Bragging.
Bragging. Yeah.
Totally bragging.
Yeah.
Thank
Mary
you.
Santora,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank you.
How many days?
Yeah, 15.
15. Now, how many do you have a goal in mind?
I honestly want to see if I can go through the end of the year.
Oh hell!
I know that's a lot. I know
There's
that's a
no
lot.
way that's
When
happening.
I was on my
I know. I just want to take like, excuse me. So like, I got this place in Rocky. I got the place in Rocky River. So I got yay. Let's go more.
You're Mary turning her life around.
I'm trying to turn my life around. The Ellen Cox Show comedy tour weekend was a rough one for me. I apologize to anyone who saw me at the after parties.
Well, the drinking was rough.
Right.
The shows.
The shows were great.
Yeah.
The partying was too much. And then I did a psychedelic drug by myself on Sunday and had like a come to Jesus moment where I was like,
You saw the Grim
You
Reaper.
actually
maybe-
met Jesus.
I was like, maybe we slow down a little bit, Mayor. And I did. It was so funny. I was like, since that day, I haven't really wanted to drink or anything. It's been awesome. It's been like I was texting Bill, I was like, been very emotional. But like,
Yeah, 'cause you have
in
to
a
feel them.
You have to feel
Yeah.
your emotions when there's
You're
no
not
booze.
numb.
That's why you had to sort through all those feelings that you had repressed from me. And I get it.
I did read online that when you stop drinking, you have nightmares. So that is probably one of those things.
Well, I applaud you for doing that because I remember last year I was on these antibiotics I was taking for my skin, and they told me I could not have it because it would give me like liver failure. I couldn't drink.
Oh, He was butthurt
I was
Betty for
so-
like the entire year.
And I would still have like a drink, and my doctor's like, "Hey, you need to slow your roll. Like you can have a drink, but you can't get drunk." And I'm like,
Right.
"Well, if I get drunk one night, like you had to make me." She was like, "Listen, you want your liver to fail? Go ahead and drink." And I still didn't stop drinking. So for you to do that for the end of the year, that was like 3 months. I couldn't go 3 months without drinking.
And like I said, it's only been 2 weeks, but it is one of those things where it's just like I just want to get myself back to zero and like start over in this new place. And
But
be in
you've
the right
done this
headspace.
before.
I've taken a couple months off before, yeah.
So you know you can do it.
I know I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just we're going through one of those phases right
Yeah.
now, and I'm enjoying it. I'm liking it. I get bored, which is bungry a lot, I guess. but-
Bungry.
Yeah.
Pound Cake was ordering mimosas without the champagne. He's like, "Can I get a mimosa without the champagne?"
Orange juice?
At a restaurant, they're like, "Yeah, would you like a glass of orange juice?" He's like,
gosh.
That's
yeah.
how deprived
A
I was.
champagneless no, I would like a Moscato-free mimosa, please.
Thank you.
Anything that was like remotely related to like a cocktail. I'm like, "Can I get a mocktail?" And they're like,
We went to
"Sure."
Lago, and he's like, "Do you guys have any non-alcoholic beverages?" And I'm like, "Listen," I like called the waiter over. I'm like, "Just every drink on the gun, put that into a
Right.
beverage.
Yeah.
Put an umbrella in it and a lime, and
Right.
tell them it's a
A
fancy
virgin
drink."
mimosa. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
called orange juice.
I couldn't
my
do it. I
gosh.
didn't realize how like reliant I was on alcohol to have fun
See, but
until
You were
You
stopping.
didn't? Of course you did. It's not like
You
that was a
knew.
surprise. Of course you knew. Everybody knows. That's why they go, I got to stop drinking.
But
I'm having too much fun, and I'm going to start having too much dangerous fun.
Yeah.
That's why people decide to stop drinking.
That was never me, though.
Not because they're worried about their liver.
Right, that's the difference though. You stopped because you had to. mine's a choice.
I know.
Yeah, but he didn't even stop. He's
Well,
like,
yeah.
the threat of liver failure did not stop him. He's like, you can live without a liver, right?
Only need one.
Doesn't it? If you take part of it, it'll just regenerate, right? Which is true.
I also like how he was like, you can bartend and not drink.
Yeah, there's a lot of places that don't let you do that.
Sometimes bartending makes you not want to drink.
Right.
What? Seeing people hammered, and I'm like, oh no, that's so me. Like that's the kicker. Is seeing someone just so drunk they can't handle themselves. I'm just like, oh man, I've been that. That
It's like
was
looking
me.
in a mirror.
Yeah, and when you see it from a sober standpoint, you're like, what a disaster.
You're like,
Get
who
it
hangs
together.
out with people like
right?
that?
I'm like, why do I have any friends at all?
Okay, I've got a break. You want to sit there, Mary? Or you want to?
Yes.
Okay, we'll talk about the show you're doing
Yes.
tonight. You sit there. You sit there and be good. Give me the top line thing for tonight. The Winchester. Are you doing a live album?
Yeah, we're doing a live album recording at the Winchester for Accidental Comedy. It's at 8 p.m. It's $10, and it's myself, John Bruton, Cody Cooper, Jimmy Graham, and Josh Morrow, and Mike Polk Jr. is hosting. So that lineup for $10 is absolutely incredible. 8 p.m. Winchester and Lakewood.
All right. Okay, we'll break. We'll return. If you want to get a text in, 35192, AlanCockShow.com for everything else.
So you were at work today, but Alan and I got to go and try out the new beer.
Oh, yeah, but I'm actually glad I didn't taste it yet. I want the surprise because, one...
Well, we didn't get the finished product. We had what's called a fermenter pull, so it's not quite there yet, and it doesn't have carbonation, but it was really cool, and it's pretty good.
So at what stage did you taste it? Like, what still needs to be added?
It's got to stay, like, in the jug or whatever, the barrel, for a couple more days.
Describing it so well.
Yeah, I know, right? I know my stuff. I know my beers. And it is an ale, by the way. It's called unmitigated ale. It's a rice ale. I said it was a lager. It's not a lager. It is a rice ale, so people can calm their tits.
I wish we have a can. Like, I wish we could get our own can.
That would be amazing. But
I know. We're asking too much. It was already enough to get our own beer. But yeah.
But it's really good. It's like a very drinkable but flavorful beer. Like, it's not like drinking a Bud Light. Like, it tastes good from what I had, and it's going to get a little bit more, like, hoppy as it ages. And
did you taste it and we were like, the unmitigated gall of this ale?
It was really good. Like, I chugged it. Like, it was easy to drink.
I'm excited now, so I get first dibs when we do get them in here, or when we are at the comedy show.
Yeah.
So thanks to Great Lakes. By the way, I was waiting till we're on air to see this, to say this. I like the floral pattern in your shirt. What are those little leaves?
I don't know. It's a shirt from Target, and just just trying to step up my game a little bit lately. Just trying to get a little nicer dressed in and stuff. But mostly it was because it was cold today. So
it was.
I went outside and I was just wearing a t-shirt, and I'm like, what the hell?
I was like,
it's May 11th, and I'm cold, and it's like coat jacket weather.
It's gonna
garbage.
be May. Yeah.
But here's what I want to talk about. What are those people that like know beer and stuff like that? What would you say is your one specialty? Like, what can you talk about and get like nerd deep on it, the way that some people get with like beer? Not dick pics, please.
I mean, I wasn't gonna say the pics, but
right. Like something.
My one nerdy detail, I have to think about it. You go first.
Okay, mine is definitely comedy, because I have lived stand-up comedy for the past, I've been doing 14 years now. I've been to a billion shows. I listen to podcasts about it. I go to shows all the time. I watch comedy specials at least once a week or so. And it's just one of those things that I love talking about the art of it. I love when I'm backstage with another comic and we get to shoot the shrimp about things that, our pet peeves, the things that we love, like working on a bit, sculpting, material, all that stuff. Like that is where I go and get real nerdy real fast. And I know, because of girlfriends and my ex-wife, like when I get into those conversations, they just like roll their eyes and be like, oh my God, he's going to do his comedy dissertation right now with this. But the other comics are just as into it. Like that's like a bonding moment when you get into like deep comedy talk.
I think mine would probably be, and this may be cliche, and after I say this, people are probably going to roll their eyes, but like pop culture, like celebrity culture, I am a big vault of useless information. What you guys would claim is useless. I mean, we do a rock show on a rock station.
We're on a rock station, but we talk about pop culture a lot.
I know, but a lot of things that Alan's not really interested in, and that's fine. But
I actually have good things to say.
And I'm just gonna say, when it comes to like rap beef or like pop beef, I like to be in people's business. Like I love to see what celebrity culture is like because it's a life that one I can't relate to, and I don't think I could ever understand. I would love to be on a fly on the wall in some of these like conference rooms when these meetings go down, or like when all these the fights break out at VMAs and stuff. I would love that stuff. I do love the background of that.
Well, one thing that you've gotten me more into is like I don't like Wendy Williams. We've talked about that ad nauseum, but The Breakfast Club, Charlamagne Tha God, like that's.
You watch those?
I watch it from time to time. I'm not like a religious viewer, but there's some interesting interviews on there, and that dude is very good. Like I really appreciate the way he interviews people because
it's a conversation. It's not necessarily an interview.
Yeah, it's a conversation, and there's times when he's got like gotcha questions, but they're not even like I've been waiting all the time. He's asking the questions that people want to know about, and he doesn't let people off the hook. And I really, he does great interviews, and I never feel like he's doing it just to like it comes across very authentic. When he does it, he's not just trying to be like, oh, so you don't like this? Well, let me, he's not trying to catch people off guard.
Yeah, I like the fact.
He lets it happen organically.
I like the fact that, these people are people we watch on TV. They're good looking. They're good looking people, so that catches my interest. They have lots of money. That catches my interest. Globe-trotting all over the world, and I can't relate, and I want a piece of that life. So whether it be their nudes on my phone, or they be, how many ex-wives they have, or their big mansion, how many rooms does it have, I like to know that stuff because it's escapism. And just like you watch a movie or you watch a comedy show to escape, I'm like, let me watch old episodes of Cribs. Let me watch this interview about how this guy has like groupies waiting for him after he gets off the tour bus. I like that stuff.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll be right back. And we're back with Mary Santora.
Hello.
Hey, she's on this year's Alan Cox Show Comedy Tour. She's very, very funny. We were just talking about our weekends and what we did. What'd you do all this weekend? Anything fun? I saw you were at like a lady event yesterday.
I went to a bridal shower yesterday.
The lady event?
Yeah, it's a woman's thing, a woman's issue. No, it was a lot of fun. A girlfriend of mine from like middle school is getting married, and so it was like all of our childhood our childhood friends' moms, and then me and my friend Kelsey were like the only two other than the bride who were like under the age of 50. So it was a nice little luncheon. There was tiny sandwiches, and as soon as I walked in, my friend goes, "Will you please have some bourbon with me?" So she was the only one drinking, so I was like, "Yes, I will have some bourbon with me." Right. It was fun.
Well, I've been apartment hunting of late, and Mary and I have been throwing this idea around of possibly being roommates.
What do you think? What do you think?
I
think it's a great idea.
She thinks it's a great idea.
Bill has reservations.
I have a lot of reservations.
But
which we actually haven't talked about.
You can cohabitate. Women are used to, cohabitating with like stinky men. But men have to make adjustments for women. When you leave your hair dryer out or your curling iron out on the sink, and you take 3-hour showers, like we have to adjust to that.
But
the apartment that we're looking at would be a 2-bedroom, 2-bath.
So we won't have to worry about that.
So we don't have to worry about sharing a bathroom, which would alleviate a lot of those problems.
Okay.
The biggest hang-up that I have is that Mary has
cats.
A cat.
Cat, singular.
One cat, and I do not want to live with a cat.
Now here's the thing. You don't even know my cat, first of all.
It doesn't matter. It's a cat.
Second of all, she's super chill.
It doesn't matter.
She's the most chill cat you'll ever know.
It doesn't matter how chill the cat is.
She's never even around if I'm not around. Like, you would not see her.
Technically, I didn't want to live with cats either. My roommates have 2, and like I sacrifice because I live high-class life with them.
I've done sacrificing. And so that's the thing, is like I have to weigh that in the balance.
I will not get rid of the cat. That's like the biggest thing.
Right. So,
and I understand. And I'm gone a lot, so you would have to feed her and shit.
So why don't you go live with Pound Cake's roommates, and then Pound Cake, you can have that other bedroom.
No, I don't want to live with you.
If you saw this apartment, you would definitely.
It's beautiful.
Be interested.
I can't believe that the cat is what's making you say.
I hate cats.
You just bought a cat.
I bought a cat to a girl, and I got out of there. I don't like cats, though.
What don't you like about them?
I'm allergic for one. It's very annoying.
Well, that's one thing.
Yes.
You didn't tell me that.
I did tell you that. I did tell you that.
Oh, I said that word.
It's fine. It's on YouTube.
Okay.
And I've done this again and again where I keep making compromises on things that I don't like.
You don't have to compromise on this.
And I'm not going to, I don't think.
And you're not going to. And that's fine. But I hope you get the place by yourself.
And then you can just come and hang out.
Sure.
Yeah.
Normal highway slowdowns to deal with. A crash reported in that normal slowdown on the Intervale southbound past Prospect, but it's in the right-hand berm. Also a crash on Prospect at East 36th and an accident spot in Westlake on Crocker south of Detroit. I'm Faith in the Traffic Center.
This report is brought to you by ConcertRoadTrip.com.
Win a trip to an album release party in New York or LA. Visit ConcertRoadTrip.com for details and to find a tire dealer to receive up to $70 back on tires like Michelin and BF Goodrich.
From the Final Touch Construction Studios, this is the 50th anniversary of WMMS Buzzard Radio, an iHeart radio station. Ask Alexa to play WMMS on iHeart Radio.
Now back to the Alan Cox Show.
Two 216-578-1007 to join us, or 800-348-1007. Now, this is a goddamn band. Why don't they put these guys on that iHeart Radio? You know Teenage Wrist?
No.
Love them. From Los Angeles, California. You can keep your Imagine Dragons Drek and your Greta Van Fleet warmed over Zeppelin covers. Give me some Teenage Wrist. They need to put them on that. We doing another one of those alter ego festivals?
I would imagine so.
Put them on that.
Yeah.
I'll lead that charge. They're
Maybe.
great. You know I like my rock shoegazy, and that's precisely what they give me.
I'm still really into New Politics.
Yeah. Oh, you're the one.
Young the Giant.
Young Vagina.
Young the Giant?
Oh.
Young Vagina.
I am
Please
the one
be
that's
banned.
into young vagina.
Oh.
Not too young.
Not too young.
Young looking.
Young look. Well, we're all into young looking vagina. I mean,
give me a nice grizzled old vagina.
Oh God.
What a vagina looks like it's got some miles on it.
I want something that looks like a bowl of calamari that sat out on the counter
I
overnight.
didn't mean the actual
Just
vagina.
gross.
Just the person.
Mm-hmm.
6,000 miles over its oil change.
At least.
So gross.
Give me some real music.
I don't want any tread left on that vagina.
Oh, God.
I was. Mary Santora's here. She's
Hi.
doing a show tonight as part of Accidental Comedy at the Winchester in Lakewood. That's a live album recording, yes?
Yes. We're doing, so it's like a compilation album. The five of us, John Bruton, Jimmy Graham, Josh Morrow, Cody Cooper, and myself are all going to be on one album. And then, so it's something to sell while we're either on the road or for Accidental Comedy Fest to promote the festival that's happening Labor Day weekend at Hilarities. So, yeah, it's going to be really fun. We're each doing 15 minutes, and then it's going to be like this one big accidental album that we're putting out.
Will it literally be an album?
Yes. It's,
Will you angle for side one? Will there be arguments over who's on side one and who's on side two?
No, I would rather be on side one.
You got to get on
How
side
many
one.
people are going to flip it,
vinyl?
honestly? I have no idea. I'm pretty sure we're just doing CDs.
Well, that's why I was asking. Is it literally going to be an album?
Maybe we'll make one album.
I mean,
And frame
CD
it.
doesn't mean it's all one side. That's why I asked.
Yeah, it's one side.
People love vinyl again. Should
Dude,
make an
it's
album.
big. Maybe we will. We'll talk about that.
It
I
seems
haven't
like
really-
something people would purchase at Accidental.
Yeah, like Chris
accidentally
Porter does
purchase.
That. Yeah, I know, right? There's a few comedians who put stuff out on vinyl.
I have a few. I have some Kyle Kinane. I think Hannibal did.
Chris Porter did.
Chris Porter. I have Matt Bronger. What's his face? Bill Burr put an album out called Live from Andrew's House. And he was at Carnegie Hall. He called it Andrew's House to get around the
Nice.
rights of using Carnegie Hall.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to put that out. And it's $10. It's at 8 o'clock at Winchester. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited. And my big thing that I always love is that all my friends are always working. And so you don't really get to perform. I've said this about Bill before. You don't get to perform with people that you really enjoy.
Yeah.
Because everyone's always in different places. So to see some of my best friends do their best 15 minutes for recording, it's going to be an insane show. I am just really, really pumped for it.
Now, have you had any untoward sexual dreams about any of the comedians on the lineup tonight?
Yeah, will that be awkward?
No, I don't think so.
All right.
Not that I know of.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. We'll see how the night goes.
There's no John Bruton rattling around in your brain or
I
anything?
don't think so.
Okay.
Not at the moment.
But she shaved her
I'm
legs.
glad you didn't ask me.
I did shave my legs and I'm wearing a dress, so we'll see how the night
So
goes.
something better happened.
Something better happen. We'll see. I just told Erica.
If nothing else,
No.
Holy moly.
Absolutely not. No holy moly. Oh, God. Just picture it like Austin Powers. Mole.
Mole.
Can't even focus on anything else. You're so gross.
Yeah, it's your brain that made that up. That's not what it's really like. So,
But how many of us are in control of our subconscious? None of us. Nobody. Mary _Santora for people who think that they'd be a great time for her on Twitter, and Mary Santora Comedy on the Instagrams.
She definitely likes when people proposition her constantly on Twitter and Instagram, just asking to go on dates.
Yeah, it's more.
I get all the texts here when she's in. And
Someone messaged me on Instagram and said, "Let me love you." So that was
awkward.
that was a lot.
love you. By the way, is it an old song or a new song? I was in a store and there's this song I wrote it down. I want to stand with you on a mountain. Is that an old?
That's old.
Oh,
Yeah, that's Savage Garden.
That's
to. I don't know that I've ever heard it before, and I couldn't tell from the tone of it if it was. I wanted to.
I wanna lay with you in the sea.
I wanted to kill everyone in the store because that song was on.
Commit a mass shooting.
I thought it was. I didn't know what era it was from, or I was like, "This is the worst goddamn song I've ever heard in my life."
Late 90s,
oh,
early
it's that
2000s.
old?
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was some new piece of crap. I was like, "This."
That's an old piece of crap.
I stood there and I was like a dog. I pointed my ear to the speaker. I go, "What are they saying?" Mm-hmm. Stand with you
on a mountain.
Oh,
lay with you by the sea.
Awful.
I want to live like this forever.
There it is.
Ugh. Listen, I'm not immune to the properly placed romantic music. But listen, I have stood on a cliffside with my wife, and I would still never sing her that song because it's awful.
That's not
I've
how
done
you
that in
felt?
real life. Huh?
You didn't feel those emotions that they were singing?
I don't need to be on a cliff to feel that. I want to stand with you on a mountain and then push you over, I assume.
Cliff.
Terrible.
Sounds
awful
like
song.
He really just wants to travel and wants someone to go with him.
Yeah, that's what
really-
anybody wants.
yeah.
Just, some companionship on a cliff.
Awful.
As Ellen would say.
Yeah, I can't say that if a guy wrote me a song that said I want to lay with you on a mountain, that I'd be like hot and bothered by that.
I just like I don't like camping. Thank you.
Yeah, there's bugs there.
What do you say?
Be
back?
more romantic. I want to do the dishes and laundry.
Yeah, there you go.
That is instant sex.
Perfect.
Instant sex.
It's my side project.
Dishes and laundry.
Until the whites and the reds go in together.
Oh,
and then-
no.
and then everything's
And then
pink.
you're back to the mountain and the bathing in the sea.
Right.
Whenever Ian does something like domesticated or like something like a favor for me, I'm like, you have never been sexier in your life.
Then when he does the dishes?
Yeah, or like changes a tire, or like he hung a mirror on the wall for me.
See,
oh man,
I have always been that guy. So I have never once benefited from somebody going, "Oh my God, I can't believe you do." I clean. I'm so like a neat freak that like when somebody puts a bowl on the counter, I'm washing it and putting it on the other side of the counter, right?
Yeah.
Or putting it in the machine. So I've never benefited from that blowing somebody's mind.
Well, it's because Ian does it sparingly, because he's usually someone that doesn't take initiative to do dishes or laundry or blah blah blah.
Well, that's what I mean, obviously, and that's why it's such a big
if he's
deal.
doing it, yes.
But everybody I've ever been with, like cohabiting, and it's I can count them on one hand, but they've
You do
really
it too.
they have benefited from the fact that I am an amazingly clean and orderly person.
Right, and he's probably doing it and like shooting a look like, oh look, I'm doing your dish
That's
again.
what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
No,
because that's when it becomes a problem.
I'm not passive aggressive about it. Although I have been accused of doing that too much. Where Gwen will be like, where did that thing go that I just put down? I go, it's in the dishwasher.
see,
I
then
was
you're
still
taking
using
it.
it. Yeah, she's like, don't follow me around and clean up. Okay, well then don't leave crap. What do you want?
Erica, do you think that Ian does it sparingly to be sexy about it? Like he would do it more, but he knows that he can get somewhere with it if he only does it once a month or something?
No, it's just because he's lazy.
He's just lazy?
literally
Okay.
it.
I didn't know if there's maybe a mind trick
hung,
there.
Like I have like a hanging planter in my bathroom. He hung it from the ceiling, and I was like, I was just sitting there watching. I was like, this looks good.
You're such a weirdo.
I love this. And
So
like,
he's really smart because he
That's
has
what I'm
set the
saying.
bar so unbelievably low that
Yeah.
anything he does, you are in rapt attention at this.
I am trained.
Wow.
Like he has me like on a leash, you know? Because anytime he does something like that, I'm like, are you kidding me? This is amazing.
Yeah, you know what though? When you aren't used to things like that, like getting flowers was a huge, and kind of still is. I've gotten flowers like less than maybe 5 times in my life. So when I get them, it's such a big deal to
Same
me
here.
that it's
5
like,
times in your life. I mean,
Yeah.
you have that many dances between high school and college,
I
don't
know,
you?
right?
Fewer than 5 times you got flowers?
It's probably 5.
Not
5
even a
or
wrist
6
corsage?
maybe. Definitely less than 10. Oh, no. I mean like a bouquet of flowers. Like flowers you can put on a table in a vase.
Would it be weird to send someone a wrist corsage?
Yeah.
Instead of a
What are you
bouquet
gonna
of
do with
flowers?
that?
What are you gonna
Put it
do
on your
with it?
wrist.
Just wear it around for a day. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, someone sent me this.
You're in like jeans
You wear
and a
like
t-shirt.
a garter. Yeah.
I'm going to adult prom.
Yeah, you're wearing like a pantsuit because you're at work with a garment like that.
Yeah.
No, that's weird.
All
No,
right.
that would. What are the ones
It would make you
called
stand out.
that you'd put on the men?
Boutonnieres.
Boutonnieres.
Yeah.
Yeah. That wouldn't you be weirded out if someone just had a boutonniere on like an Indians t-shirt?
I know
On my hoodie. Yeah.
I know what I'm getting Alan for his birthday.
A boutonniere.
I'll happily wear it.
I'll get him the wrist corsage.
With pride.
But I think that's a thing, like, you know, when you're not expecting it. So
For sure. And my husband doesn't do it all the time, get me flowers all the time, even though I'm like, I really love flowers. Like, you could literally send me some
That's why
every
I
week
brought
and
you
it'd be
them.
cool.
That's why I brought you them.
I
I
know.
love when people get me flowers. I'm like, this will make her happy for sure. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you do to surprise him? What makes him have the opposite reaction
I
or
actually
the
have a
similar reaction?
huge surprise for him that's in the works right now as like a thank you for like how amazing he's been
Butt
the past
stuff.
couple of months.
But stuff.
I mean, that really would be the surprise that he'd like, but I can't say
stuff,
I'm
yeah.
prepared quite yet for that.
Nice clean butthole.
I mean, you're always reclining. Just roll over.
There you go. Legs up.
He said that I was in prime position.
Well, you are. You're pro all the time.
Will you ever be prepared though? Will that? Like,
No, I
it's
won't.
really not that bad.
I'm not sure what it'll take.
I can get you a toy.
A toy for practice?
I think once I've had a colonoscopy, then we could talk
That's
about
being
it.
silly. Even I had to rise to the occasion. I had to go.
But
get
that's your only option. You know what I mean?
Yes.
We have more options than that.
That's right.
Literally.
Yeah, I have 2.
At least 2.
Mm-hmm.
Fair.
At least 2.
But
At least 2 other options.
At least 2.
I have a very thoughtful, huge surprise for him. Like
That's awesome.
Major
A
surprise.
full-size
Major
skateboard.
surprise.
Major surprise.
A full-size skateboard.
A half
It
pipe.
would be something I would do, but this is even bigger than that. He will be shook to the
Shook.
core.
Shook.
He will be beside himself.
So does he know that he's getting a surprise?
Nope. He
Well,
doesn't
he does
even. What
now.
time is it?
Well, hopefully he's not
5?
listening.
No, he doesn't know. He's not out of work yet, thankfully.
And nobody tell him either.
No.
Yeah.
People are.
Well,
doing
even
stuff.
if they tell him it's a big surprise, he doesn't,
doesn't know what
when
it
it's
is,
coming
yeah.
or what it is, blah, blah, blah. But I've been wanting
But he
to
knows
do
it's not
something
butt
nice.
stuff. So
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, everything else is really going to pale in comparison to
Until
that.
it gets- yeah.
So, in your estimation, I'm sure it's a great surprise, and I'm sure it's worthy of all the adulation that you should receive. But
Yes.
it's still going to be a distant second, no matter what.
All you gotta
it
do
is.
is one time. Like you couldn't suffer through one time. Get like a something to bite on and
Here's the thing, though. It's gotta
suffer through.
one time.
It's gotta be when I can have alcohol again, because
That's not something you want to do sober.
no.
Especially if you have
gosh.
other options.
You guys are
Well, but
blowing it out of
listen,
proportion.
you weren't exactly into it before, and now you have a literal, perfect, possibly lifelong excuse for
Yeah.
why you'll never be able to.
I have a get out of butt sex free card.
Darn it, honey. Yeah.
Oh
I
man.
have the do not pass go.
Does that come out of the community chest pile?
right.
You get your community chest.
Yeah, I mean, but it will happen at some point in life.
People are guessing this surprise, or at least offering their guesses.
What's that?
Stephen Canton wants to know if it's his very own vape making kit.
Oh my god.
Will it be like one of those kid labs where they have beakers and they can mix their own flavors? Is it going to be like that?
You saw his vape device at the foot golf.
Is it that
Oh,
little
right.
square one?
It's
still?
like she's like he's sucking on his iPod.
It looks like a
And
I thought it was like
seemed
an MP3 player.
he seemed very pleased at all the criticism too. He seemed right there with
I
it.
told him I called him a loser on the radio. He doesn't
yeah.
care. He doesn't care.
But does he?
He seemed like he cared
a little bit.
He doesn't, because you know what? It's
No, he
not
goes-
going to stop him.
He goes, I don't care about that. He goes, what I don't like is she makes me sound like a pussy all the time on the show. So he cares about something.
Yeah, he
Might
does
not
care
care
about
about A, but he cares about B.
Yeah, because listeners will meet him and they'll be like, you're like really normal. I'm like, well, how do I describe him?
Normal.
Right.
Well, you didn't say he was abnormal.
No, but I guess people have come to
But
these
you say he plays
conclusions.
toys and doesn't want to do anything around the house.
Yeah, finger decks.
You describe him as a 12-year-old boy.
Yeah, basically.
They're like, oh my God, you're a grown man. The way
Get
Erica
outta
talks
here.
about you. I thought she was driving you to school every day. Not so much.
Plays with toys.
I mean, he does.
He
but
does.
Yeah.
That is a fact.
You don't clean up. All you do is play with your toys all day.
Hey, listen, did anybody get their free Taco Bell today?
No.
Go Warriors. Thank you.
Today's the
Yes.
day.
Not eating one of those trader tacos.
Yeah.
You're not eating one of those?
No.
I mean, I'm not.
Because they won on the
not gonna
road,
eat
everybody
one.
gets free
Don't
tacos?
get it. Well,
I mean,
at
I
this
like
point.
tacos.
But
It's on principle.
But it's also, this is also limited. I always think, God, this must be a day that Taco Bell employees hate. But it's still limited to people who like Taco Bell. It's not like people from everywhere are coming just to get a free taco.
Yes, they
No,
do.
like people love
Would
free
they?
things, so people will go there and just get
Yes.
one free taco.
Yes,
as much
Why?
as they can.
You'd wait in a big long line when you don't even like Taco
Yes.
Bell? Why?
Because it's free.
Because it's
people
free.
love free crap.
You'd eat something for free. Like,
Yes.
if there's something I don't like, I won't eat it if it's free.
You are not the rest of the world.
Most
you are
people
not
will do
America.
that.
You'd eat something you didn't like because it was free.
People think they're due to it. They're like, oh,
no.
everything
Would
else.
you
No,
eat
I
something you
wouldn't.
didn't like because
But
it
I'm
was
saying
free?
there are
I would
people.
get it and give it to someone else. Like if I had
Why?
kids, I would give it to them. Like
You don't have kids. It's not hypothetical. I assume. I'm
yes,
like,
I would. I would get it. I'd give it to someone else.
And they might have a line. Well, why wouldn't that person go? You'd wait in a big, long line of people to get something you didn't like?
You know what? I almost did that for Donut Day. Dunkin' Donuts was giving away free donuts for National Donut Day, and I'm not a donut fan, but I was like, I could eat a donut for free.
And this isn't even like an all-day thing. It's almost done. It's between 2 and 6.
Oh.
Because they're smart. They're like, we don't want to be doing
what
this
the
all,
hell?
2 a.m.
all
at
day
Taco
long.
Bell?
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's not something I would do, but I'm sure there's lots of people that are like, hey, free taco. I'm right by one. I'll go.
And it's
Yeah.
okay because Taco Bell has a huge fan base. You act like, oh, well,
No, I don't mean that.
People
I'm
don't eat Taco Bell.
But what I'm saying is, it's still limited to the people who like Taco
That's
Bell.
a lot of people.
Right, but are they going to wait?
Unpopular opinion: Taco Bell sucks.
No, I don't mean that. What I mean is, it's going to. Sure, they're going to be working more than they normally would and making a ton of tacos. But I was coming from the assumption that you wouldn't wait in line for something you didn't like
You're wrong.
because. Am I?
I would say
Because it's free. If somebody was like, "Dude, you got to try one of these." You got to try one of these mustard donuts.
Ugh.
I'd be like,
Well-
that sounds disgusting. I'm not gonna. But
Something
it's free.
that's disgusting versus something that you're just like lukewarm on
still
is
a
very
taco.
different.
Well, no,
yeah.
I mean for people who don't like tacos.
Well,
I would say-
if you hate it, I'm sure you're not waiting in line. But
Pancake
if you
says you
kind
will
of
'cause it's
like
free.
it,
I'd say 30%. If you have 10 people who don't like Taco Bell, 3 of them are going to go get a free taco.
I agree.
I mean, I figure more people like pizza than tacos in general. Little Caesar did some free pizza thing a while ago, and like nationwide, there were lines around the block for people getting pizza.
Well, that makes sense.
Pizza's
though, 'cause
easier.
Everyone loves pizza.
Yeah.
Well, and you'd think that everybody loves tacos too. I just
a
wonder.
lot of
though, if
people
it's-
love both.
Yeah,
Taco pizza.
they used to make those.
Taco pizzas are a thing. Why did
Yeah,
you
it
just
was
leave
really
it?
good.
I don't know who they used to. One of the frozen pizza companies used to make a Mexican pizza.
They're so
I
good.
remember
It
that
was
one.
so
Yeah.
good. They don't
Taco-
make it
That was the
anymore.
toast-
East of
Tostino's one.
Does East of Chicago still have it?
Who?
The East of Chicago pizza.
That was my favorite pizza.
It was
East of
really
Chicago.
good. Taco pizza.
The what?
East of Chicago Pizza would make a taco pizza.
I don't know what East of Chicago pizza
It
is.
was
You've
a
never
pizza
had East of
place, yeah.
Chicago
It's
pizza?
a franchise.
I haven't either.
It's like big, thick crust that's really buttery and delicious.
Don't tell him it's buttery because he doesn't like butter.
It's not buttery. It's just delicious.
East. This was a local chain,
No, they're everywhere.
It's a
East
franchise.
Chicago.
headquartered in Lima. I've never heard of it before.
I've never heard of it either.
East of
for real?
Chicago pizza.
Maybe
I think
that's
it's just an Ohio thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a local chain,
Well,
right?
because Ohio is east of Chicago, so that makes sense.
There's
Well, I
a lot
get
of
it. I'm just
places.
surprised I'd never heard of it before. It looks okay.
It's
It's
so
good.
good.
Really?
Like,
East of Chicago pizza.
That was like our thing when we would spend
Is
the
it
night.
like deep dish, like Chicago deep
It's
dish?
it's a deeper
like a pan.
dish.
It's
It's
a
a
pan
pan
pizza.
pizza.
It's
yeah.
delicious. When
Because
I-
nobody in Chicago really likes deep dish
But it's
pizza.
I don't like deep dish
I
pizza
do.
either. I
Oh,
think it's
God,
gross.
no.
It's too
Soggy.
much.
It's tourist
it's,
pizza.
It's like a pie. It's gross.
I don't like that.
It's a doorstop of cheese. It's not pizza.
Yeah,
I mean, it's-
That's why I like it.
but it's that soggy crust. It has soggy crust underneath all that cheese.
I eat the crispy part on the outside.
But you still got to go inside when you pick it up with your fork.
I just
That-
eat the cheese and the meat and the sauce.
East of Chicago. That's crazy. I never even.
It's-
and
yeah,
there's,
it's
there's
legit.
tons of them. I've never heard of it, and there's none in the city. But wow.
Yeah.
There used to be one in Medina we go to pretty regularly. Like that was like when I was in probably middle school. That was the best place. If you got that,
At your birthday party?
then you were set. But if you got
Really?
anything else, people were like, Oh, you guys didn't get East of Chicago?
Oh, you got Domino's?
Yeah.
Gross.
So around here, they were like
they
They
were
were
top
like
dog
the
for a bit.
Abercrombie
Yeah.
They were
and Fitch
good.
and pizza chains.
Yeah.
It's
Dude,
crazy.
East of Chicago
They had a
was
lot
legit.
of clout.
They kind of fell off because I haven't seen
I think they
anyone.
just started
with
closing.
Yeah, I haven't seen anyone with East of Chicago pizza in a long
This
time.
map says they're all over.
Are
Just,
they
just
still?
not in the city limits. Brecksville, Elyria, Stowe,
Yeah.
Brunswick, Strongsville. Wow.
Used to be one in Oberlin, but it closed.
Brexville, that's like out here.
Yeah.
Then they
One
put a-
nearby.
They put a Domino's there. Then I'm
It's
like,
good.
damn it.
It's like it's
I love
more
Domino's.
it's more doughy and crusty. That's why I liked it.
It's like a
Doughy
good
and
version
crusty.
of
Yeah.
Pizza Hut's pan pizza.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And their sauce was like a little sweeter, which I really like too.
All right.
It's similar to Angelo's, I'd say.
Yeah.
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 Man, I'm gonna have to get
Are
some.
you at Romeo's?
Yeah.
I
think it's
Romeo's
kind of
is
like
great.
it's kind of like Romeo's. Like if you get a deep dish from Romeo's or a pan pizza, whatever they're called. But it's good. Good stuff.
Alan, a kick in the balls is 100% free. Does Pound Cake want one of those? Because I'll give them to you. Would you wait in line for a kick in the balls from a listener?
No, that's not. I'm not consuming that. I'm not eating that.
Well, go back in you.
I don't need that.
I almost snotted on my microphone.
Good.
Sorry. All right, listen, I've got a break. Mary Santora,
Hi.
it's always lovely to see you.
Yeah.
You want to hang out, or what are you doing?
I got nothing going on. If you guys don't mind me sitting in.
No, it's fine.
I always like
No,
having
it's
you
fine.
around.
Okay.
Even though you see me as some sort of monster.
You are a monster.
Fine having you here.
Mole, mole, mole.
Mole, mole, mole.
See,
I'll
now
have,
I have bad visuals.
Yeah, now Erica's going to have a drink. We're all going to have that drink
Oh
tonight.
yes, I can't wait to hear.
We're going to come in tomorrow and be
I
like,
would show everybody that right now.
Please don't. Please don't.
I gotta make a point.
Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
We're going to be in here tomorrow going, Mary was so right. Cedar Point Brew and Barbecue, they're doing their 4th annual until the 1st of July. If you want to get out there and get some brew and some food, and I'll get you a couple of tickets for that. 35192 if you want to text.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio app. Think you're hot?
I am formal here.
Well, that's where we live.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Comfy?
Sorta.
Boy.
I did find, however, I showed you the picture. I found a chair
Yeah.
that it has a footrest and it leans all the way back, like you could fully lay down if you needed to. It seems a little less cumbersome than a couch in here.
Like for somebody who wants a recliner in their office.
Well, it's for midday office naps.
Of course.
Like what employer allows people to take a nap during the day?
Yeah, more and
than you
more.
think.
Here's the thing: if the company buys that chair for you, I want one too. I want one for my office.
I probably am just going to buy it myself. I'm just trying
Do you
not to
think
be
they'll
a
give
problem.
us a discount if we get two?
I don't know. It's from like Walmart. Do they offer discounts, bulk
Yes.
discounts there?
Maybe.
And does 2 chairs count as bulk?
But then are you gonna lay all the way back on it?
Just in the office.
Oh. Because then
Just in the office.
Then it'd be everyone laying in this room.
Not in this room, but in the office.
Yeah.
Just take a
Take
quick
a
little
siesta?
yeah, just a quick little one.
A disco nap?
All right.
I don't know. We'll see.
Do a Costanza just under the desk. Got an
I've thought
alarm
about
there.
it before. I really there's been days when I've been very, very tired, and I thought about getting under the desk, and I'm just like, nah, I'll tough it out.
Yeah, but we're on the air when naps would normally happen.
Exactly.
I've done that though. Like when I used to do Rover show, like I would just phone screen for him when they would be like out of town or something, and I would still have to do this show. I wouldn't.
I'd
why would
walk
I go
into the
home?
side studio and Pound Cake would be sleeping.
Oh, there were days when I was doing all 3 shows, and I was still doing the morning show in Detroit. I was doing this show, and I was doing those national fill-ins. So I would be on from 6 to 10 in the morning. I do this from 3 to 7, and then I would do the national show. We'd have to leave here early. I'd run down the hall, and I would do 6 to 9, filling in for Meghan McCain. And I would sit in my production studio in that chair, and I would just
Nice,
like
by the
sit
way.
there. Huh?
6 to 9, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I would sit there. I'd set my alarm for like 11 minutes, and I'd just sit there and like close my.
I think I accidentally
There's
walked
no way
in
to-
one time when you were napping.
It wasn't a nap.
This
It
was
was like
years ago.
Maybe.
I walked in and you were like,
Yeah, the lights were off.
Yeah, and you opened one eye and you were like, yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't think anyone was in here.
Well, because the lights are down, so I'm just sitting there in that chair.
I've never been more terrified because I didn't know anyone was even in there.
Yeah.
So when you said yes, I was like, oh, okay, hello.
She came in to steal my mouse, and there I was.
Well, sometimes that side computer would crap out and I just go borrow your
Mhm.
studio really quick.
I'd go, yes! She ran out.
But Erica used to like try to be all. she would just be passive aggressive. She's like, because I'll be in here sleeping, but before she would even come in the morning. And so I'm there, and I'm sitting in the chair laying up against the window, and she's just like, oh, I'm sure there's room in the performance studio. I'm like, yeah, but I don't
Well, I
think
wasn't trying to be passive aggressive. I was trying to
be
work
helpful.
in the room.
Right.
But I was like, oh, I'm not going to be about it. I won't stop you. Like, and I wasn't. I was really quiet.
True, but you were like hanging over all the chairs in there.
Yeah, who takes a loud nap? What do you mean you were really quiet?
It's not like I snore or anything, and I wasn't being a distraction. Like normally when she comes in there, she's recording something. I don't say anything.
Would you know if you snored?
I think I would.
How? You'd be asleep snoring.
Yeah.
Erica's doing all her lake takes, and you just hear.
Well, and I just thought it would make more sense. He should go somewhere quiet because I was going to start recording stuff.
But I feel like.
What, like a library?
Be quiet. This is a library.
I feel like in here it was like more private. If I sleep somewhere else, I think it would kind of look like unprofessional.
Why didn't you go out to your car?
Because that's weird.
It's weird? Oh, it's not weird to take a nap in a studio.
But like,
why don't you go to your car?
But during the hours we were...
Man, that's the most comfortable place to take a nap. Recline that seat.
I don't want people looking in on me. Like, people
You're
who are
in
getting...
the back? You're in a glassed-in room.
Not so much, though. Like
No, literally. You have glass on three of the...
You basically are in a car.
But I know at the time it was going to be Jesse in here. He
You're
knows
in a
what it is.
fishbowl. Like, that's...
But Maria would know what it is.
Jesse knows what it is.
She knows what it like.
Just Cody napping again.
Anyone seeing you sleeping in the car also knows what it is.
No, because not everybody who works in this building works for this station.
Yes, but they understand.
Somebody hovering over me.
Who is hovering around? You think somebody's going to stand outside your driver's window and glare at you as you're... If you're taking
weird, man.
I'm sorry?
People are weird.
No, you are weird. You think everyone's looking at you at every minute of the day.
I'm not going to take the chance.
What chance? That someone walks by your car and goes, oh, I got taking a nap in his driver's seat. And then they continue their day.
And then what? So they spot you sleeping. You're asleep.
And if it's somebody who works on another floor of this building, they're not even going to know who you are.
But they'll just look at me like, I don't know if they're going to like wank or something. I don't know what they're going to do.
You're telling me you don't know if someone's going to wank or not if you're taking a nap in your driver's seat. You're telling me I don't know that someone's not going to wank one out outside my driver's seat.
Watching you sleep?
Ew.
What?
That's your fear.
That's your fear. That's not your fear. He's doing a bit.
I'm not doing a bit.
Yeah, of course you are. You don't honestly think that someone would walk past your car, see you sleeping in your driver's seat, and then come back and go, I got to rub one out. In the parking lot.
In public, in the middle of the day.
Where I work.
Mm-hmm. My place of business.
I got to take care of it.
You're handsome, Pound Cake. You ain't that handsome.
That's scary. I don't want someone looking in on me sleeping.
It's amazing the things that scare you and the things that don't.
But people have lives to lead, dude.
You don't mind some drunk dude coming up to your room after flat out pride eating chicken wings. That doesn't scare you at all.
I knew him.
Having a lunchtime nap in your car terrifies you. Pooping at work terrifies you. All this other stuff that doesn't scare you at all.
Giving your address to a stranger and having them come over, not scary at all.
Not scary at all. What could happen there? You want to talk about the probability of a wank. Somebody coming over to your house.
Yeah.
Listen, all I'm saying is if you were concerned about the professionalism aspect, you would be in your car.
And if
you know what you do? Because they're pretty much, they have those little, they have the little pulls now in most cars where if a kid gets locked in the trunk, the kid can get out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know if his car has that. Take a nap in your trunk. That way nobody sees you. And if it doesn't have one of those pulls, you'll die in there.
Win-win.
Win-win. Yeah.
That's deep.
Somebody will go, what's that smell? It's probably Pound Cake. Took a nap in his trunk. How the hell did he do that? I told him to.
But that's even more
It's
weird,
like he's
though.
a vampire. He's just sleeping in the trunk.
He's got a sign in the window that says, do not break glass. Pound Cake sleeping inside.
No radio, thank you. Imagine people in the parking lot, when you pop that trunk open and you get out from a nap, that would be amazing.
And he just like,
that would be amazing.
Slept like the dead in there.
Except no one would even see him.
No, because
nobody gives a crap.
Nobody pays attention
People
in our
are
parking
walking
lot. Yeah.
in and out. They're not stopping to look at each car. Is there a person inside? What's happening here? Somebody napping?
Whereas somebody might care if they saw you napping in a studio.
Me.
Because you got work to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's his response when he's shut down.
Hey.
Hey.
We got to do a new YouTube thing.
No.
Yeah,
no.
just do it.
No.
Just do it. No. Just say subscribe. There's a lot of people that really love going outside. And I like going outside sometimes. But when I don't want to go outside, I don't want to go outside. I don't care if the weather's nice. I don't feel obligated to go outside.
I do feel obligated.
You feel obligated to go outside?
It's only because of the state that we live in. If we lived in California, where there's always beautiful sunny days, I wouldn't feel obligated. But we have such a strict timeline on when we could get out and actually do things, and we're not complaining about how cold it is, or scraping the ice off of our car, or the roads not being bad. There's only 3 months, pretty much 3 months. You got your May, June, July. August, it starts to get cold again. Not snow. I just said colder.
No, but August is fine.
Okay, well, no, actually,
there's about 5 months. We got May, June, July.
June, July, August.
September.
No, June, July, August. Because even in May, we've gotten snow before in May. Like snow.
Right, but you still get most of May. All right, so you get 4 months because you get most of May, most of September, June, July, and August.
Sure.
We're not getting any snow in August.
But like when it rains. It pours, but in this case, it's
here's
the
thing. I like going outside. I like doing things outside, but I don't feel obligated to go outside just because the weather's nice. I don't always want to be outside. I'm not like the most outdoorsy person. Mm-hmm. There's plenty of times I really like being outside. There's a lot of times I want to be outside, but when I don't feel like being outside, and I tell people that, they're like, "What? Look at the weather outside." It's like, motherfucker, I got problems in here, and outside isn't going to help right now. So I don't want to go outside because I have to go and be gloomy. And you can't be gloomy in the sunshine. It's too hard. And I need to be gloomy. That's why I kind of like living in Ohio, because when I need my gloomy time, there's usually weather that matches it. But right now, it's a nice day today. Well, it was nicer earlier. It was a nice day yesterday. And I spent a little time outside, but then my allergies get all worked.
Injured clients. Call 1-800-ELK-OHIO. Still dealing with an accident on the outbound East Shoreway before East 72nd. That has traffic backed up to Dead Man's Curve and a crash to watch for on the Interbelt southbound past Prospect. That's off in the right-hand berm. Other than that, just looking at normal slowdowns. I'm Faith in the Traffic Center.
This report is brought to you by Nissan Intelligent Mobility.
Traffic might be crazy outside, but Nissan Intelligent Mobility can help you deal with it inside your car. Visit NissanUSA.com to see how Nissan Intelligent Mobility can calm your commute by helping you start and stop in heavy traffic. Nissan Intelligent Mobility.
Alexa, play WMMS on iHeartRadio.
Getting your 100.7 WMMS from iHeartRadio.
Wherever you are, so are we. Cleveland's rock station 100.7 WMMS.
Now it's time to give stuff away. Give stuff away.
All right, get you set for the 4th annual Brew and Barbecue Festival going down June 8th, which is, it's the rest of this month. Through July 1st is when it happens. At Cedar Point, mouthwatering barbecue, a bunch of craft brews. There's going to be live music and lots more. It's a lot of fun. Bill's going to be there next Friday.
I was going to see if Mary wanted to go with me, but she's not doing any brew, so...
I'm also out of town for a wedding.
Well, that's another reason. So I need someone to go with, is what I'm saying.
Bill needs a +1.
I'll find someone.
Who is into brew and barbecue for this. Tickets on sale if you go to cedarpoint.com. I'll get you a couple here. If you are caller number 14, good luck, for Cedar Point Brew and Barbecue. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
Voice call received.
Put this on the air, dumbass. You think you know it all? You're just nothing but a piece of shit. Talk about dumb shit that you don't have a clue about.
Another satisfied customer of the Alan Cox Show.
Just shut up and play the f***ing music.
On 100.7 WMMS.
Tribe game tonight in Chicago against the White Sox. White Sox over the Indians last night, 5-1. Well, I hope they savor the flavor because it probably ain't going to happen very often. Third of 4 is tonight. That's at 8:10 here on WMMS. Your FM flagship home for Cleveland Indians baseball. I like the audio that somebody dug up from a game a couple years ago. It was Dodgers-Mets, and it's the umpire and the Mets manager screaming at each other. The umpire trying to calm Terry Collins down. Is he still the skipper for the Mets?
I have no idea.
Okay, this is only 2 seasons ago. The Mets pitcher...
No, it's the guy that just left the Indians, Mickey...
Mantle.
No, not... I'll look it up.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can't think of the name, but you're right. But Chase Utley was a Dodgers second baseman, and he's got a bit of a history with the Mets. So the Mets pitcher was going to be ejected.
Mickey Callaway.
There you go. He was like the first base coach or batting coach or something like that. Pitcher's coach.
Yeah.
And Terry Collins, who was the manager for the Mets, gets right in the ump's face. But these umps and these managers all know each other. But it's the screaming back and forth where you're like, listen, as a casual fan, I'm not aware of everything that's at stake in a situation like this. But the way that these guys are
seems dramatic.
Very dramatic. Like that, I've edited out the multiple expletives.
Because there's a lot.
So you could enjoy it.
Terry, get a handle. Come on, let's go.
Now, the ump's trying to just calm him down. So he's like, get a handle on it, man. And the manager's screaming at him.
Come on, let's go. Come on, talk to me about it then. Okay.
You gotta give us a shot.
You know what?
You gotta give us a shot,
Okay,
Tom.
listen to me and let me hear what I'm saying, okay? You get your shot. You had your shot right there in the situation.
Well, why
you
not?
know the situation,
I know
Terry.
it. Why don't you get a shot, Tommy?
Because that makes it worse. Terry, that makes it worse.
I know it. But MLB did nothing to that guy. Nothing.
Okay, that I can't control that, Terry. I can't control that. You know as well as I do Terry, you know where I stand on the whole situation. But
you're better than that, Tommy. You know that.
Terry, listen, I'm telling you.
Is this a mafia movie?
Jackpot now. Okay, I'm just telling you. You know what? That's you got it. You don't get it. You got everything out.
And the guy screaming at him, calling him names. Like, I understand you don't want to have like your star pitcher ejected. I don't know what the score was.
Yeah, I don't even know when this game was.
But to flip out like that.
Dude, it sounds like the
I know
guy
you
who's
want to
like,
win, but
he's like, Terry, just listen. It sounds like a dude like trying to calm down his wife. Like, doesn't it? Like she's just being crazy about something.
Terry Collins is retired.
Oh my god.
That was only 2 seasons ago.
Whoever the other, not the umpire, the other guy, the coach or whatever.
Yeah.
Terry Collins,
the manager, yeah.
Dude, if that's not an old-timey baseball voice, I don't know
right?
what. You gotta give us a shot.
Right?
Rock, you gotta get in there.
Oh, man.
Oh my
what
gosh.
a voice on that guy.
And since this clip has gone viral, all these sports writers are calling Terry Collins. And they're like, hey, did you know about this? Because this is from 2016. And they're like, no, I don't know anything about it. And he goes, remember when Snydergaard was thrown out of that game? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, the ump was mic'd. And he said he paused for about 4 seconds, and then he went, oh, no. But that's interesting to me because that kind of gives you a behind-the-scenes... Because those guys are always screaming at each other for something, yeah.
Oh, I figured they do. I love this audio. I want more. And I think they should put this stuff out there because it humanizes these people.
I feel like baseball seems like it's always gotten such a reputation as a chill sport. Like it's just you kind of
no, but it's not a rarity to see a baseball manager flip out. I mean, Tommy Lasorda.
Right.
I don't know when these guys, Lou Piniella when he's with the Cubs. I don't know why these guys don't keel over from a heart attack.
There's no crying in baseball.
Just shouting, lots of it.
Calls him a sea sucker. Like they quit.
The whole
he
thing.
went crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. I remember when I forget who this woman. Remember the lady who used to do for the Pirates? The lady who managed the Pirates. What was her name? I completely forgot who she was. She would flip out too.
Pinocchio knows the money, no business. Why don't you? Why don't you? Why don't you take some? Why don't you grow your own? This is not your property. Go somewhere else. Well, this is not my property. You go mind
This is back in the Chris Benson days. This is a long time ago.
I don't know anything about the Pirates. Are you saying Marchot? Is that who you're trying to think of?
Your nose and everybody's
She was the Reds.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been better. Marchot. Yeah.
This don't have your name on it. Where's your name, bitch? Excuse me. Where's your name, bitch? Where's your name? Where's my name? Where's your name on this alley property, bitch? Where's yours? This is anybody that wants to pick it. Yes, it is. Okay, if it's anybody's property, why don't you come up here and mow it? Because my lawnmower is stolen, bitch, by a fucking pig. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, you know it, you're right.
Anyway.
Now that I've listened to that so many times, I think that her lawnmower was stolen by a real pig.
Oh, yeah.
Spider pig. Yeah. Mary Santora is hanging out today.
Hanging out.
She is doing a live show with Accidental Comedy with some of her friends tonight at the Winchester in Lakewood for an 8 o'clock show. $10 gets you in to a veritable cornucopia of hilarity.
Yes.
Did I encapsulate it properly?
A veritable cornucopia of hilarity. I don't know if there are any better words for it,
All
to be
right.
totally honest with you. It would have been my top 3.
And it's being hosted by the dreamy Mike Polk.
Hey, there you go.
Mike
Someone
Polk.
on the
Wait, Mike Polk Jr.?
Mike Polk Jr.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not Mike Polk
Mike
Sr.
Polk Sr. is equally dreamy.
Well, I think Mike Polk he's a handsome dude, but someone kept calling him dreamy on the live chat, and it was making me laugh because I don't know if I think of him as a dreamboat.
Oh, he's been called dreamy on a number of occasions.
He's a handsome dude, but I don't
ladies
know.
love Mike Polk.
I know they do, but dreamy?
Funny story about.
I bet when women dream about him, he doesn't have a moly D.
You know what? I'm regretting that. Now I'm regretting making you tell that story.
Yep. Now
Let's come back
everybody's
to-
going to
yeah.
talk about it, and I can't wait for the memes and the Twitter trolls get all over that.
My moly D.
Mike Polk Sr. funny story was the first person to kiss me on the mouth after I broke up with my ex.
Wait, you're what again?
Mike Polk's dad. We were doing a show.
Kiss you on the mouth.
You got to rebound at some point.
Oh, man.
We were doing a show together at the Improv, and my ex and I had split like 2 weeks prior, and I was just a train wreck of a human being. And I came off stage, and I was all upset, and Mike Polk's dad gave me a big hug and kissed me on the lips, and I felt so. It was the first person I had kissed in like 4 years that wasn't my ex, and I was like, like I didn't know what to do.
With the bill of his tam o'shanter hitting you in the forehead.
Right.
Well, he's a lovely man.
Yeah, he's a very, very sweet guy.
Now,
Yes.
any tongue? Did he linger?
No. It was
All right.
it was like a weird uncle thing.
Like a dad.
Yeah.
You don't want Peggy Polk throwing hands.
No,
You don't want
not
that.
at all. He was like, he saw that I was sad and like tried to make me feel better.
That'll cheer you up.
I know, right?
It's my friend's dad kissing me.
It wasn't like a romantic.
There's only one thing that could cheer you up.
Yeah.
These lips all over you.
How long had it been after you guys broke up before we went to Arizona? How long was
like
that?
3 months.
Okay.
Yeah, because that was
So it was still
March.
pretty fresh.
It was very fresh. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That was like March, and then
Because you were still together when we did the comedy tour video, right?
What?
That year?
2015. Yeah.
Yeah, they were together.
We
Yeah.
broke up at the end of 2016.
Oh, you did? Oh.
Yeah, and then we went in like 3 months later, and you're like, why can't you talk to people? I'm like, because I'm still crying.
I still just love that Mike Polk and I took Mary to a nightclub and got her to make out with some guy by pretending to have an argument.
It was the most ridiculous
with each
thing.
other. We thought Mary would look alone and sad, and
It worked.
and it worked. It worked.
Well, sure.
It's
We were in a
ridiculous.
bar where people are drinking and looking to hook up.
I just thought it was drunk logic, and like there was no way it was going to happen. But then we turn around and there's some dude. I'm like, how did this
I don't even
happen?
remember what that guy looked like.
Me
He's
either.
just tall.
I don't remember either. So he was the hottest guy ever.
Right. He was like a
He was
total
dreamy.
babe. He was
totally dreamy. But I bet he had a moly D.
No. Those aren't real, except yours.
All right. Yes, Pound Cake?
Nothing. I was just thinking, you're such good friends to her. You guys never tried that with me.
What?
Tried what?
To get a guy to make out with you by fake fighting, it's
Well,
the worst
Listen,
plan
if
ever.
you want to kiss Mike Polk's dad, you're going to have to get in line.
Come to the show tonight. He might be there. You
Not
never
Mike's
know.
Polk dad, but just like
That
fake a fight.
accidentally worked out. Like Polk and I were, well, I wasn't drunk, but Polk was drunk, Mary was hammered, and he was trying to sell me on this scheme. And I, in the moment, was like, yeah, of course
Do you know
this will
why?
work.
Because Polk wanted to be anywhere but a loud bar with a
That's
DJ
how
and
much he
douchebags.
cares about you as a friend.
That's how much he needed a ploy. Like he needed
something
something
to do
else
there,
to do.
yeah.
Like
Oh,
he
okay.
needed another situation to be okay with the fact that he had to pay a $20 cover to get in there. So
That's
he's
true.
like, this place is now my playground, and we're gonna do whatever I want to do. But that lovely human being will be hosting the show tonight at the Winchester
go.
at 8 p.m. for $10.
Comes full circle.
Look at that. Wouldn't you know it?
Perhaps he'll reenact the skit.
No, I don't
With
need help
someone else.
anymore. I put it in the universe that if I'm ready and when the time comes, a man will come in my life. I deleted my dating apps.
Pardon me.
I deleted my dating apps. I did. I not just like deleted the apps off my phone. I deleted my profiles from them. So if I'm going to
You're
meet
going to
someone,
regret that.
if I'm going to meet someone, I'm going to meet someone. I tweeted about it.
That's what you keep
So
telling
it's
yourself.
gonna
You're gonna
Alan,
regret
she
that.
tweeted about it, so it is concrete now.
That's what
Yeah.
constitutes putting out
Idiots.
into the universe, the Twitterverse.
No, I
The vision board is up on the wall
I
now.
have vision boarded it in my head.
I actually think that's a smart play because there's a lot of people on the dating
Do ya?
apps. Yeah, I think it's. I think it would be nice to just meet somebody like out and start a natural
How long do
conversation.
you give it, and that doesn't happen before you reboot the dating apps?
I don't know, to be honest.
Which will you do first? Will you drink first, or will you re-download the dating apps first?
They will probably go hand in hand.
I was going to say, they're going to happen concurrently.
One then the other.
Right.
She'll
One
get
and
drunk
then
and
the
re-download.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I really do. I just think it's like I said, I'm taking this time off drinking, and I'm just kind of getting myself together. And if something's meant to happen, I'm going to let it happen. I'm not going to push it. I'm not going to be out there.
You subscribe to the theory that when you're the least looking for it, that's when someone comes around the corner.
Yes, and when
Okay.
you're the most ready for it. Like, I think you're not looking for it when you are focused on other areas of your life. So, like, when I'm 100% happy with where I am, say, in comedy and with working out or being healthy and things like
Well,
that.
that's what I was telling you in the break, is that
Yeah.
you need to get into a routine so you have, like, once you move, you'll be settled in there, and then you get into a routine where you have all this stuff going, and then it might fall into place
I think
then.
we both are kind of in the same boat. You know, take the time for yourself.
Oh, yeah,
Don't stress about like.
I'm not even trying to really date right now because like I got on one dating app and I do the same thing. Like I'll talk to a girl for like 2 days, lose complete interest because I don't really want to go out with them, and I'm just like
You just
flirting.
wanna flirt for a
I flirt
second.
for like a bit, and I go, well, it's,
And that's the other thing about
Yeah,
meeting
but I don't
someone.
understand that. What's the point of the flirting?
chase. The thrill of the chase.
It's
there's
for
no
sport.
thrill of the chase if it's not if you're
well,
not chasing.
it used to be, I would go out on a date with them and then
hook up.
Like yeah, it would happen. So like that's who I was a couple of years ago. But now I don't feel like doing that. I just because I know where it's gonna go. I know it's gonna just be like, I'm over it.
For me, there's just so much. There's so much distance as far as like apps and texting and all that goes, which is why I would like to meet someone in person.
When was the
meet
last
them.
time you met someone? I mean, I don't know if Erica ever did.
What?
Meet someone in real life that you dated. Didn't you
Oh,
find
for
everybody
sure.
on MySpace and
I mean, I dated some guys on MySpace, but the majority of the time, I would meet somebody like out.
when was the last time you met someone, Mary?
Earlier this year.
Huh. So it can
That's right.
happen.
Mm-hmm. Actually,
And,
yeah.
and that's still not out of the question.
No, yeah. I actually met one of Erica's friends earlier this year, and yeah, that was so in February.
Yeah.
But that we only hung out a couple of times, but still.
You
and
mean
that-
she hooked you up with one of her
No,
friends?
she wasn't even there.
Huh.
No, my husband was there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Saw Mary, and then she was able to kind of use my husband as a, hey, who's your friend?
Battering ram?
Exactly.
Oh,
yeah.
I see.
Exactly.
But yeah, so I mean, it's not impossible. It's not, but it's I don't know. It's just one of those things. I feel like also when you meet someone in person, you can feel a connection. You can feel a spark. You can be like, oh, I'm interested in that person, or I like the way like mannerisms and gestures. And
That's the
and
thing
all
too.
that
You don't
stuff.
have to have all that build up. You're talking online and you think you're going to like this person in real life, and then you meet them and it's just not quite there.
Yes, chemistry when you meet someone in real life is not a revelation, everyone. I hate to point this out to
Well,
people,
yeah.
but
I just
that's
feel
kind of
I
the
mean,
natural order of things.
I met all of my last 3 girlfriends in real life before anywhere else, so it definitely works.
See?
Bill's got a track record that is unimpeachable.
Right.
Sure.
But you're.
But that's on you. That's not the means of distribution.
Yeah, your picker was off. That's the problem.
Your what?
Picker.
My picker was
He was picking with his penis and not with his brain because you.
We're all picking with our penis.
Yeah, that's how we
Well,
pick.
yes.
That's how we
I
pick. Yes, that anti-ear's looking
Start
for
picking
ants,
with your
man.
penis.
That's right.
Should I pick with my penis?
Pick with your
Then I
penis,
should
Mary.
re-download Tinder.
No, it's like guys always do that, and then they realize like months later they're like, oh, I have nothing in common with this person. I just really liked having sex with this person and was really attracted to them.
No, there wasn't one of them that I didn't have things in common with. There's just.
But
Well,
there were some
with-
that you had major deal breakers with that you didn't.
Yeah, well,
address.
that's my problem is I will make concessions for things like that, and that's
Yeah.
what I'm trying to avoid again this time.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm not even dating anyone because I'm not worried about it.
Right.
And this time around, Grandma has to approve.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, Graham
Yeah.
Gray.
That's the best part.
That's
He's
so
got
funny.
a second level of
Maybe
security.
she's got some friends.
All right, I've got a
Yeah.
break. I'm going to have 18 holes of golf for you for the Cleveland Metro Parks. You pick the course, and we'll get you 18 holes. 35192 if you want to text. A live stream, you can watch at AlanCoxShow.com.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio app.
Our iHeartRadio
I'm less annoyed by the motivational quotes than the hot girls in bikinis are like, I just love pizza.
No, you don't.
Like, oh, kiss my
No, you don't.
black ass. They're like, there's like, they're like me licking a donut or whatever. I'm like, oh, I can't get enough. Like, oh, stop it.
I hate people like
you
that.
haven't had a carb since 1998.
When people post that,
bulimia exists.
bulimia exists.
Yeah.
But not, I mean.
Those girls aren't bulimic.
No. That makes me crazy because, like, I have a very Midwest body built from pizza and donuts. And, like, when girls that are hot like that say that, are like, oh my God, I just love tacos. I'm like, I can't deal with this. You don't love tacos.
I made out with a girl that was bulimic once. Softest tongue ever.
Oh,
you would think. No teeth.
No, teeth.
They're all eroded.
So soft.
So those teeth were
softest teeth.
It was like
marshmallows.
It was like licking little pillows in someone's mouth. Yeah, but nobody's getting fat off of tacos either. Tacos are.
Hey everybody, welcome to Slide in the DMs. My hair, I got it. I'm getting it cut. I'm getting it cut before the comedy tour.
So no more perm? No perm for the comedy tour?
There's not going to be a perm for the comedy tour. I can't stand what it looks like right now. It's too, like if I put stuff in
very
it.
Kramer-ish.
It's just so, it's too long. And it's like most of the curls have grown out or they're coming out. So it doesn't even really, like, this is kind of just what my hair looks like when it's longer. And it's just driving me nuts. And I don't like it when it's this long. So yeah, I'm going to get it cut. Because like I style it in the morning and then it just puffs out as the day goes on. And so I'm just very annoyed with it. So I'm getting it cut. Deal with it. I fulfilled my bet. I did it. Anyway, you were telling me that all you did last night was watch Basketball Wives.
Well, I got home and, by the way,
Why?
Side note, my roommate and I have reached peak friendship. We're showing up at the same place. Like we go to Liquid Planet and, you know, they have good smoothies and good food. And I was just like,
food is good. I really like that.
I was like, I think I want to go there. And of course, as I pull out, my roommate is pulling in. I'm like, damn it, man. I was like, we're super gay. We're super close. Anyways, so I get home and I have my food and my smoothie and I'm watching Basketball Wives. Now, if you don't know about Basketball Wives,
I don't know anything about it. Never watched the episode.
The executive producer of that show and the creator is Shawnee O'Neal, which is Shaquille O'Neal's ex-wife. So she pretty much is like the ringleader and has all these, you know, bitches there. Flaunting
mothers.
Sure, flaunting their wealth and you know they got to make it's a housewife show, so you got to make it, you know, drama filled. Yeah. And I was just living for it because it's immediately the first episode like this chick slept with your ex-husband, and I was like, here we go.
But why? Like everybody sleeps with everybody. Like that's like the world. Why is it such like a big deal when they find this stuff out? Like why didn't none of these people have skills on how to just be like adults?
I don't know. All I know is
like if I found out someone slept with someone that I also slept with, I'd be like, okay.
But there is friendship. Like it's just like bro code. Like that's like you sleeping with one of my ex-boyfriends.
No, I don't think that would happen. Never say never. But yeah, I just don't get the like if you're running in certain circles, you're hanging out at the same places. That crap's gonna happen, and none of these people have like a very high moral compass where they're like above any of that stuff. They all do it, so I don't know why they act like they're so outraged when it happens.
Because it's a reality show, and you want to promote yourself in the best light, and sometimes.
But why do you enjoy watching that stuff? Like
it's escapism. I like it.
It's so contrived, though. I can't escape in something that is that phony, like that false outrage. Like that stuff makes me nuts. I don't know. Like I kind of got into.
And the women are pretty. They have money. Yeah. You know, they have fat booties. So I don't know. I just find it fascinating, and you know, they live the lap of luxury, and they're banging rich athletes, which is something that I aspire to do one day.
Banging rich athletes, but you have to get athletes to be out. That's the thing.
No, I don't. They can be on the DL.
I guess you actually might be able to make more money off of them if they are on the DL.
Extortion.
I really
just kidding.
I'm curious as why like we would not be friends if it wasn't for this show.
Probably not.
You're pretty like some of the things you stand for. I'm just like not okay with.
I mean, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't have to extort anybody because they would know I had the upper hand.
Would you be happy if you and Kevin Love actually hooked up? Would you extort him, or would you just be happy with it?
I would just be happy with it, and if he told me not to say anything, I wouldn't. But he would know that I knew that, and it would always be in the back of his mind. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, I don't know how I'm gonna pay this light bill.
So you would extort him?
No.
You just said you would.
I didn't say I would.
No, you'd be like, how am I going to pay this light bill?
I said I would just tell him, like, we'll be on the confidant friend level. I'm just like, hey, Kevin, hey, bro. Like, I'm just conversing with you, and, like, I'm just so broke. I can't even believe this. I don't know how I'm going to pay this light bill. It's not like, pay this light bill or I'm going to out you.
Yeah, but you're implying it. Yeah, you're...
That's not implying anything.
Yes, you are.
Extortion is, do this or I'm going to do this. I'm not saying anything.
No, you're doing it in a very passive-aggressive manner. This is the Christian on the show, by the way. This is the one that...
Get thee behind me, Satan.
Yeah. And if you don't, I'm going to make sure I take your money. That's you.
I'm not even going to go there. I almost said something that would send me straight to hell.
All right. Well, as you guys already knew, Pound Cake is a piece of shit. Welcome back to the Alan Cox Show in just a few minutes.
Speaking of some unchristian-like behavior.
And we're back with Mary Santora.
Hello.
Hey, she's on this year's Alan Cox Show Comedy Tour. She's very, very funny. We were just talking about our weekends and what we did. What'd you do all this weekend? Anything fun? I saw you were at like a lady event yesterday.
I went to a bridal shower yesterday.
Ah, the lady event?
Yeah, it's a woman's thing. A woman's issue. No, it was a lot of fun. A girlfriend of mine from like middle school is getting married. And so it was like all of our childhood our childhood friends' moms. And then me and my friend Kelsey were like the only two other than the bride who were like under the age of 50. So it was a nice little luncheon. There was tiny sandwiches, and as soon as I walked in, my friend goes, "Will you please have some bourbon with me?" So she was finally she was the only one drinking, so I was like, "Yes, I will have some bourbon with me." Right. But it was fun.
Well, I've been apartment hunting of late, and Mary and I have been throwing this idea around of possibly being roommates.
What do you think? I think it's a great idea.
She thinks it's a great idea.
Bill has reservations.
I have a lot of reservations.
But
which we actually haven't even talked about.
You can cohabitate. Women are used to, cohabitating with, like, stinky men. But men have to make adjustments for women. When you leave your hair dryer out or your curling iron out on the sink and you take a 3-hour showers, like, we have to adjust to that.
But
the apartment that we're looking at would be a 2-bedroom, 2-bath.
So we won't have to worry about that.
So we don't have to worry about sharing a bathroom, which would alleviate a lot of those problems.
Your normal slowdowns to deal with. Cleared up the accident on the Interbelt southbound past Prospect, but still dealing with a crash on the outbound East Shoreway before East 72nd. That has traffic backed up to Carnegie on the Interbelt northbound, and in Broadview Heights, Broadview Road remains closed because of a water main break between 82 and Royalwood. I'm Faith in the Traffic Center.
This report is brought to you by Perfect Power Wash.
Dirt, grime, mold, mildew. No problem. Perfect Power Wash. Take your weekend back and let Perfect Power Wash restore the beauty of your house, roof, or driveway. It's about time your home had a Perfect Power Wash. Go to perfectpowerwash.com.
On WMMS, you know you get rock, talk, and sports. But on 106.5 The Lake, you could get anything. 106.5 The Lake. We play anything.
It's time to give stuff away. Stuff away. Yeah, yeah.
All right, we just got back from Mastic Woods over the weekend. We had our 4th annual foot golf tournament there and had a blast. Always beautiful in the metro parks. If you are a golfer, get you 18 holes to the course of your choice. Depending on what kind of golfer you are, you probably already have your preferred courses. Some people like Sleepy Hollow. Some people like Manakiki. You pick. If you get to WMMS.com, by the way, in the contest tab there, you can register to win the all-access pass that somebody will win to the Cleveland Metro Parks. That's you and a pal golfing at all 8 courses this summer. I'll give you 18 holes right now. You pick the course. Good luck. Caller 11-216-578-1007. or 800-348-1007.
From the Final Touch Construction Studios, this is the 50th anniversary of WMMS Buzzard Radio, an iHeart radio station. Ask Alexa to play WMMS on iHeart Radio.
Now back to the Alan Cox Show.
2, 3, 4.
Woo!
Woo!
Well, my heart knows it better than I know myself, so I'm gonna let it do all the talking. I came across a place in the middle of nowhere with a big black horse and a cherry tree.
35192, you want to get a text into me? The leggy and vivacious Mary Santora is here. She is doing a show tonight at the Winchester in Lakewood for an 8 o'clock show for Accidental Comedy. They're going to record a live album tonight. $10 will get you in. It's her. It's the dreamy Mike Polk Jr. It's the equally dreamy, let me see if I can recall. It's Cody Cooper, an alumnus of the Alan Cox Show Comedy Tour.
Correct. Fresh off the Alan Cox Show Comedy Tour and getting married on Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that wedding. It's gonna be fun.
Josh Morrow.
Correct.
Who I met before he was even doing stand-up. He was like
Really?
a regular dude, right?
He was on kickball teams and stuff.
Yes, that's how I met him.
Yeah.
Years ago.
Kickball guy.
Yeah. John Bruton.
Correct.
Jimmy Graham. Heir to the cracker fortune.
Yes.
And you,
And
Mary
me.
Santora.
Yes.
Is that all of them?
That's it. The 5
Beautiful.
of us. Yeah.
All right.
It's going to be a really good time. I'm super pumped about it.
The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse and the 1 horse lady.
Horse lady.
I don't know.
The mother of horses? It's like
Sure.
Daenerys.
Of course.
Mother of dragons.
I know
That's
she's not the mother of horses, Bill.
Yeah.
How boring would
Otherwise,
that whole
it
story
wouldn't work.
if she was the mother of horses.
You're never going to believe this, but she can wrangle horses. Oh, boy, that's great.
She's from Montana. It's her power.
Hey, listen, give credit where credit is due. Yesterday we were talking about John Schneider, Bo Duke, who was going to jail for 3 days for unpaid alimony. And Poundcake said, oh, he's going to get out early. And I said, well, if you're going in for 3 days.
I said he would get out early.
Yeah,
They would say jail overcrowded.
Well, or whatever. I'm like, if you're only going in for 3 days, they'd probably make you do the full 3 days. I think Poundcake said it's kind of the same thing. He did 7 hours in jail.
Oh, my gosh.
Jail overcrowding. That's the excuse they always use for celebrities.
7 hours?
He had been sentenced to 3 days in jail after failing to make court-ordered payments to his ex-wife, and they let him out after 7 hours. I have a feeling that's a situation where he found the money. Oh, look, I forgot my checkbook was under a book, and he said going to jail was nothing like I imagined it to be.
I've watched The Office for longer than 7 hours. Like, that's ridiculous.
He said I was searched, handcuffed. I had my wallet. You know, all the regular stuff when they arrest you. He said he was the victim of political bias because he's a conservative in Hollywood. I was treated like I was guilty until proven innocent, like a second-class citizen.
Oh, try being black.
Yeah, exactly.
Attention, white people! Shut the up!
So John Schneider did the full big 5 hours. Guy did 5 hours in jail.
Good Lord.
For unpaid alimony, and he's going off like it was a full season of Locked Up Abroad.
So he paid the money?
I don't know. It doesn't even say that. Just said that they let him out after 5 hours.
I do think that I don't think you should be going to jail for alimony or child support because it's not going to help. I think you should garnish someone's wages, and if they don't have any type of income coming in, then they're just cut off completely.
Yeah, I don't understand people being jailed for not being able to afford
And
something.
it's
It's like being charged an overdraft fee when you don't have enough money.
Exactly.
It's also a felony, though. But like
Danger day.
You get a felony
It's like
for
a
that.
black fly in your Chardonnay, you know?
Isn't it ironic?
It's like 10,000 spoons when all you need is a knife.
Yeah. You know what it's like? It's like meeting the man of your dreams and then meeting his beautiful wife.
Don't you say?
Or husband.
Or husband.
Hashtag me too.
But honestly, though, like
5 hours.
It's a felony for you to not pay child support, or you to I don't know about alimony, but when people do background checks, how do you expect someone to get a job and pay for their kids if they have a felony for not paying child support?
It's like winning the lottery and dying the next day.
Oh my God.
Like the very next day.
The very next day.
What a terrible song.
I know.
Oh, it was a great song at the time.
Now, coming from you,
10,000 spoons when all you need.
Hey,
You like
she
that
was-
song, but not
she
the
was hot stuff, boy.
the mountain song.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Well, I didn't say I liked the song. I said it was a huge. Alanis Morissette was a huge song at the time.
Yes.
It was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
What the "Live with You on a Mountain" thing? Oh
Yeah.
God, no. Again, I wanted
They're both
to
bad songs.
carve my own ears off.
I will settle this. They're both pretty bad songs.
Settle this. Thanks, Bill. We couldn't have
You're
figured it
welcome.
out without you.
Bill will settle
You
it.
know what, Mary?
What?
Really getting on my nerves today.
Am I good?
Yeah.
It seems flirty.
Oh, that's what everybody says. You and Bill have such, you have such great chemistry. I'm
Sexual
like, actually,
tension.
we don't like each other really.
We're best friends,
Most
but
of the
that's about
time.
it. Yeah.
That's what they do.
I don't pay, and people will text me that too, and I think people are misreading sibling rivalry as sexual tension.
Oh, wow.
I don't hear sexual tension.
People used to say that about me and the former co-host, and we were not friends.
Right.
Yeah. No.
Well, Mary and I are actually friends.
Yeah.
But do you
We
call
just
Bill?
like to mess with, like, goof on each other.
Yeah.
Do you call Bill to like, hey Bill, I can't reach this light bulb. Can you come over and change it?
No, but he's helped me move twice.
Okay.
That
Did I
is a
help
good trend.
twice? I
That
think
is-
I helped
you?
once.
You didn't help me into my
Mom's
my
house?
mom's house
No.
back home.
No,
No, we were just going
I
through
just-
depressing times
yeah.
at the same time. Let's help me move once.
I think I was just not available.
So, Bill, what are you doing next week when when I'm going into my new house?
Oh, I'll be at Cedar Point.
Oh, interesting. You're there the whole week. The
Yeah.
whole week.
I
Yeah,
told her
every
I'll
single
help her
day.
decorate.
Yeah.
You and I will practically be neighbors now, Mary.
I know. I'm so excited.
I'm in Bay Village. You'll be in River, and
They'll wave to each other.
hoity and toity.
I'm just gonna show up.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is she doing?
And no
here?
roommate?
No roommate. Little one-bedroom
Wow.
apartment. I'm so excited.
She's got a full-on.
Is it a real bedroom this time?
It's a real bedroom. There's
Okay.
a wall
For
and
that?
a door. There's
Good
a
for
wall
you.
and a door. My last one was that one bedroom that the wall had holes in it. It was like
Oh, literally a hole in the wall.
It was a shelf,
It was
yeah.
a
it was a
divider.
shelf.
And there was no door.
And there was no door. It was so this actually has a real door and a full kitchen and a bathroom with a door and closets.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
It's
you
a
guys.
stabbing cabin.
I'm so what?
It's a full-on stabbing cabin.
Like murder?
No, you're gonna get laid.
Oh, okay.
Liz-aid in that
Sure,
spot,
yeah,
right?
Lots of
Gotta
ladies.
tell you, the best time of my life was my senior year of college, living alone in a studio apartment in Chicago.
Dude, that's
nobody to answer to,
telling
bringing
you.
dudes home when I felt like it, kicking them out when
Yeah,
I
I lived
felt
in
like
one.
it.
I lived in one big room with a dorm fridge in the corner,
Mm-hmm.
and the toilet was in the closet.
There you go.
It was there were screwdriver marks outside my door frame where dudes had tried to break in to the apartment. I'm like, you don't realize I'm sleeping on an air mattress
Yeah,
and I'm
there's
eating
nothing.
Jello for dinner. Yeah, I don't.
I
have any.
enjoyed my living alone when I was in my divorce apartment, but having grandma do my laundry is not so bad either.
Right?
Oh man, that's true.
Grandma does your laundry.
She won't let me do it.
She washes your underwear too.
Mm-hmm.
Does she
That's weird.
sniff it first?
She's a grandma.
If she probably would not like to.
So gross.
It's probably
Did
not
you
a
know
good
this
idea.
going in that she would demand to do your
I
laundry?
did not know that.
It's a perk.
I would find that very emasculating.
I would too.
Really?
Is it emasculating to have
My
someone
mom does
do
my
something?
laundry.
I'm just saying I would feel that. Yes.
No, when you
Does
smell
Gwen-
these clothes, you'll understand why I let her do
I
it.
would
They
feel
smell
weird about
great.
someone else's grandma doing my laundry.
Does she
yes,
use
I would.
Does she use Dreft?
I don't know what she uses. I don't ask any questions. I just.
I don't
let her
mean
do
that
it.
it's someone else's grandmother. I just mean someone else doing my laundry.
No,
I'm
that's a
fully
dream come
capable
true,
of doing
really.
my laundry.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I love-
Laundry's never bothered me.
I
But your
hate doing
ex
laundry.
roommate didn't do your laundry, did she?
We do laundry for each other.
Do you do grandma's bloomers?
No.
So she does all the laundry.
She does all the
Grandma's
laundry. yeah.
bloomers.
Well, that's what I
Her
assume they are.
pantaloons. Do you wash those?
We used to have to.
She's got a specific reason for it, but I'm not. It's a secret.
Does she call your pants slacks? Does she say she's got to fold your slacks?
No.
Grandma's hip.
Bill, do you want your dungarees washed?
Yeah.
Washed.
Yeah, it's not anything. It's just, I don't wear I wear pretty much the same 8 t-shirts in 3 pairs of pants. So it's not like it's a heavy. I was about to say load, but it's not a ton of laundry to do.
Yeah.
Bill's in his
not a
room
lot.
doing a load by hand.
Tell me you wash those
come
socks.
on.
On
Oh,
your
I
own.
don't use socks to clean up, and also that's not.
So, so she's got. Does she have to go down to the basement to do laundry, or is it in the?
Sure.
What
That's
do
part
you
of this. She has a secret laundry room.
How do you have a secret laundry room?
I don't even want to talk about it. She's gonna
You have
get mad.
specific hookups.
She's gonna get mad at me if I talk about it.
About her secret laundry room?
He's gonna lose his laundry privileges,
Yeah.
Alan, and then it's gonna be a big deal.
Can't mess that up.
Are you trying to tell me that she does it in the sink?
Yes, that's what she
does. Does she have a washboard?
That's
and
exactly what she does. She's like an old-fashioned lavandera.
She's out by the. She's out back by the pool, smacking them on a rock.
Speaking of that, I do love how she's gangster with you, Bill. When I watch your Insta stories and you film her and you take polls, she's like floating in the pool and you're like,
should I flip her over?
Should I flip her over? She's like, if you want to continue to stay here, I know you won't do that, Bill. You know when I'm serious. She had her arms crossed and was just like unbothered. And you didn't flip her over.
No, I'm afraid of that.
You wait till you move.
I don't want to hurt her feelings. I don't want to upset her. So, yeah, like last day before I move out, she's over.
Yeah, what is she going to do when you move out? I mean, how long are you planning to be there? Do you have an end goal in mind? I mean, are you like...
he wants to buy a house, right?
Yeah, I have a rough goal like set, but I don't know how long it's going to take.
House?
Like a condo I want to buy.
Why would you buy anything?
Because
You bought a house?
Yeah, not because I wanted to.
Because
why did you?
Because I don't want to pay.
My wife wanted a house.
Oh.
I don't want to pay for the rent of you can pay a cheaper price if you're buying than if
Yeah,
you're
because you
renting.
got a 30-year mortgage. That's why it's cheaper.
Yeah, but if it appreciates, especially in Lakewood,
Our house has
guess.
already
Little money.
appreciated a crap ton.
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
Right, but you still got to sell it.
Well, yeah, but
yeah, in an area where things sell.
I guess.
Buy like one of those
it's
nice
a buyer's,
condos.
Yeah.
it's a buyer, it's a seller's market right now because there's no inventory. There are not that many houses
Until the
on market.
recession hits in 18 months and we're all screwed.
Well,
Right,
hopefully I have my house listed by
Yeah,
then.
well,
and
good
then
luck.
all those houses that I'm ready for will be
Dirt cheap.
Dirt cheap,
Yeah,
yeah, and I'll get a nice foreclosure.
Recession pricing.
Yeah.
Maybe
You get a short
maybe
sale.
you'll get my foreclosure.
Yeah.
Erica, I would like to buy your house for pennies on the dollar.
Uh-huh.
I'm just trying to get my credit score back into the respectable range and go from
500s,
there.
roughly 520.
Is that the respectable range
Yeah.
for Mary?
Have you seen my car?
Grandma goes off for a secret laundry vu. Mm-hmm. Said.
It's a shame you're not ready to buy a house yet because there's a house down the street from us that is dope that I wish someone
See,
would
but
buy.
I don't want a house though. I want the condo. Like I want.
Do you?
want a
It sounds like you
condo?
have a specific condo in mind.
Oh, well, I don't have. I have an area in mind.
You're
I
going to
wanna
live in
be-
Grandma's building?
Basically,
So you're still within
if I was
laundry
like,
distance?
on
Laundry
that street.
distance.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be great.
He'll live 2 floors above her
Yeah.
and just drop his bag
She's on the
her
top
deck.
floor.
Oh, she is?
Yeah.
You guys are penthouse living?
Yeah, her place is amazing.
Wow.
Is it rent controlled?
It is very rent controlled.
Rent
yes.
control. For
Yeah.
Bill, it is.
Yeah. Well, she
Wow.
owns it. She owns
Oh,
her
okay.
condo. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So she. Oh, I see. Okay.
So did she get in on the ground floor when it was cheap?
No, she's
Yeah,
on the
she's
top
on the
floor,
top floor,
Erica.
Erica.
She's on the top floor.
No, she got it about 5 years ago. She sold her house after she retired and bought a condo. It was
like an empty nester type thing,
Yeah.
kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you.
And she looked around for a while and got like the best one. Like,
That's
it's
awesome.
Great, like corner, so you can see the lake, you can see the city.
So you're
It's
like
awesome.
her little project then, because she's retired.
She just wants someone to
needs
make
something to
eggs
do.
for. Yeah.
Well, she doesn't even cook though. She's not that kind of.
She doesn't
she'll
cook?
She'll do laundry and she'll cook once in a while, but mostly we just sit around and she tells me about her day and I tell her about mine, and then we talk about the Cavs and just what's going on in her life and sit and watch TV together.
Do you guys
it's
smoke
kinda
weed?
perfect. No,
Really?
no, she's not a weed smoker. No, she'll have a daiquiri. She calls it a toddy.
a toddy.
I'll have a toddy once in a
Cold
while.
toddy.
Tie on a
Smoke
toddy.
weed every day.
Well, all right.
Great.
She's got a Jimmy Buffett Margaritaville margarita machine.
Of course
That I
she
had to
does.
like watch YouTube videos to figure out how to
It's
make
not
it work.
a blender. It's an actual margarita machine.
Yes, it's
That's,
the Margaritaville one. Yeah,
That's awesome.
it's nice.
It's official.
Did she buy that for herself?
No, I think Cody bought it for her.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would buy
As a
myself
retirement
something like
gift.
that. Right.
Here you go.
Here's your toddy machine. Your
Here's
toddy
your
maker.
Jimmy Buffett branded margarita machine.
She actually hasn't been feeling well the last 2 days.
You
and,
taking care of her?
as best I can. She's a very proud woman and doesn't let me do that much, but
perfect.
I'm doing as much as I can, like, you know, making sure, like, I'm checking on her. And
are you giving her hot toddies?
I was gonna say, nice little hot toddy, little bourbon.
She couldn't keep anything down. So.
Oh, really?
Chicken noodle
Yeah.
soup.
No,
Broth.
she'd puke it all up.
Now, if something happens to her, will
Would you get the
inherit?
condo?
Yeah.
No.
Are you in her will?
No, I'm not anything like that. But I would be devastated.
Yeah.
Because she is.
Well, obviously.
She's like your grandma.
She's like my grandma, and that's the thing is, like, I've talked about this before. Like, I never had like
Close
a close
relationships.
relationship with a grandma, and honestly, with like my mom and my dad. Like we all get along for the most part, but I have to not hide
who you are.
I not hide, but just hold back. And I don't have to do that with grandma. And that's very, very freeing to have someone that's like an adult figure, like a parental figure in your life, but be completely honest with them.
Dude, my emotions are all out of whack from quitting booze, and you're gonna make me cry right now. It's just like grandma's the first adult who accepted me. Like that's awesome.
You
though.
don't even swear around your parents, do you?
No.
Yeah.
No, I barely speak around them because my
'Cause
dad
you know
will
you're
say
gonna
something
curse.
like, my dad will say something like, well, I think it's racist to give black people jobs. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
I think it's right. Maybe your dad and Mary's dad should get a condo together.
Hey, there you go.
Oh, that wouldn't be good.
That's the couple that should get
Is that
together.
your dad's style?
Erica.
He just...
I met her dad briefly backstage at the comedy tour.
Oh,
he's a nice man.
He's
You
a
weren't
good
here.
guy.
Yeah, you weren't here when he called in. Yeah.
Oh, he seemed very nice to me.
He's a good guy.
He's very nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, they would make a good couple.
He just had some thoughts on some things.
opinions.
That's all. That's right. He was
From a
feeling some
different
kind of
era,
way.
From a different era.
That's what you have to say. That's what I said. That's the excuse I made for my grandma until she passed. Just from a different time.
Right.
So when she was accusing the black man in her nursing home of stealing her wallet, she's from a different time.
She's from a different time. You know, when black people stole wallets all the time.
Well, that's one of the best things about grandma.
Also,
is...
the guy that couldn't walk, by the way.
Right.
Stole her wallet in a wheelchair.
He's a crawling thief.
I see him scooting around
It's
here.
always the one you least suspect.
I can see her just
He's
making
capable.
up racist things, like always scooting or something. Like, where did you even come up with that?
But
don't even know.
Grandma's like super progressive and has like always been that way. She's always
I was going to say,
been-
not every old person thinks
Yeah.
that.
No,
yeah.
no.
Like
No, I
she's
think
not
it's
she's not
upbringing,
religious.
too.
She is open-minded. She is understanding. She's great.
Like, my grandma grew up in the city of Chicago during the civil rights movement. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, like, she saw a lot of things.
Yeah, my mother-in-law grew up in Detroit, and you know, yeah.
So it's just a different, I don't know, different time.
Grandma is very accepting, though. I mean, on the limo down to the Kent show, when my knees were all busted up, she goes, "Do you not want me to ask about that?"
But she's also hilarious.
That was her only question.
And we were all reading Cody's bracelets from Thailand out loud,
Right.
which were just filthy and awful and horrifying.
And she was laughing.
Yeah,
laughing, kind of chuckling to
That's
herself.
awesome.
I told you I was backstage at the comedy show, and Jasmine was asking about how you do backdoor action, and I was telling her, like, proudly, like, I was like, "Oh, girl, welcome to my wheelhouse." Grandma's sitting right next to me, and she's just like, "Oh, very inquisitive." Oh, I didn't know that. I'm like, I feel like I have to be censored right now. She said, "No, I'm fine."
Right.
Welcome to my wheelhouse is what
Yeah.
he says.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Welcome to my wheelhouse.
But Bill, I like your style though. Like, you didn't have a grandma that you related to, so you just kind of like adopted one. I'm gonna.
Well, that's how I've done it with like my whole family.
I'm gonna do
Like
that with my dad.
I just, family's who you make it to me, and so
sure.
I've brought people into my life that will be my family forever that aren't like biologically related to me.
Oh, okay, Bill.
You know that.
Am I your sister?
No, you are my cousin that I'm getting tired of.
I'm your cousin. So just around too
Yeah.
much? All right, I'll take that.
First or second cousin? Because you can think your second cousins are hot.
Is that
No, that's not what we're trying to do here.
Stepsisters.
What I'm saying is I don't.
Stepsister. That's how this whole thing starts? No.
I want to know people.
No, I would say Mary's like my little sister. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to know if any of our listeners bang like their stepsisters. I think that is such a
I don't.
taboo.
Okay, now here's my thing. Cause
Yeah,
you
but
see
you're
it-
not legally.
But you're in the same
And it's
household.
in so many movies.
You
like,
see that as like a whole genre on its own, but I don't think those people are really related. Those are actors, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so like they're not actually like they're
No, they're
You
not
notice
actual
how they're in different movies with
siblings.
different step people?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
No, I don't pay that
Wow,
much
that actor
attention.
has so many step siblings.
you never
And they
know.
all want to bang him.
Some
It's
Brady-
amazing.
Brady
What a
bunch.
lucky young man.
Brady Bunch stuff.
Well, I just
No.
remember, like, I feel like if you're in the same household and you're raised as family, I feel like it's a taboo to have sex with someone. Like
That's the whole point of it.
they're-
They think it's taboo and it's like exciting. That's
Well,
what I
right,
thought.
but it's also interesting to me that became a genre because it would be unthinkable to probably, if you grew up with a step sibling, to find them hot.
It's the premise of Clueless, like one of my favorite movies of all time.
Paul Rudd and Alicia Silverstone.
She ends up in love with her stepbrother. We're supposed to be like, it's meant to be.
Right, but they didn't grow up together.
No, they just they were together.
And they were ex-step siblings.
Right.
Apparently.
But that is a good point.
That's hilarious, Erica.
And what's with the dude from Entourage and Melissa Joan Hart? What's that movie?
10 Things I Hate About You.
No, it's
I don't know that. Which
oh
Entourage?
God, you drive me crazy.
Oh.
I mean, what?
They're next door neighbors that become step siblings when their parents fall in love, and they also fall in love at the same time.
All right, those are both situations where someone was trying to act out something that they really wanted to happen, and it didn't go their way. So, like, I'll write a movie about
Like,
it.
it's so specific that it had to be real.
World. This is a crazy world, and I believe stuff like that happens every single day. I don't think that's so much
I just
of a
feel like
taboo
it's
anymore.
unlikely in real life if you grew up with someone. I mean, if you ended up down the road being step siblings by marriage, they're a stranger to you. They could be anybody.
Well, you always end up step siblings by marriage.
What's that?
You always end up step siblings by getting married.
I know. You know what I mean.
But, yeah,
married
like
really young.
Towards the end of your
When you're 17.
Yeah, 17
Right.
or 18, yeah.
Yeah,
something
if you were like 6 when your parents got married, that, I can't wait for 12 more years when we can get it on.
Like, because I just wonder that, like, when parents leave, they think, like, okay, our kids aren't related. They wouldn't do anything, right? Like, I have a boy, you have a girl. Like, we can leave them home, and they're not going to, like, experiment with each other, right? Like,
I mean, I don't.
Well, I don't know if you can be assured of that.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know if I'd go that far because
Like
kids are
two
curious.
14-year-olds?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
But
That's messed up.
that's like brother and sister. They probably look at each other as
But
brothers.
if they just got together like around the age of 14, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a very
That's
curious
prime
time.
age.
Yeah.
So what would you do? Would you have to be like, no, I'm not leaving my daughter home. She has to go over her,
You'd
her
sneak
auntie's
across the
house.
hall.
Put up a nanny cam and a teddy bear or something.
I do.
You watch them.
I do. Aside from the genre of step sibling porn, I do love the demented scenarios that they create within that, where they're like, "I'm gonna tell mom that you didn't mow the lawn unless you get over here and swallow me." I'm like, all right, that's completely believable. All right, I've got a break. Listen, please,
Time flies.
Let's
On
move
that
on.
note.
Let's move on. All right, I'm gonna have lunch at Mystery here. It's just what it says here.
That
All
would
right.
be like hot buttered cheesesteak.
Mary Santora doing a live show tonight at the Winchester, 8 o'clock tonight. Mary_Santora on Twitter. If you want the details, Mary Santora Comedy on the Instagram. And
CLE Bachelorette.
come Monday night, right, for a few more weeks.
Shameless plug.
And a shameful plug, I believe is the word.
The Alan Cox Show.
Okay, so I'm going to pull back the curtain a little bit. The first time I ever did the Alan Cox Show comedy tour was when the old co-host was still on the show.
So you were on when the other guy was on?
Yeah. So I did the comedy tour. It was the second year that they did it, and
it just goes to show you, you never know who will take your job.
Well,
it's like you never know who you're gonna marry. It's like you never know who's gonna take your job.
Right.
You might
So that's not the drama though. The drama was this was a big deal for me. It was, House of Blues, and then we did 2 shows that night. And my ex-wife was doing merch with her friend for all the comics. But I wasn't on the show at that point, and so I didn't get her backstage passes or whatever because there were just so many people back there, and I wasn't I didn't really know Alan that well. I didn't want to ruffle any feathers, and I honestly was hardly backstage at all. I was standing and watching the show from the audience.
Mm-hmm.
So she just got real upset over not having backstage access, and I'm like, well, I'm not even gonna be back there really. But she got pissed and left between the shows, and I was so mad at her. And years later, she finally apologized. She's like, I realized that was a big night for you, and I made it about me, and I'm really sorry. But that was
no backstage passes.
That was. And honestly, if I really would have pushed, I probably could have got her.
Isn't
backstage
she cool with
back.
Alan's wife? Why couldn't she have asked?
Well, they didn't really know each other then.
Oh, okay.
So that was they weren't really friends back then, or they were kind of acquaintances, but it just was a real. I was so mad, and then on the second show I was drunk, but I fucking destroyed. I killed it. And I, to this day, that bothers me that she couldn't just let me have that night. And that's been like a reoccurring theme with certain people in my life, where when it's my night, they want to make it about them, and I'm like, listen, I don't ask for much. I'm very generous to people, and it's not like I even needed it to be like, oh, I'm so proud of you or anything like that. I just wanted to be able to concentrate on what I was doing that night, which was performing, because that was a huge audience. And I'd done big shows before, but that was like a really big moment for me, and she just turned into something else, and it bothered the hell out of me. So, you ever had anything like that? Someone trying to steal your thunder, or just trying to like get jealous like that? Maybe like.
Yeah, I've told you this before. I've had guys date me just for an Instagram post. Yeah. I'm just sitting there chilling, and actually this was at one of the bar crawls. It wasn't an after party. It was a bar crawl, and I had this dude there, good looking guy. I'm thinking like, oh, there might be a future here, and then we're kissing and making out, and I take a picture just because I'm drunk and I thought we were cute together. Next power couple, and he's like, make sure you tag me in that. I'm like. Make sure I tag you in that when I post up. And then I didn't end up posting the picture because it was like blurry. It was like a pixelated mess. Yeah. And he was like, whatever happened to that photo? I'm like, I didn't post it. He's like, why? I was like, because it wasn't a good photo. I didn't look good in it. I'm like, no, you were fine. It just wasn't a good photo. He's like, well, do you have it? I'm like, yeah. He's like, send it to me. I'm like, why? He's like, because I'm going to post it. I'm like, oh no. Like, I got to get rid of this guy.
There was another year that I would just really, I think there was another year where it was my ex-wife again. She had some sort of a problem. There's a reason she's the ex. She got mad like on the way to the after party and like stormed off, and I'm just like, fine, go. Like I don't.
Girls
don't
can storm off, and they
storming up.
I think
she had a pattern of doing this. Like there was another time we were in Brooklyn. We were doing like a craft show out there because she does like crafts and stuff like that, and she just like. Got super drunk and then like ran off in Brooklyn at like 2:30 in the morning. I'm like, what are you doing? Like we have a hotel over here. Get mad at me, that's fine, but don't just go running off into the night in a city you don't know.
I'm always wondering about people who run off. Do they actually run off? Do they like walk a portion of the way and then they stop and then do they wait to see if like they're following me? Because if I don't hear footsteps, I'm gonna be like, I probably should turn around. Yeah. I probably should turn around. It's kind of sketchy out here. Like I'm not a runner. I'm a kick you outer. Like, don't talk to me, bam. Or I would literally create my oasis. Like, if we're in the bed, I'll make my own little cave and you leave me alone.
I'll do more of a ghosting thing. Like, I won't make a big scene. I'll just leave. Like, I've definitely done that where I'm at a bar and, like, I'll get mad about something and then I'll just leave and I'll just walk home or whatever. Nope. Or get an Uber or whatever. But I'm not going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe you're doing this. Like, I just go.
I never have.
Because I know that what is probably happening is I'm drunk and this is not about them. This is me being too drunk to be in the situation anymore.
I never have left somewhere because somebody was there that I didn't like. If anything, it'd make me twirl and go harder. Like, twirl and just puff the lips. Because I'm like, whatever. Like, pretending someone doesn't exist is like the best revenge. Like, I told you, I'm the king of ghosting people.
In the relationship with them, it's a different thing though. So.
Well, if you ignore them, then it's like they mad. They really like me.
I'm bad at relationships. You're worse. Check out this. We're back. Whatever. Bye.
We were talking before about how difficult it is to get jobs or difficult for employers to find people. And I got a bunch, when we went to break, I got a ton of texts from people who were like, you would not believe how hard it is to find people. So it's not a matter of there not being jobs, lots of jobs, real hard to find people. Even
that are qualified.
Well, not even qualified. That's the thing. Not even qualified. Obviously, if there's certain jobs for which you have to have a certain level of education or experience or whatever, but I'm talking about people who are like, I run a landscaping company and I can't find people because they have drug charges or assault or, you know what I mean?
They don't show up to work.
Or they're Donnie. Donnie, how many times has Donnie that calls in, our former intern, said he got a new job and he's working landscaping? and then he's flipping his truck.
Something. Listen, it's not hard to, all things being equal, mind you, it's not hard to keep a job. But some people are saying it's hard to find people to take those jobs. Keeping that in mind.
That's what my dad struggles with. He's got more work than he can handle right now, and it's hard to get people that want to go and do that physical labor.
But he doesn't want to get Mexicans to do it, does he?
No, because he doesn't want...
You don't need the government breathing down your back.
Yeah, he just follows the laws. That's why
I didn't say illegal. See, there you go, being racist.
Well, you
just said Mexicans. That implies people who work for cheap, which makes them illegals.
Yes,
that's on you, not on
me. You said Americans. That's different.
You didn't say legal Mexicans. You said Mexicans.
I just said Mexicans.
Well,
right.
Legal Mexicans aren't going to be any cheaper.
I said Mexicans, it's their culture. They seem to be very hardworking individuals.
He would hire them if he could. If they're legal. He'd give them, but there's not a lot of legal Mexicans up here looking for work.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
He was just trying to be a douche.
I know he is. He's trying to be controversial. He's still working at it. You were implying illegal Mexicans because they'd work for cheap.
No.
Yeah. No, I wasn't.
That pays, though.
A woman in Denver was supposed to get drug tested for a job, and she went to microwave her pee sample because it was from someone else. Ooh. She went to microwave it in a 7-Eleven microwave. It got too hot and exploded. And she got in trouble for ruining the microwave. Obviously, she's not going to get it. Listen, if you are to the point where you're using someone else's pee, you're probably not going to get that job. You've probably missed a couple of
here's
ambition off-ramps in your life.
It's one thing to use someone else's pee. If you don't have your own microwave to warm it up, that's probably...
She's trying to get the job to buy the microwave.
But you get compression pants, and you get a little slot in there, and you keep it close to
you get the sriracha pants we were talking about yesterday.
Right, the yoga pants or the crotchless yoga pants.
You keep the sack close to your private area, and it stays warm. It gets your body heat. What? I'm not saying I know for a friend.
I bet. You sound like you knew what you were talking about. I was going to take you at your word. I bet this woman didn't even do an iota of research as to how long you would microwave pee to imitate body temperature.
Right. I think if you're going to microwave pee, you want to do it in bursts. You don't want to do it all at once.
Right. You don't put it in for 5 minutes.
Yeah, and just wait for it to boil.
Stupid. So stupid.
And then you're going to evaporate a bunch of your pee anyway because it's going to be too hot. See, people, this is why she doesn't have a job in the first place.
That's right. Here's a nurse explaining why this is all a bad idea.
I think it's a little dicey putting urine in the microwave for a number of reasons. The first being, obviously, why are you putting
it's a very small kind of hip. It's almost kind of like an Ohio City of Maui.
Cool.
Yeah, it was like where all the bars and nightclubs and all that was. But Lahaina is where I went. It's also on Maui. I went there for a luau at like a really fancy Sheraton. They had this huge luau with amazing food and like
a fancy Sheraton, you say?
It was a fancy Sheraton. It was a resort, like all-inclusive resort, but it was a Sheraton.
Right.
But it was that city of Lahaina was like a nicer, like higher-end area, affluent.
Of course.
Once I learned the term. But yeah, it was beautiful up there. It was like right on like the northern part of the island. But it was really pretty.
All right.
Miss Hawaii.
Boy, poor Mike Pence. Little did he know that when he was in Columbus this coming Friday to speak to the America First Policies Conference, that it would also be Pride Weekend.
Oh, that's hilarious.
He hated his life.
So thousands of people are planning on protesting at the Renaissance Columbus Downtown Hotel on Friday for a big LGBTQ dance party to welcome him to Columbus.
I love it.
He's been pretty, like, low-key of a VP, no?
Yeah, because what the hell is he going to say?
Yeah.
I mean, this guy...
But do you think he's intentionally maybe laying low so
Yes.
that people don't think he's...
He can't outshadow the president.
He's trying to
Do you think
distance
he'll run
himself.
against Trump?
No. I'm in 2020 or 2019, whatever the hell we're looking at. Trump will run uncontested. I'm telling you, nobody's going to run against Trump.
Why?
No. Because who wants that nightmare of him saying your wife's a whore? And I mean, that's the new campaign now. So who's
what do
going
you
to
think
run
he's laying
against
low
him?
for?
Who, Pence?
Yeah.
He's not really. You just don't. He doesn't make the news because there's nothing compared
I guess
to.
you can't be more outrageous than the president.
Right.
Yeah,
But what the
boom.
hell's Pence going to say? I mean, the stuff that, comes out of Pence's mouth on certain issues, that would have been a big story if it wasn't for everything else.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Guess you're right.
Will he still be there Saturday, or is he going to leave?
Don't know. They haven't sent me his daily itinerary.
Well, I don't know. I didn't know how long the conference was. You just said it started on Friday.
Why don't you text him out and see when he's planning on leaving?
He's Mikey. When are you going to be? He will be addressing the conference on Friday. Yeah. And so the big LGBTQ dance party.
Damn it, I'm going to miss
will be activists and performers, and 421 people have confirmed their attendance, with a further 1,500 interested.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. There'll be DJs and drag queens and activists speaking.
That's funny.
And there you go.
They should line up on either side and make him do like a dance down
Walk
the
a
middle.
gong.
like a Bollywood feature.
Yeah.
Columbus Pride is no joke. Like,
Dude, I know. I have so many comedian friends down there.
500,000 people. I'm going to be there
Ooh.
Saturday, and I'm just going to I'm
Mary-
live my best life.
Mary goes to
Come back
Columbus a
on
lot.
STD.
Name the neighborhood that you think is. Just talk about that neighborhood, and we'll see if Mary agrees
She
with
knows
you.
what it is. What's the gay neighborhood in Columbus?
I don't know. What?
Short North.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But is
You
it
don't
like
think so?
just gay?
No, it's not just gay, but there's
That's what
definitely
we're
a lot
trying-
of
It's a gay
gay people that live there.
See, it's
It's
gay friendly.
gentrified.
Yeah.
That's why it's the gay
There's
neighborhood.
there's a lot of pride flags out there.
Yeah. We were.
There's a lot of pride flags in Ohio City. Yeah,
Where most of the shows we did.
I
down
know.
there
I'm
were.
saying it's very gay friendly.
Those aren't pride
but
flags.
he
That's the
likes
Ohio City flag.
he likes to think of it as just straight up gay,
Boys
like Boys
Town,
Town
yeah.
in Chicago, when it's not that.
Well,
Yeah.
let me have it.
Let him have it.
Let him have it.
Let him
Because we don't
have
have
it.
one in Ohio.
He
then.
doesn't have one here in Cleveland.
We don't
No,
have one
there
at
really
all.
isn't.
When we're looking
They
up,
won't let him hang the flags all around Gay Bay.
I don't need to. There's
They
plenty
should
other.
because everyone's gay
Yeah,
there.
I don't need to do that. Everyone knows that's a gay neighborhood.
What is?
Where I
We call
live.
his apartment complex Gay Bay
Oh.
because it's a bunch of
Queens.
queens.
Why did that become an epicenter of
Because I'm
gay tenants?
I'm right by all the gay clubs. It is like if there's a gayborhood in Cleveland, I live by it.
I think probably something like one gay guy moved in, told a friend like, "Hey, check out this place." Then they moved in.
Told a friend, and then they told a friend,
In
and
all
so
honesty,
on, and
yeah.
so on,
Gay
and so
telephone.
on.
I mean, there are only 9 units, and I would say probably
Oh, it's that small?
yeah, and like
Oh.
80% of them are. I think there's probably only one straight person living
There's
there.
like two.
Two.
We just got a
cool.
new couple, but yeah, and there's 13 units. So.
It's in
9.
Lakewood or?
It's in Cleveland.
Oh, you're not allowed to say.
Give it
Or
out
you
my
don't want to say.
government.
Sorry.
It's okay.
It's in a part of Lakewood where you would, if you weren't looking for it, you'd never find it.
I feel like that's all of Lakewood, or it's just like 'cause someone's like, "Oh, I live on this street and this street," and I'm just like, "What? Like that's not even."
Yeah.
But like, in all honesty, because we were looking up, me and my roommates are taking a trip, our gaycation coming up in the next couple weeks, and we're going to Toronto. And I'm looking at the bars out there because I like to see what I'm getting myself into beforehand. I can even do like Grindr Explorer to see what the guys look like out there. But
for real,
Grindr
that's a thing.
Explorer. What is that?
Grindr Explorer is when you type in.
And you pack a lot of gay dudes in a giant Ford SUV.
You type in the city of where you're traveling, and you can see who's on Grindr in that city. So if I want to go to Paris, if I'm planning a trip to Paris, I'm like, I wonder if the guys are hot. I type in Grindr Explorer, and you can see what the guys are on.
And can you message them in advance?
This is like Google Earth, but for
dudes.
For dudes.
Oh, yeah.
And so
Google Girth.
And so Toronto has the rainbow intersections. I'm like, why don't we have that? At least somewhere in Cleveland or somewhere in Ohio. We don't have the
They're
rainbow
trying to keep people
intersections.
from leaving Cleveland. Cleveland showed up on one of these. If LeBron leaves, he ain't gonna be the only one. Cleveland's like number 5 for major cities losing lots of people.
Really?
Like people are leaving Cleveland.
I do think that the prices downtown are so ridiculously
Oh my
inflated.
gosh, it's so stupid.
Chicago's number 1. People just keep leaving Chicago because the taxes are so goddamn high.
And crime.
There's no jobs. Cleveland is number 5. We got beat by Detroit, St. Louis, L.A., and Chicago.
Well,
and then Cleveland popped up on the worst cities in America. We're number 5 in the worst cities in the.
Why is it always 5?
How?
I don't know.
Top 5. They want to crack the top 5.
Now, remember, a lot of people live in the suburbs. So when you think, I always think of the
Cleveland
major
proper.
area rather than Cleveland proper. But Gesundheit.
Thanks.
Yeah, in some U.S. cities, everyday comfort and happiness is much harder to attain than in others. And Cleveland ends up at number 5 on this list
That's
of
so
the
weird.
50 worst cities to live in.
Damn.
Wow.
Wait a minute.
And guess what? All of the Cleveland cities are on here. It's Canton, Dayton, Toledo, Cleveland.
Well, those make sense to me. Cleveland, I don't know about that.
Cleveland proper,
Cleveland
though.
proper, yeah, for sure.
I mean, in Cleveland proper, the poverty rate is 35%.
Damn.
And they said
yeah.
Cleveland's jobless rate is the second highest of any city in the state. Violent crimes are huge. And quadruple the national violent crime rate.
That's such a bummer.
You know what I love about us is that we can actually be honest on this show and say like how our Cleveland experience has been. I always think when people say that when they move from other cities that you think will be better, I think, and they say how great Cleveland is, I think they're lying. Like the new girl on Kiss, she moved here from like.
You're just gonna call her out, throw her under the bus.
No, I'm giving her props.
Okay.
The new girl on Kiss, she moved here from Atlanta, and she was just like, "Oh, Atlanta is just I hate it. I hated the people there, and blah blah blah." She was like, "Cleveland is so much better." I said,
She's just glad to be out of traffic.
"I was like, you're lying. Like it's okay. Like you can tell the truth."
She's Midwestern too, so I think she's from Grand Rapids.
But from
so
Atlanta, wouldn't you think Atlanta would be a better city?
But if you're in Atlanta, listen, you move around a lot in this business. If you're in Atlanta for a cup of coffee, that's not even really long enough to get a vibe for the city. But if you're Midwestern, I think it's probably you feel more comfortable in this kind of vibe. And frankly, listen, this Christmas I will have been here for 9 years, believe it or not. And when we first came here, we were literally like, what the hell did we get ourselves into? So it's changed a lot.
Yeah.
When they first brought me in to talk to me, I was like, oh my God, what's going on?
Didn't you also live in like Ohio City before it was Ohio City?
You lived in Ohio City 9 years ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like before, it had all the big breweries and was all hyped up to what it is now.
Some of it.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, we lived in Tremont for 1 year, and that we got it, found an apartment and lived in Tremont for a year, and then we lived in Ohio City for 5 more years. So it was coming up in that time.
Yeah.
But even still in
Ohio
Ohio
hasn't
City.
come up.
Well, that's
There's
what I mean.
still parts that are sketch.
Yeah, anywhere off 25th. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody thinks that, like, ooh, there's still people getting their houses broken into in broad daylight, and
Well, and even in Ohio City, like you were saying, the prices downtown. When I was looking for a place this time around, like Ohio City, there's $1,200.
expensive.
Yeah, $1,200, 600 square foot studio apartments. And I'm like, get the heck out of here.
yeah, because they're playing off the vibe of West 25th.
But that's not going to last. That bubble is going to burst. They will not be able to charge that in
Especially
a few
if
years.
LeBron leaves.
Yes.
Oh, for sure. That's crazy that one person can have such an impact on the economy of a city. You know what I mean?
It is absolutely insane, but
we got to work with what we got.
But it's a sports city.
It
so.
is.
It's a sports city, and it's
100%
also he is a mega star. Like I
Yeah.
don't think people quite understand how. Like we were talking about the other day, people are coming from other parts of the world. To
Yeah, you got
watch
German
him play.
guys coming from across
Yeah.
the world.
I think.
Hello.
There he is.
That was from Sweden, not German.
Mr. Accent
Yeah, go
over
with
here.
it.
That was Sweden, not
Give
Germany.
us your Swedish accent.
Yeah, give me your Swedish accent.
I can't.
Go
Is
ahead.
that
Give
it?
it to me.
Say I'm happy to be here from Sweden.
I'm happy to be here from Sweden.
What is that?
What is he doing? Pound cake, you don't know from which you speak. Where are you from? I am from Dusseldorf. I came to see LeBron James.
Dusseldorf.
You are from Dusseldorf. Lieber mich Schminky, where are you from?
He's like, no, I got to answer phones now.
Oh, he's so busy. Look at him laughing. He knows what he's doing.
Oh, I can't do any accents right now.
There's not even anybody
Phone's
on
ringing
the
off
phone.
the hook.
How do you say putz in Swedish?
Putz.
Thanks.
Schmertzlagen.
Schmertzlagen. I've got
Exclusive news update.
The Kurt Cobain exhibit in the Washington Museum has been completely destroyed by fire.
Oh, no, like all his stuff.
If you're a Kurt Cobain fan,
Where's Courtney Love?
She
that's
did
a
it.
good question. A museum containing Kurt Cobain rarities has been destroyed by a fire in his hometown of Aberdeen, Washington.
Oh, that's sad.
We now return to this regularly scheduled program.
This is a DJ Alan Cox exclusive.
Hello, Bobby.
Hey, Alan, what's going on, man?
Oh, I'm just trying to get my head around all of Kurt Cobain's rarities going up in smoke.
He had a clean shirt in there.
But
There's only one.
But I think I'll be okay.
Okay, well, that's good to hear. Now, in all honesty, Alan, I have an honest question for you.
Get off a speakerphone.
Damn.
Bobby, are you on speakerphone?
No, sir, I'm not.
Okay.
All right, so anyways, Alan, are you like a true fan of Cleveland, or are you just raking in the monetary means to get to where you want to go? I'm curious, because you don't seem to be a big fan of Cleveland, in all honesty.
Well, how do you arrive at that conclusion?
Just based upon, the way you talk about Cleveland.
No, but I'm reading you stories that other people are writing about Cleveland. This is not my opinion. I'm reading things. These are statistical facts. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Cleveland's been very good to me. I got no complaints about Cleveland.
Well, okay.
But again, in this business, you move around a lot. So for me to say, I would be disingenuous to say that, like, I would never.
Favorite place you've ever lived.
I don't even mean that. I would never tell somebody that I'm like some dyed-in-the-wool Clevelander, because I'm not from here. There's a lot of nuances that I just like I wasn't a dyed-in-the-wool Angelino when I lived in L.A. or when I lived in Pittsburgh, or you know what I mean. Chicago's my home, so when I'm there, it's a different situation. Doesn't mean that you don't like those other places. Just every place got a different vibe. Cleveland's been very good to me. Listen. I told Ian Bagg last week, he's like, how come other cities haven't snatched you up? I said, because they come to me, but Cleveland has made it worth my while to stay here, so I've stayed. I mean, I got bills to pay, so if somebody was like, we'll pay you more, I would leave.
What other bill are you paying?
I have two bills. I have Bill Squire and I have Bill Johnson, who is my accountant.
See, I have a completely different experience, but that's probably because my husband grew up here, so I was already planning on moving here before I got this job.
Right, like I have my only connection to Cleveland is my job.
Exactly.
Right.
I moved here to be with my husband,
right.
And I knew I was making the move to a new city and starting a life over and putting down roots in the place that I was going to.
That's right.
No, and I totally understand that, just like the Browns player that tweeted out, right, hey, I hope the Warriors sweep the Cavs, right? And then he was going to buy everybody a jersey if the Cavs won. Same kind of deal.
And I'm still waiting for my damn jersey.
Well, no, didn't he say, I was joking because then he realized that?
Yeah.
Well, he said he'd buy a jersey if the Cavs won.
If they won.
But then Joe Thomas said he'd buy them if they lost.
Well, that was...
I retweeted both, and still I'm without jersey.
Yeah, always fun when athletes
All right, Alan, well, no, I appreciate you being honest.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I've always said the same thing, Cleveland's been very good to me. I got no issue. And again, it has improved immeasurably since in the time that I've been here.
We've seen so much change. Like,
listen, you guys have no idea.
Well, that's the thing. But like, even just in the time we've been here, I can't even imagine what people who've grown up here, what they think. Like, that you must be super proud of the city now because
and that's why people are so defensive of it because. There was a time when there was next to nothing downtown. I mean, you guys thought it was sparse when you got here. When I first started doing comedy,
there was a Wendy's on East 4th Street.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
There was a sketch Wendy's on East 4th Street, downtown Cleveland.
And then like hat shops, like
Miss Elliott.
Yes.
Right, but there's also still an adult mart downtown Cleveland. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
you
but
take
it's not
the
on
rough
the
with
main
smooth.
street.
It's not East 4th.
It's on a downtown
But at least
street.
it's open.
I mean, I remember
If
years
it was
ago.
10 years ago, it would have been out of business.
I remember years ago taking a day trip, getting the day off of work to go do a tourism board tour of the Flats construction project. And they just showed us images on bulletin boards of what the Flats is going to be. And the fact that it's all up and running and beautiful.
Yeah,
and
nice.
safe.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Relatively safe, I should say. It's amazing.
Well, it's
just a short time.
My older sister's your age, I think, Bill. She would talk about the old Flats and how it was
crazy it was.
It was just a bunch of shooters. You know what I mean? If you just imagine that place times 100, but people being drunk and stabbed. That's just a
and people falling into the water.
Yeah,
all
people
the time.
drowning, and it's insane.
Hey, Joe.
How's it going? I moved here 2 years ago from the Quad Cities, Illinois, to Cleveland, and it's way better here than it is in Illinois, pretty much.
Well, yeah, the quad. Where?
That's where my best friend lives.
Moline or Rock Island or where?
Moline.
Ugh.
Were you anywhere by Savannah?
No, it's the other side of the state.
Other side.
Iowa-Illinois border.
Yeah, so Quad Cities are Rock Island, Moline, Bettendorf, Iowa, and what's the fourth one?
Davenport.
Right. That's where all the rich people live. Bettendorf. Right. Yeah. Right across the road. Savannah's
my
other
friend's
side.
below the Quad Cities.
She down by Cairo? Where they don't wear shoes?
I don't know.
You get much
It's
farther
Cairo.
south in the Quad Cities, there's people walking around with no shoes. So, yeah.
Yeah.
You're from the Quad Cities, Joe?
Yeah, I'm from the Quad Cities. I do heating and air now, so that's why I came to Ohio.
We have a real strong heating and air.
Following.
You know what? If you had just gotten to it a little bit sooner, you could have gone to Hawaii instead of Cleveland.
According to the nation, though, when I was looking for jobs, Ohio was number 2 out of all the states where the heating and air jobs.
Yeah, we get very cold here in the winter, and we get very warm in the summer. So,
How's it worked out for you?
Oh, I actually doubled my how much I get paid an hour. So
good for you.
Nice. We're good.
He moved from the Quad Cities to a single city, and it worked out for him.
There's more than just a single city here.
He loves it. Yeah. All right, thank you, Joe. Congratulations. Welcome. All right, I've got a break. We'll come back. Mary Santora is doing that live show tonight at the Winchester in Lakewood, 8 o'clock show. They're going to record a live album for Accidental Comedy. And you can go to Mary_Santora on Twitter or Mary Santora Comedy on Instagram. Anything else you want to throw in?
No.
Fine.
Come to that tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. We'll take a break. We'll come back. You want to get the last word in? You can send a text 35192.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WM.
Pound cake.
Did you watch the royal wedding at all?
I'm not getting up at 6 a.m. I don't get up at 6 a.m. for breakfast, so I'm not going to get up at 6 a.m. for a royal wedding.
Did you watch any recap of it or anything?
I watched it. I watched the full stream on YouTube, but that was afterwards. I can.
Oh, so you didn't watch it live, but you ended up going back and watching it.
Yeah, I did. I had a snack and I was just like, you know what? I'll pop it in because it's just so romantic. It's just like.
Is it though?
You can do anything. She's one of us. She's from California. She used to tour the Buckingham Palace.
What's her face did this all that years ago, right? The Princess Diaries girl.
Miracles happen once. Yeah, I'm just saying. But it's really true. Miracles happen once in a while if you believe. She was take pictures outside of Buckingham Palace. She never thought that one day she would be inside Buckingham Palace with the Queen.
But isn't Buckingham Palace old and kind of gross?
Why would it be old and gross?
Because it's an old palace.
Isn't the White House built by slaves?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to live there either.
Well, the presidents do.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I just the romantic, just the way they romanticize the whole being a princess thing. Yeah, it's I guess, but that's just not anything that's ever been on my radar. And also, because who'd she get married to? William or Harry?
Harry.
I don't know.
But it's you don't princes and all this kingdoms and stuff. It's stuff you only hear on HBO or fairy tales. So now it's it's actual princess, actual royalty, an actual bloodline that links back to you can trace your bloodline back to the 1800s, and now it's polluted.
I can trace mine back to the 1500s.
I'm just not 1800s, before that.
I know, but
the family used to rule, and now they have.
But now they don't. So it's not who cares?
I cannot wait for this black baby. It's gonna be a ginger and black.
Right,
I can't wait.
I'll give you that's the part that I like.
Thousands of years of pure blood, and now they're like, you got a girl from Crenshaw. From Crenshaw!
So, this is I guess, all right, I hadn't thought about that aspect.
It's
like
big
that.
for us.
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
This is
Wakanda.
All right, is this bigger than Black President? Is Black Princess bigger than Black President?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes, because
it's because of how old.
Because we've only been around for a few hundred years. America's only been around for a few hundred years, and
England's been around for much longer.
Yeah, and it's based off of a bloodline. I mean, we are known on racism, and like you wipe out the Indians and you call it laying your own, like whatever. So black people weren't even like the first to be. At least black people existed. We weren't wiped out. So.
Yeah, no, I'll give you that. I'm gonna actually agree with you that Black Princess bigger than Black President.
It is because
more unexpected too.
He only had 8 years. This lives on forever. We have descendants now. Now our descendants, royalty from now on. Like it might be the first.
She's gotta get pregnant first because things could happen. She's gotta get pregnant.
She's gotta get pregnant. It's with the royal. Like it's bound to happen. She was born to do this. She was born to be the Black Princess.
That's.
You ever seen Princess and the Frog?
No, I never saw that one. But I mean, good for her. I'm happy for her. I just think like it's funny how worked up people get over it, and not as much the people that like it. It's the people that don't like it and get like wound up. I never understand that when people are like, oh, I hate this. I hate how people are celebrating this thing, and then they go, but they know every aspect of it. I'm like, so do you really hate it, or are you just trying to mask your love of it through hate?
I didn't watch the first one. I didn't watch the first royal wedding, like because neither like not Pippa. That's the sister. Kate, she's beautiful, but Harry was or William was not attractive, and like Harry was always the hot one, the young one, the young gun. The nude pictures of him on the internet playing like he was always like the frat boy or the military man.
I don't know if I'd say either of them are very attractive.
They're good looking. Well, Harry's good looking.
Is he?
He was when he was younger. He's a little older now, but
I still don't think he's like traditionally good looking. It's good that they got some diversity into that bloodline because things were getting a little mucked up. They needed to really freshen that bloodline up.
Well, they did in a great way. So like now I'm just like, ooh, like what's it gonna be like now? So when it's related, when things like this are relatable to you, you watch. And I wasn't getting up early for it, but I was like, I know what happened, and I'm excited for it.
So what do they name that first baby? If it's a boy, what's the name? Do you think they stick with traditional names, or do they go straight Crenshaw with it?
It's gonna be like Harold or something, because they always name them like some boring names, like George.
Yeah. Well, it's like family names, so.
Yeah, so it's gonna stick with tradition.
It'll probably be Harry. Yeah. Is Harry Harold? Is he a Harold?
No, I think it is Harry something. He has a really long name, like a royal name. But
can they sneak in one black name?
Jaheim.
Yeah, throw like a
Raul.
A Deshaun in there somewhere.
A Deshaun.
Yeah.
I don't know, but like I just know that for me, I'm never gonna fault somebody for having a big wedding because I want to have a spectacle. I want the fireworks. Like when I walk down the aisle, I want birds to like fly out like doves. Because finally I'm able to get married now. And then I actually found somebody to love me. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a spectacle. I'm inviting everybody
fun with that. We gotta go. Thanks for watching, guys. Hey everybody, welcome to Side in the DMs.
Hi.
One time. That was a joke that you guys weren't here for, but we enjoyed it. How was everybody's weekend? We all had a good time, right?
Oh,
it was great.
I had a hell of a weekend.
What'd you do?
I did everything. We were in a comedy festival in Columbus. Drove back up Friday night for a show up here. I did a 10K on Sunday.
You did too much stuff this weekend.
I did way too much stuff this weekend.
She had a show in Columbus on Thursday. Show in Cleveland on Friday.
Came back down for a midnight show in Columbus on Friday night.
Then back to Columbus Saturday.
Stayed in Columbus Saturday.
Then back to Cleveland.
10K was at 7 in the morning on Sunday.
Yeah. So.
And then I headlined a show Sunday night.
Yeah.
She's a hustler. She's a hustler, homie.
She does it.
Ask about her.
She's doing it. So I did the same comedy festival, and I also did Rock on the Range. There's a huge delay. I'm sure we'll get into that on the show, but it was really fun. I got to perform. Got to they split us into 2 parts, and I got to close the first part before the intermission, which
look at you.
was very fun. And honestly, it was probably my favorite set that I've ever had at Rock on the Range.
That's awesome. Good for you, man.
So that was good.
What'd you do?
Pound cake?
I went to 3 gay clubs in one night. And so it was fantastic. And a scenario happened that only really happens in my dreams, but it actually happened in real life, and I was real shook. So I'm like sipping my straw seductively on the dance floor, just kind of like grooving to the music, just doing my own thing. And this guy, hottest guy in the room, is like across from me a little bit. I'm like, he looks like a stuck-up snob. Like, I'm not even going to say anything to him because I like to be approached. I like to be chased. But he was cute. Look, Abercrombie-looking boy. Total little twink, but still totally doable. And then as he comes over, he looks like he's coming towards me, but I'm like, nah, he's not coming towards me. Like, no, he's out of my league. But then he comes up to me. He's just like, is this you? I'm like, he has my Instagram pulled up. I was like, well, yes, it is. And he's like, we swiped on Tinder. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, but you never talked to me, though. I'm like, oh, well, silly me. And so we tried to have like a somewhat conversation, but the music was going. So he was like, you want to go somewhere more private? So we go into the like less crowded area of Twist. And then afterwards, I go home with him.
Oh, yeah. You did it.
I was like, oh, my God. I was like, literally, that's a scenario that only really happens in my head. Usually it requires a little bit more like leg and like pouting, but I didn't have to do that. He came up to me and just said, is this your Instagram?
So he was searching you out. Now, is this going to be one of those situations where he's like, how come you didn't tag me in any Instagram pictures?
No, I don't think so. He's a terrible texter. Because we spent pretty much that whole night and pretty much a lot of the next day together. Like, I didn't leave over there till like 1:30.
Nice.
But like, I text him and he literally replies like 6 hours later. He's one of those.
I hate that.
Like,
that makes me absolutely insane.
Exactly. I'll say something funny and then I'm going to, oh, haha, like 6 hours later. I'm like, all right, well.
Not everybody's attached to their phones. So
Our friend, the guy that we know, was like that. He'll text me every 6 hours. Drive me nuts when he told me to leave alone.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's
sign that you're not a priority. I'm sorry to say that.
No, that's okay. But
it's the worst.
One night was okay.
Yeah, one night's great.
Poking around in there.
Good for you.
Here's something that's kind of funny. I had a very, very vivid dream about one of our listeners.
Ooh.
Like a lady listener. And
Wilhelmina.
Like, no, not her. It's someone that you know, and I'll tell you after. But she was upset with her man and like made a move on me, and I'm like, this is out of nowhere. Like it was because they're like a real happy couple. So I was like really bummed out when I woke up, and I'm like,
and it's fake.
Well, if it makes you feel better.
Oh, just a dream.
I had a dream that I was running around with the Kardashians in Cleveland.
Oh, good for you.
Well,
I would dream like that.
Your dream's more likely to come true than mine. Based on who this is.
My dreams are always like there's a giant spider trying to get me, and I have to.
WMMS on iHeartRadio.
Now back to the Alan Cox Show.
I don't know what that means, to play us out. What does that mean? To end the show?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay. Well, no.
We'll do it live. F it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Right.
F***ing thing sucks.
Okay, that's it. Thanks for hanging out today. Mary Santora, always a delight.
Thank you guys for having me on.
Good to see you again.
Yeah.
Mary's going to be doing a live show tonight. They're going to record the entire thing with Accidental Comedy at the Winchester in Lakewood. You and who else? It's 8 o'clock, yes?
Yes, 8 p.m. Myself, John Bruton, Cody Cooper, Josh Morrow, Jimmy Graham, hosted by the dreamy Mike Polk, Mike Polk Jr. It's $10. That's at 8. And then, yeah, so all the money from that goes to producing these albums and getting them out there. So come by, 8 o'clock tonight, the Winchester in Lakewood.
Awesome. Bill, what do you want to throw in?
July 21st, I'll be doing a show with Mary Santora and the dreamy Mike Polk, and also Mike Head, I believe, was added to it, and it's going to be at the Lakewood Civic Auditorium. It is Stand Up Together, a concert for, I should really learn this. Benefit to honor Nicholas Ramsey, and then you go to standuptogetherohio.com for tickets on that. And then follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Bill Squire.
Erica.
Well, you can give me a follow on Instagram at Erica Lauren Loves. Erica with a K, love spelled L-U-V-S.
Or Pea or Honey.
Or
Penis Honey.
Peony and Honey if you care about home crap and makeup products.
Home crap.
Feel free to follow me there.
Who gives a crap?
Hey.
If you said if you give a crap.
Yes.
If you
I'm
do
looking
give
for
a
the
crap.
people who give a crap.
Pound cake.
I didn't realize I reached like 7,000 followers on Instagram over the weekend. So if I could get up to like 10...
Oh, good.
No.
Everybody unfollow him.
No, please
Block
don't.
Pound Cake.
If I
Unfollow Pound Cake.
If I could get up to 10,000 by the end of the year, like honestly, that would be like such a great short-term goal. But Radio Cody B on Twitter and Instagram,
And
like
what will
that.
get you?
That's a swipe up.
Let me tell you though, 10,000
is the swipe up. That's all I
But
want.
what does he have people to swipe up for?
Oh, I guess.
He's gonna have to make something. Create
Swipe
something.
up to date me?
Yeah, he needs
Swipe up for Grindr.
something swipeable.
Can I just get? Forget it. It doesn't matter.
It's not
Please
going to
follow.
change your life, is what I'm trying to tell you.
I'm
You
not
shouldn't
saying
put
that.
your your energy in
That's
that.
why I said a short-term
What's
goal.
the point in random goals?
They're good to have to motivate you.
Goals are
working
good to
towards
have,
something.
but there should be a payoff to every goal.
It is a payoff.
What's the pay? That's
You
what I'm
can-
asking.
You
What's the
can
payoff?
promote things on your Instagram.
You can swipe up.
Swipe up.
And yeah, I can put links and stuff in there. It's cool. I have 10,000
links.
Swipe up to see whose nudes leaked.
Yeah.
I
That's
get
going to be
10K.
Pound Cake.
You don't even post links to our own website.
Yeah, what are you
Yes, I
linking
do.
to?
It's on my Instagram right now.
What are you possibly linking to?
Yeah, so shut up.
I don't ever see it.
I never see him share any show
No,
stuff.
he doesn't.
It's
Of
on
course
my
not.
Instagram right now.
Unfollow Pound Cake and follow me at Mary Centaur Comedy.
Yeah, she needs 10,000 because then she can do
10,000 to
swipe up. Yeah, she's got
She can sell
tickets
some
to sell.
tickets.
Yeah.
All right, beautiful. You'll find me out there at Alan Cox Show. Today's program on the iHeartRadio app. You can listen to this and past shows. Look for the Alan Cox Show 24/7 channel. The live stream is always archived as well at our YouTube channel. And that is all. We'll reconvene with you tomorrow at 3. Tribe game tonight, 3rd of 4 against the White Sox in Chicago. That's an 8-10 start here on MMS. So thanks very much for hanging out, and I will see